podcast.
Wow. I just wanted to make sure this thing was live. We can get
Like,
ready.
share,
Get
and
right
subscribe.
into it. I guess, I mean, realistically, we ain't got to beat around the bush, and you ain't got to take no time for it. We can get right to it. Matter of fact, where is the clips to this Diddy situation? Jesus, how did I not come in prepared? I'm just running off at the mouth. Where's the? I guess I need to. Give me 1 second. I can't. I should have been ready.
Allegations of abuse against music mogul Diddy Combs.
I should have, my bad. I should have hooked it up. I thought it was on. I'm not even paying attention that it wasn't even hooked up to the jump. All right. My bad.
Allegations of abuse against music mogul Diddy Combs. The video, captured on multiple cameras, shows Combs assaulting his then-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, in a hallway at a Los Angeles hotel in March 2016. A lawsuit filed by Ventura in November last year and settled the next day referenced actions that seem to match those seen in this video. There is no audio. According to the complaint, Combs became extremely intoxicated and punched Miss Ventura in the face, giving her a black eye, which, according to the lawsuit, prompted Ventura to try and leave the hotel room. The surveillance video obtained by CNN begins as she enters the hallway. The complaint says as she exited, Mr. Combs awoke and began screaming at Miss Ventura. He followed her into the hallway of the hotel while yelling at her. The complaint goes on to say he grabbed her and then took glass vases in the hallway and threw them at her. In the surveillance video, Combs can be seen grabbing Ventura and throwing her to the ground. As Ventura lies on the ground, Combs then kicks her twice and attempts to drag her on the floor back to the hotel room. Ventura is seen picking up a hotel phone. Combs seems to walk back to the hotel room, then returns and appears to shove her in a corner. Moments later, he can be seen throwing an object in her direction. According to Ventura's now settled lawsuit, the pair began dating several years after they met in 2000.
It was at this moment that he knew.
So basically, all I can sit here and say is for people, if it took you a time to kind of, when you seen the footage and you didn't kind of know how to feel about it. One thing I can say for me, it wasn't one of those moments where I felt like, excuse me, let me go run to a green screen. Let me sit here and give my opinion, or let me give my takes on it. I just didn't feel like it deserved it at the moment, because I know so many women who actually in real life have dealt with this whole domestic violence situation. So when I'm watching the video, I'm kind of replaying in my head stories that women I personally know have told me, things that they've been through, because 9 times out of 10, most of the time when you hear these things, you kind of realistically, you just like, if you hear people talk about it casually, it's hard for you to visualize, especially as a man, if you never have put your hands on a woman, or you never seen it, just by like, if you didn't grow up in a household where this type of stuff happened. So when you watching this video, I'm literally in my mind thinking about multiple different women that I've had conversations with. They kind of be like, oh, well, whatever the case may be. And then I see a lot of women off the rip, they'll just be like, oh, well, why did she stay? Why she didn't leave? This and the third. But I can just honestly say, yeah, she didn't. A lot of them didn't leave because the way the dudes will line it up and set it up for them, it'll be like, oh, you don't have to work no more. Boom, boom, boom. I'm gonna take care of you. So you kind of already stuck in a situation where your whole livelihood is placed upon this person. And let's be clear, when most time when you see these videos or you hear these stories, and that's the first thing you see, so many women in the comment section like, why they didn't leave? Because realistically, the same way, if you got fired right now from your job, if you don't have a bunch of bread already saved up, what are you gonna do? So, and that's for most women who are in that situation. You have allowed yourself so many times where it's like, let's say we've been together for 3-4 years and this person never even raised their voice at me. So you're not even thinking of that at all. So now it's kind of like you stuck in a hard place, to be honest, where it's kind of like, all right, the first time they might put your hands on, you don't have, especially let's say if you don't have a bunch of family to lean on. And a lot of times that's how it be. Most of these women, if you really understand or know women who have dealt with this stuff, most of them 9 times out of 10, come from a family where they really don't comfortable to go back running to their family. So this dude kind of got her literally by the balls where it's like, I have no way out. What else can I realistically do besides kind of like put up for it? And then sometimes in the back of their mind, they'll probably say it's not that bad. And I've literally heard women, I'm talking about when they give you so detailed to these stories, it'll make you sad as a man, especially like, let's say, and y'all know me, I'm somebody on the internet, I be flirting with women from all over the country. So it's hard, like as a man, you almost defensive because she's telling you about a story that may have happened 3 years ago and she lived in Texas and I live in DC. It's like, what can I realistically do besides try to just listen to her story and try to figure out where you can plug and play in on the conversation to give her some, but she 9 times out of 10, when she's going into the details and telling the story, she's 9 times out of 10 just crying, and she really kind of just, you kind of want people to know what you've been through. And that's the sad thing, because most women don't be having a safe place to actually be able to explain these stories. And there'd be so many women who have got pregnant by someone, and thank God for Cassidy, she didn't have a kid with Diddy, because there's so many women who realistically have been in domestic violence relationships and then they gotta sit here and they end up having a kid with this dude. So now you gotta look, and this kid look just like him. So every time you look at your kid face, sometimes you gotta kind of be like, you love your kid, but you still feel so defeated when you look at this little kid, especially if it's a little boy and he grow up and looking just like his dad. That sometimes where the women have those moments where it be so dark. And that's the sad thing when you see a lot of women be in the comment section. And that's why I don't even like the 50-50 conversation. I do want to sit and say off the rip, a lot of this stuff where even when we sit here talking about how this behavior becomes okay, them 50-50 conversations, y'all champion Carisha with the Diddy stuff. I've been told all y'all was corny for that. But all of that is a trickle down, because when you had those conversations that women are looking for a provider, then you land in, we talk about this all the time. We talk about football players. And a lot of football players get to kind of move under the radar because they're not as popular as Diddy. And you see, even I feel so sorry for so many of the women who have to deal with that with athletes, where it's like, he ain't Patrick Mahomes, he's not LeBron, or he's not one of these highlight athletes. So you kind of dealing with this with the dude in the middle of the roster. He got a couple dollars and he could put you up in a home, but then he started sitting here because one day he just have a bad workout or he about to get cut or whatever case may be, and he come home and beat on his woman. This story is so... It's so common and it's so redundant, and that's the sad thing. And when you see women in the comment section, that's why I don't like I said, I get so retired of the relationship conversations, because I know most of the women haven't even been through none of the stuff that you praising.
And that's my thing. Even with you, I was like, even on the last part, it was just like, I'm not trying to sit here and give you the kick. I mean, I'm giving you the kickback, but it's also, we not there. Nobody has a perfect life. There's no perfect situation. You can look at it, whatever everybody put on the front screen or whatever we see, it might be perfect, but deep down behind closed doors, we don't know what's going on. No,
I'm cool. I mean, I think, and I guess even just, I mean, I just do want to stay on this topic, and I guess we can bounce around later when we talk about Shaq. But even it does sometimes, and that's why I sit here and say, I remember we talked about this maybe a couple months ago when we were sitting here saying, what do you define by discipline? And you kind of try to give people the lean way out and just be like, oh, if people just go to work and pay their bills, that's some form of discipline. And that's why I say no, because we got to find a way to kind of take money out of the category when we're talking about having some form of discipline. Because a lot of people could just have money. You can just go to work and pay bills and feel like you're an adult. But when you sit here, when I talk about discipline, the first two things, the easiest things to me where you kind of can really challenge somebody on their discipline is working out, or even just your prayer life. I ain't sitting here telling you to go pick up which religion. You could do whatever you want. I'm not telling you how to work out or whatever the case may be. But things that may not have, to me, those two things have no guarantee to them. You can work out and probably never lose weight if you can't get a hold of your diet. You can pray every day and your prayers may go unheard. But those things show discipline, because realistically, you don't know that what's going to be the outcome for none of them. You just kind of, it's almost literally a hope and a prayer. I'm going to sit here and get on my knees and pray however many times a day, whatever your religion may be. I'm going to sit here and work out this many hours, and you don't know. That is a line of discipline. And that's why when we skip it and we just throw money, you know what's so crazy? And I almost like, and it's not even been on some troll stuff. It's me literally just remembering how many people ran and you was just Young Miami and Diddy. Oh, this is relationship goals. Why? Because you put money over everything. And I'm gonna tie that into the Caitlin Clark situation in a little bit. When they say they should have made easier schedules. Hold on real quick. When people sit here, everybody is such money. Everything got to do with money. You're willing to sit here and do. I've literally heard grown men sit here and say this girl should have had an easier schedule. It's only 12 teams. How many teams you want when you want to avoid? But that's again when we talk about money. When we talking about the money, the root of money is all the problems. When everybody gassed Diddy up, when y'all was sitting here talking about this album, guess what? All of these things, I ain't never checked. I never came on here, never talked about that Diddy album. I told y'all when y'all was acting bad, y'all was corny. You should have just put it on the floor and left it like it is. Y'all was trying to. That's what I'm telling you. Even when I was listening to Charlamagne today, And I was just like, dog, I love Charlamagne, and I'm glad DJ Envy was on it. Bro, he from New York. He was like, dog, Diddy was never my hero. When was that? Because somebody make good music, he shouldn't be put on some pedestal where he's somebody's hero, dog. He ain't my hero. I never was looking for him to become a hero, but there's so many people who live on that just like, oh, because they do this, that, and the third. Like, bro, that's what it is. Most people, even when I'm talking about those women who have those horror stories, it's because you put money above everything else. It was you. This man probably didn't check off 90% of the other boxes that you really actually needed them to check off, but because they could provide it, you ain't got to work. You ain't got to work all them crazy hours no more. It just sounds like the fantastic life. So then you put you drop your wall, you put your vulnerability down, and you allow this man to control your life.
I think the main question is, do money trump everything?
From 90% of the people in the world, yes. Because most people not okay with being broke. Especially in this day and age on social media. Most dogs, think about it's the easy way for us to laugh and joke about how many people go on vacations and never post who they on vacation with. It's easy to make that a joke, but dog, that's a problem too. You sitting here you're going on vacation with somebody you're not even willing to show the world to, bro. That's a part of the problem. And we make all of this stuff seem like it's supposed to be normal. It's not. So then when you literally watching this man, literally, dog, I can't even call him a man, dog. Anybody around him, all of them Meek Mills and all that, don't go quiet now, dog. You should have never sit here. And again, when I talked about that with Meek, I don't know if I think I may have just made a video, so I didn't even talk about it on the podcast. But though, even with Meek, with the bunny hop and stuff, like, bro, sometimes when is enough money enough for you? Your goal now, when Meek Mills was Meek Mill with the braids and the cornrows, dog, I'm sure whatever your original deal, that's all you dreamed of and that's all you wished for. But then he was like, you had to, like, you literally watching Meek do the bunny hop thing is literally the same thing as me watching Cassie get kicked. It's like, dog, when do you sit here and say, I don't need all of this? Life is more than just, I can live this fancy, luxurious life. I want to be able to rub elbows with the billionaires. Shout outs to Cenat. I appreciate that young man so much when he sit here and told Adin Ross on his live stream, bro, I'm not going to no Michael Rubin party for you. No, I'm not. Why would I go there? I'm not going there for what? What was the reason? I got invited last year and I didn't go. And that's what I'm talking about, when principles and morals, and when you lack, so many people lack principles and morals, bro. It was so many people who sit here and champion Cassie and, I mean, not Cassie and Diddy, but Diddy and Young Miami. Though you champion that behavior. Because you're championing a woman, she don't got to work and she just getting spoiled, she getting these cars and she getting all this. Now you see what you get behind. And that's why Young Miami can't even get on the social media page. She ain't been on in the last 3 days. Like, why not? Because you, again, when we talked about it last week, you have put so much of your career on what you got, what you don't have, what other people don't got, what they do have. Like, bro, that's weak. I don't care. It's no other way you can tell me that's some of the weakest stuff you possibly can do as a human being, dog. You have to be, everybody who ever hear my voice, I don't care how many years later you see this video, bro, it's okay not to have it. And everybody live and die on trying to have it. You're willing to put up with anything to get it. And that's not even me talking about Cassie. I'm talking to the people who sit here and champion that stuff. And then for all the women who literally be in the comment section talking about, oh, why did you stay? Dog, you just never had nobody sit here and say, hey, matter of fact, perfect example, why did you stay in your parents' house for so many years when you were sitting here, you tired of them telling you, oh, go wash your clothes and this, doing that, third, get out, you got to cut this down, cut this down. You stayed for years because you had nowhere else to go. You had nothing else to do. Especially for most women, I'm sure y'all done had that, y'all bump heads with y'all mother way earlier than dudes do. So that same reason why you stayed in there or you didn't just rush to go leave, dog, because it takes time, because it's catching you off guard. So you got to sit here and be like, you're just in a vulnerable situation and somebody mentally and physically are abusing you. And there's some women out here who may never literally have had a man put hands on them, but mentally has abused them just as bad. And you trying to figure out, dog, I'm so sick and tired of this thing. I'm sure when I was listening to the Breakfast Club and they was reading off the numbers and the stats on how many people go through domestic violence every day was insane how high that was. And I'm talking about, I've literally just via social media, probably in the last year, have at least met 5 or 6 different women who got similar stories, if they not almost damn near verbatim the same exact story. And sometimes it'd be literally after you didn't got pregnant, or sometimes it'd be in a car. It'd be so many different scenarios, bro. It is sad. And that's why I can't believe how many women that I seen in the comment section kind of still just trying to be like, come up with just different way. Like, why you wait so long? Like, bro, you are.
No, and I feel like even and we even spoke on this, and I told you before, even when it first came out, I said, he is fine until we see evidence. And now that we see evidence, this is like, nobody can vouch for it. And it's just like, at the end of the day, it is what it is. A lot of people has been through this and even a lot worse than this. But because somebody with that type of money and power, where money can, you know what I'm saying? And even with the whole hotel situation, he said he paid $50,000 for that video to not even be in existence. So I feel like a lot of people go beyond just to try to clean up and put that perfect image out there. And like I said, the thing about it is it's tasteless. And even for Diddy, it's just like, if you knew what you did, why even put it out there like, oh, I'm innocent? And I feel like that's the slap in the face. Just like, if you have this whole audience saying, well, I didn't do, you did it. And there's evidence out there that you did do it. Why even speak? If you did it, just say, all right, it is what it is. I got caught. That's who I went through a dark path, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I don't think that's realistically nobody want to hear the dark path. Because
nobody, and you're absolutely right about it. But then you shouldn't even, when the first whole thing came out and the whole settlement came out, and you was like, oh, well, Diddy's innocent, blah, blah, blah. Your lawyer spoke all that. But now that we even see the hard evidence, we didn't even see evidence of what Chris Brown did, the Chris Brown situation, where we just saw the picture of Rihanna and we all reacted on it. We didn't know what transpired. And even Rihanna even came out saying, yeah, I might have triggered or whatever the case may be. But we still keep beating Chris Brown. We keep talking about, well, Chris Brown this, Chris Brown this. We saw that video. That video of P. Diddy was worse than anything you can ever see.
But the crazy thing is, even just for like, I heard a clip where Joe Budden was like coming up with excuses why they took, because I didn't even know he took it out of Joe. I thought maybe the video came out too late. They already recorded. So of course, people on social media, and that's one of the scary things, again, when I talk about when you pray for certain things, you got to make sure that you're really ready for that. Because I didn't necessarily know that Joe, I didn't even know Joe even recorded, but he took, like, in the description, people read it and seen it, and he took it out. But my whole thing for him is, as a man, and this is sometimes where, like, and the only reason why I give him slight of a pass, because all he got is his mother. But if you got a niece, a daughter, any or cousins in that age group where you cannot guarantee that this will never happen to them, because if you got an older mother and or older parents and they're closer on the other side of life, you kind of like, all right, this never gonna happen to my mother. That's the only woman in my life, so that's all I got to worry about.
But you can't say that, because it can happen to anybody. It can happen, and just like even you saying you having an older mother, that's fine. If your mother was in a home and even or just getting taken care of. That's no. But listen to what I'm saying. But I can understand, because his excuse was he felt like they just talked about the conversation and just went. Oh, but no, listen to what I'm saying. If you, after you watch that video, if you are a man with any women outside of older women, if you got any women from the ages of 2 years old to 35 or even 40 or even 50, because women in their 50s, if they single, they can still date. So from the age of 2 to 50, and they are able to, from 2 years old to 50, dog, you should have had some compassion as a man to be like, dog, I have to say something. And you should, dog, I'm telling you, and I was just thinking, like, I swear to God, I wanted to do a green screen, but I thought, one, if you did any type of green screen or you reposted that video for clicks and views, just to be like, oh, that's corny to me, dog. I don't respect nobody who re-uploaded that video outside of CNN and of course, like the shade room and stuff, and that's cool, because that's what they do. So they are realistically a news app. They are a news app. I'm talking about people who was trying to make Desi Banks, you corny. I swear to God, I hope somebody punch you, smack in your mouth. What's the little dude from here? Goofy's, you corny. Any of y'all who redid this video or had anything to do with it, you're corny. Bro, that's corny, dog. Ain't nothing funny about that. You can't make no joke. You can't redo it. Whatever the little dude who popular on TikTok for doing the little Uzi thing, anybody who try to make a joke and dog, I cannot respect nobody for doing it. I don't even respect people for who, if you just a regular person on Instagram and you or Twitter or whatever, and you reposted that video, bro, you're trifling just as well, because you don't know how. And again, that's for, like I said, for a man, how triggering it is to other women. And that's the first thing I thought about. I'm like, I know too many women who personally engage on my page on a daily basis who this affect. I got to be careful on even how I want to speak on this, because I know women who have dealt with it. I got a niece, I got cousins. I don't necessarily know what I would do if one of them called me and said something like that happened to them, dog. No, and that's why.
And the only thing I'm gonna think about is going to jail.
You're absolutely right about it. And
so as a man, for Joe and them, I can't. You should have just blacked out. Whatever when you first see that video, and if I was literally in front of this mic and we recorded, you should have just whatever your feelings was, let it go raw, dog. You cannot come up with no excuse on why you just didn't let your raw emotions go. Because I've been holding this in for days, like this was burning a hole in my soul, dog.
And I feel like even in this society, how we are now, what we click on, what we view, and me personally, I feel like even that whole video, CNN put it out, and it's just like, damn, well, everybody keep reposting it. I'm just like, well, damn, y'all didn't even have the video, but you repost. I'm like, you don't know how it make other people feel, or
but you can. No, I'm not mad at CNN. No, that's what I'm saying. I'm not mad at big. If your outlet is a news outlet like CNN, the Shade Room, because realistically, most people wouldn't have seen it. If it was just on CNN, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I would have never seen it. I'm not talking about the Shade. This is the one time I'll shoot the Shade Room, the Neighborhood Talking, all them some bail, because those, to me, they are outlets. It don't matter how you take the news. Realistically, they give you the news. Especially for most people, if you on your phone all day and you not following. See, even realistically, CNN got a horrible social media page unless you follow them like on Twitter. But no, I mean, well, it's a watermark. It's on the watermark on the video. It's like they put it like a CNN. Damn, they made it seem like it was a CNN exclusive. But that's what I'm saying. So when you see those things, it was just like, bro, this is a man who never I literally only had one argument with a woman. One argument. So dog, you can't. It's like, nah, dog. It's insane. I can't respect nobody. His son, I swear to God, if you, and this is my thing, if
we had this conversation last week,
it's a dub for him, but we had it about 4 weeks before that. When they raided the house and you asked me, do he still got a career? Ain't no career for them. It's over for all of them.
And that's my only thing is just like, you don't even know what's going on or whatever even get put out there for you to even speak on about that. Though I don't even want to hear that. No, nothing. I don't want to hear it. Because at the end of the day, it is what it is. And a lot of people who live on that hill, R. Kelly this, R. Kelly. We didn't even see no video of R. Kelly.
Yeah, no,
we didn't even see that. But that's my thing. We saw this video of what Diddy did, and I feel like at the end of the day, you can't justify it. It is what it is. You can't justify it. And like I said, even with me, yes, I like to hear the music, but you cannot.
Listen to what I'm telling you. That music ain't that deep, bro. That music, y'all nigga,
it's not that deep. But my thing is just looking. I'm just like, okay, you pay for that one incident. How many other incidents that you paid and took care of?
But listen to what I'm Marcus. But listen to my thing is that shouldn't have. You shouldn't have to watch that video for your brain to register like that. Everybody's brain should have registered as soon as that man paid like that. You should have known that he was guilty for whatever they accused him of. Because if he wasn't, he would have sit here and fought. He would have taken the trial.
Yeah.
For him to sit here, literally, it wasn't even maybe a whole 12 hours, and he sit here and tapped out.
Even when we first spoke about it, that's my whole thing. Is like we knew Cassie was with you all the time. She was with you for a long relationship. We know you with Cassidy. So for her to speak up on it and even expose that, we don't even know those little relationships that you in there, whatever you did with Carisha, whatever you did with J-Lo, and even J-Lo and them with that whole situation with Shine, how she even spoke about it. She didn't feel, comfortable with that. Mm-hmm. And that's my thing. I just feel like because you have that money and power, you can try to manipulate or even change things. And it's just like now everything is coming to light. And I feel like why even apologize or even why we speak on it? You knew you was wrong from the jump. You speaking on it 10 years later, 6 years later, 4, like you speaking on it, and a lot of people are going through it with situations where they might have been judged, and it's like you knew you did what you did. And if even more videos come out, because I seen another video where she was hiding under the covers, and I'm like, dog.
The girl, I think that video been out for a second, and people probably really didn't know didn't know how to pay it no mind. But my thing is, even just like I said, with the Meeks, the Stevie J's, anybody, listen to what I'm saying. Even just for people
out there for, and you
for what? Not even. I'm not gonna sit here and say they knew, because they might have didn't. Maybe they have. They wasn't there. But listen to what I'm saying. But the people who did know, like that security guard who coming out now saying something, bro, you're corny. You should guess what you listen to what I'm saying. And that's when I'm talking about money. Oh, people put money over everything, because guess what? You were cool with what Diddy was doing and still doing security with him because he paid him. Diddy should not have no security right now. Any security guard to still work with him, even if I'm his mother, if I'm the security guard mother or father or brother or cousin, bro, why you still work for this man? Allow people to sit here and be able to put hands on him how he feel. His kids shouldn't have no security. Diddy shouldn't have no security. Nobody should be around him. Him and his family, if you feel that tough and you feel like your money is invincible, then come outside and you sit here and ride how you want, and let me see if your hands really work. You and all your sons. So you don't need to. There's not enough money in the world that you could pay me to want to do security for him, dog.
So that's my question. Do money speak more power than respect?
Yes, obviously, people still do security for him. He still got security guards right now. King Los was right there. I swear to God, dog, this man, if me and this man, baby mother wasn't real life friends, bro, this nigga's trifling. And I'm not even gonna lie. I could stop myself from DMing her like, bro, this is who you had a kid with. This nigga's a cornball. But guess what? I understand. That's why you were a ghostwriter. You never had a real career, because anybody literally who is still with Diddy after that video was out, bro, you're corny, dog. It's no way to explain it besides you would do anything for money. And if you're around somebody like that and you've seen that video and you still okay with taking money or getting money with this person, that means you'll take pipe. And I ain't even gotta say no Diddy for that, because I feel like you really gay. It's nothing else. You will literally do anything. If you are literally still around a man who with that video sit here and went viral and you okay with that, dog, you will literally do anything. And that's just, I can't, it's no other explaining that. His sons, none of them should have no type of security. There's no way in hell you could tell. It's not enough money he could pay me to still want to do security, dog. It's endless celebrities every day who need security. Go find another job, dog.
I send my prayers. I send my prayers to anybody who is going through that or even dealing with these situations. I wish you can find freedom. I wish you can find freedom. And like I said, we not in that situation. We don't know how it is. We don't know how it feels. I'm just me personally. I just pray that you can You can set yourself free or even feel like you free to be, you know what I'm saying, to be yourself.
But sometimes it's not about money. Like you got regular people that deal with this on a regular basis that
Who don't have no money.
They don't have no money.
Mhm.
It's that it may be the person distance them from their family, so they can't really go back to their family.
Right.
So then it's more so they could be afraid.
And no, and
They
that's
could be
my thing.
afraid to
And
do
that's my thing. I feel like once you in that situation, you have the money and you have that power because I made you cut everybody off.
But no, like she said, it don't necessarily have to be money. It could be somebody.
No, but
you want some. You can downsize it smaller. Let's take away the money. You could just be providing somebody somewhere to live, bills free, and that's how realistically most time to get it. It's not. We ain't gotta make it like you got to be a super multi-millionaire like Diddy. It could be a dude with a couple $100,000 and just
but
introduce a woman to a lifestyle where she don't got to work no more.
But just even introducing that side to that lifestyle was just like. Maybe I cut myself. Oh, I can tell you, oh, your family. No, they don't fuck with you like that. They don't want to sit here. You got to go to. I got to work. You doing whatever you're doing. You know, just give them to the next. You know what I'm saying? Like because that's the power I have over you. I'm cutting you off of your family, who told you shouldn't even deal with me from the beginning. I'm cutting that off, so I do have the upper hand of it.
Right, that's what we saying. You ain't repeat what we said.
But from but even the money, like taking the money out, it's just me manipulating you, or even putting that in your head is like I'm gonna take your family out because I can do more for you than what your family doing for you.
No, I mean I hear that part and it's cool, but again, that all goes to the beginning conversation. What I'm saying is sometimes you have to, as adults. You got to kind of ask yourself what's more important. Sometimes I think people put money too much important because if you're talking about principles and morals, if your family don't like somebody, dog, that should be a red flag to you. But when you sit here and you're glazing over the money situation, if this person is leading me by money, because if your older family members or men or women in your family are telling you, oh, this person that's no good for you, and you still kind of blindsided because you're so infatuated with like gifts, and because 9 times out of 10, it's not just somebody can't just talk you like this. They're gonna have to do something a little bit to lure you in, and 9 times out of 10, it has something to do with money. So you're allowing this person to lure you away from your family when they sitting here telling you, nah, this person not no good for you. I can see them, or when y'all having different little debates, whatever. Again, that's what I'm saying. You have to start judging people beyond what they can do. And that's why I said, again, to me, one of the worst conversations be those 50-50 conversations, all these relationship conversations, especially when it's tied down to money. It don't have nothing to do with, oh, this person is an amazing person. This person sit here and go to church every day. And I'm not sitting here saying, oh, you can run and hide behind the church, because that TD Jake's like, bro, you got to take a little bit of the blame for that, because you was bumping elbows with Diddy too. For what reason? Like, bro, you're TD Jakes. What did you never in your life should have been nowhere near Diddy? I don't care if he was trying to get his life right with Christ. Before you get to me, show me your local pastor that you was already bumping elbows with. Because guess what TD Jakes won't do? You won't never pass that microphone and let some random brand new preacher get on stage with you. He got to earn his stripes. He got to show some credibility. He got to earn himself a fan base. So for TD Jakes, there's no way in the world you should have even allowed Diddy in your space like that. So now you kind of look crazy. Like, I never want to have to hear TD Jakes have to defend, not like even bring this up to the pulpit, dog. Like, that to me was crazy. Like, it's just certain, like, come on, dog.
So do you stop? Do you even?
But listen to I'm not
because you're a TD Jakes fan. So
but I'm not a TD Jakes. I'm not a TD Jakes. Is not. I'm a more Sarah Jakes than I am TD Jakes. So it's not. It's never been I'm a super running gun for TD Jakes. Nah, that ain't never been my body anyway. Like, I could argue with anybody that I like Sarah over TD Jakes anyway. But like I said, a lot of those things it just go for people where it's just like it's new for you. And like even for Slim Thug, like how you dog nobody. But again,
bring your ass to the front line, because you was down on it heavy.
But that's my point, because he's corny, dog. He's corny, and that's my point. And sometimes, again, I can't even just make it is a black thing, but this is just a world thing, though. We prioritize money and fame so much. Even in, like I said, when you could tie it into sports, like at one point in time, like I'm sure if you watch enough sports now, you should know for a fact. You don't have to play a sport to give me good takes, because I can tell you realistically, we talking about horrible sports takes. 90% of them come from the players who actually play the sport, and you allow it to rock because he played the sport, so you think he know more than you, dog. He got to watch the game just like you got to. What are we talking about? So that's just like for Slim Thug, bro. I never, dog, you got like 2 songs that people actually care about. I don't care about your opinion on dating, and that's my thing sometimes where it's so corny, where people be so like, you didn't have to run to defend him the first time. Guess what? You didn't never have to backtrack. None of these people would have had to backtrack, recant their statements if you didn't jump out the window for him in the first place. You had no reason to.
Did Stevie J say something?
Who? You said Stevie J? Hell no. He can't. How can he say something?
No, I don't want to say it right now. You
over social media that I happen to just happened just to see as I was coming to church. And the woman said to me, would you please pray for women who are living in danger in their own house? And there was something about the way she said it, and I know she's watching right now. There was something about the way she said it. It was a cry for help. And I realized something when I read what she said. As a father and as a husband and as a son and a mama's boy at that, when I saw the images that have been floating all over the news all week, it became difficult to watch. The atrocious, degrading, demeaning, debauchery. I know who it was, but I saw my daughters. As a man, I saw my daughters, and it made me angry. It made me angry. And I thought, if it affects.
And like I said, what he said on that stage was perfect. But my thing of it is, it would have never even had to come to your pulpit. Yeah, that was his most recent. That was from this Sunday. It would have never even came to your pulpit if you didn't allow this man in your circle or attached to him without him having to do the work. No, most preachers, I'm gonna have to sit here and come to church every Sunday before I have a relationship with you. You allow him, again, when we talk about people putting money above everything, you allow him to skip the line because he's Diddy. He got money, boom, 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 blah. He should have never done. You are TD Jakes. You are in 9 times out of 10. If we talking about pastors of all time, you are in the Mount Rushmore Hall of Fame. I don't care about what your beliefs is or what you think about this man, though. That's who he's supposed to be. And you should have never put your guard down to allow this man to get that close to you. I watched Russell Westbrook, though, with him and his relationship with John Gray. I watched sermons of Russell Westbrook. Watched John Gray and Russell Westbrook and his wife. It was right there in the front row of the congregation. That's the difference. Ain't no skipping no line, dog, to get to no pastor because you got money. You got to earn your stripe, and you got to be able to earn that pastor's beliefs. And I'm disappointed in TD Jakes for even dropping his God for Diddy. That's corny to me.
Can I ask you a question? I mean, you up on the you watched this since it started back up.
You said the Shy?
Yeah. So is that the same situation as with his father and whatchamacallit, Duda?
Who father?
The big boy, his father, the pastor. Is that the same kind of situation where it's just like, what Duda is doing and how he's tearing down the community, but you still accept this money? And it's
I'm gonna be honest. I don't necessarily know. I'm not gonna sit here and put it like TD Jakes knew like he seen that video and he knew that was what Diddy had going on. Because let's be clear, like I told you, he didn't. TD Jakes. This is the first time I've heard TD. We just talked about that a couple weeks ago when I said I haven't seen TD Jakes preach in a minute after the lawsuit came out. But what I'm sitting here saying is, even just especially for so many people like Revolt, I seen them put out a statement, bro. Y'all need to just change the name because that shit is that is a dub. It's no good with that name because he didn't work so hard to brand it. And let's be clear, that's one thing you can't take from him. I don't drink, period. So none of that liquor stuff got nothing to do with me. But every time I see somebody with a Revolt logo on their videos now, I'm still gonna think of Diddy. Like, change the name. It's cool. You can keep the YouTube channel. You can keep it whatever it is. Change the name, dog. Sorry, you got to come up with a new name. Him selling the company, cool. Y'all better figure out a new name. You can't keep it that name. You can change it. All you got to do is go on your YouTube channel and change the name. Figure out a new logo, change the name until the meantime, and then y'all can re-promote it or rebrand it. But right now, it's a dub. That network is trash. Everybody on there is taking money from that. Bro, y'all got to stop running for a bag. Everything lined back to what would you do for some bread? Because everybody who's complacent and working in these companies or working around him, who was yes men around him, it was for money. Right. You don't want to work for your money. Meek Mills, whoever, the long list of people who've been sucking him off and didn't want to take no stands. No, work for your money or do your hands work. You're a grown man. Let's even go back to Joe, his original comment. Say, like, I think even last week when he was saying, I don't want to go too crazy on the sun because I still be seeing. So your hands don't work. You're a grown man. You are an adult. If you can't defend what you got or your opinion that you have, bro, you might as well zip it up then, dog. Unplug these mics. If your hand don't work, it's no good for you. I ain't trying to hit nothing you gotta say, dog. I lose respect for men who can't sit here, dog. You can just, it should have never took that long. I'm glad that I've been on this stance when everybody was, oh, you heard this new Diddy album? Nah, dog. What are y'all talking about?
Well, some of them may have never spoke out because they might be doing the same thing.
Oh no, for sure. Of course, you're absolutely right. But that's again. So that to me, if I'm a woman, I gotta pay attention to that. If as a woman, you should pay attention to the men that's too quiet, because I totally agree with what you're saying. The men who aren't willing to just run to go speak up, 9 times out of 10, because you're absolutely right. They done probably done something on their own. Because I even seen Safari said something, and then Erica Mena kind of like wrote, like lingering to it, like, yeah, never mind, I'm gonna let you live. So you're absolutely right. You can absolutely be right. The men who are too quiet, but my thing of it is, if that's what you got in your skeletons in your closet, I can't respect you neither. Because that's my whole thing. I think we talked about this. I'm probably almost like a year ago now. When I talk about when people brag about having their jerseys hung up in a roster because they didn't slept with so many women. If you really felt like you got it like that, you should never be in no predicament where you got to put your hands on a woman. If you really feel like you got your way with women and I can have any woman in the world, then okay, if she about to leave, let her roll then, dog. What are we talking about? What's the point? What are you realistically getting so upset for? Why are you sitting here trying to sit here and feel like I got to argue with this woman or put my hands on her to keep her to stay? And if you really feel like you him, you can't. There's no way in the world you can feel like you him if you sit here and feel like you got to sit here and man, that's weak.
Just controlling. That's 100% controlling, because you want to control your narrative. You want to control everything around you just to feel like you are the man.
Yeah, and shout out to Peloton. Peloton, you said Peloton is taking a stance on deleting all Diddy. I respect that, dog. It's a rap. Like, pack them up. I don't know what y'all holding on to. Like I said, I grew up on No Limit and Snoop Dogg, so I'm cool on whatever bad boy music y'all don't want to delete. I don't care. You won't never hear me. I can go the rest of my life and not hear all about the Benjamins. Like, that's probably literally to me the only Diddy song that y'all can argue about. Everything else it's a rap, dog. I don't care. Like, what do you like? I get it. I couldn't believe. Like, shout out to DJ Envy, dog. He always find a way.
What did he say?
It was just because him and Charlamagne was having a conversation about, because Charlamagne kept using the word hero. He was like, man, it's crushing me because I feel like I'm grieving. We lost a hero. Yeah, and he not saying he was. Yeah, he basically said Diddy was a hero. He said he was a black hero. Mm-hmm. And Envy was smoking. He's like, dog, I had a father in my house, and my dad, was my hero. Looking up to celebrities because they make good music or they know how to promote a clothing brand. Like, bro, that's it. What we talking about? That's all he did, and that's what made him a hero to you. And he was just like, nah, well, the definition of hero, you kind of make it something out of nothing. Like, I guess, dog. I guess. Like, that just, to me, I don't, like, you can't. Yeah, that's weak. I ain't gonna hold you.
And nobody's perfect. And I feel, like I said, at the end of the day, a lot of people speak and say,
but listen to what I'm saying. Screw that not everybody's perfect. The same thing I always tell you, though. We live in a day and age where you can show, though, you're gonna have to, how you show up on social media, people going to judge you off of that, and people will stop giving you the benefit of the doubt on a lot of things. And you want to show up for people and show people that you are somebody different. No, you ain't got to even that apology post. Like, nigga, this happened in 2016. So you just felt sorry today?
No, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right about that.
And that's even just when we're going later on when we talk.
And I think that might be the main thing. And that's why I even told you before, it's just like the whole lawyer, when the whole settlement came out, we read all them pages. A lot of people broke down them pages. If then you didn't even apologize then, and you came out, your lawyer made a statement for you. It was like, oh, this is not true. Don't believe the shit. You knew they was true. Then you should have took the initiative and say, I was going through some things at that time, blah, blah, blah. I feel like you probably wouldn't even be catching half of this shit that you catching now. And if you would have owned it,
that video come out, though, you catching that same
I'm saying, but the video probably when it came out, if he would have owned it, when the whole settlement and everything came out, if he would have owned up to it and say, yeah, I was in my darkest of whatever the times, and I'm blah, blah, blah. This is what it is, blah, blah, blah. It probably would have lessened the blow if we didn't see the video.
But
because we saw the video.
But he paid them for a reason, so he figured it was done with. So why admit to something if I got rid of it?
But that's what I'm saying. So if you admitted then, but when that whole,
but yeah, you're not listening to what she's saying. If he paid to get rid of the video, in his mind, he probably thought the video was gone.
Yeah, he can get away with it.
Yeah,
but that's what I'm saying. But if you knew you was what I'm saying, if you knew you was wrong and what you're apologizing now for, if you knew you was wrong, whatever the pace you was going through or whatever, for you apologizing now, you knew this video was even available. And now you just panic because even after the raid, we always wondered what was the raid about to get those type of videos or whatever you had in there. So my thing is, you knew you had those videos or you knew whatever you had in your house and you didn't get it taken care of. And now all of a sudden, now we see it. Because who's to say it's not even more videos of you, whatever you did? How do you explain that? You can't keep apologizing for those videos.
Yeah, but again, that's why I said like I said, when we talking about, and I just want to bring this in as a topic, and we can bring it back later. But even just when I'm saying how you present yourself on social media, like with Future and Russell Wilson, bro, people going every time this come up, like they're going to pile on Future and judge him. Facts. Because it can't keep just saying, I'm a dad and I really don't post on social media. No, if you post anything on social media and you keep skipping your kids, bro, it's going to be eventually, we're going to have a conversation. And that's what I'm saying. That's all if people got to judge you off of is your social media. No, you got to present yourself a certain way. People going to be able to judge your character. If you're a podcaster, every time you get on this mic, people going to judge you off of the way you are, what you passionate about, the topics that you skip. People pay attention to those things. So, in the way you sit here and show up on social media, you can't sit here and be like, I'm gonna show up for the good times, or I can show up with every girlfriend I have, but I'll never come up here and show up here for my kids. Like, you know how crazy Future look right now, realistically. And the reason why I'm tired of him, because I feel like those two things kind of go hand in hand right now. There's no way that you can sit here, you getting off a tweet, and for your son's birthday, him and Sierra and Russell Wilson was at the on court side with your kid, bro, and for a NBA playoff finals game, like a closeout game at the Celtics. Like, what are we talking about, dog? And they don't live in Boston. He played for the Steelers. Like, what are we talking? Like, stop, dog. And you know why they did it? And people was in the crazy things, like when you read the comments and see people doing the math for you, and they was like, oh yeah, Russell, baby Future is Jason Tatum is his favorite player. And I'm like, oh my God, dog. How, like, as a dad, you can't, guess what you can't do? You can't say, hey, I don't post on social media your way through this one. Your son's stepfather took him to go see his favorite player in a closeout game, dog. It's a wrap for you. Your music is cute, but you as a man, it's a dub, dog. You're going to have to figure it out. And that's my point. We cannot keep allowing these people to give them a pass on because how they do. Everybody else on social media got to show their whole life. Bro, that little suit. And if you ain't Beyonce and Jay-Z at this point, all that trying to hide your celebrity, nah, dog, it's a wrap for that one. It ain't going to work for me. Sorry. Because everybody could keep this secret life. When you keep trying to hide, then yeah, when it's time for the city and pull them curtains back, you look nasty. A lot of them look nasty. So I don't, like I said, we ain't got to keep beating the dead horse on that conversation. But yeah, for everybody who was picking a side and was trying to ride for Diddy, you look nuts right now. You look extremely nuts. I
know you do.
And for all the people who was crying about Gucci Mane with the no Diddy, listen to what I'm saying. And I meant to even start this off with it. I'm glad before we get out of here, dog. That the way y'all supported Kendrick Lamar hating on Drake, dog. That no Diddy song by Gucci Mane should be the biggest song all summer long. If you really want to show the same way y'all wanted to show Drake how tired y'all was of him, if you really got real morals and principles, dog, every day you should stream that no Diddy song.
But hold up, even the no, and that's why I said. I don't even want to hear that phrase.
Why not?
No. Because we tied it to. We tied it to some to homo, no homo, no homosexual. We tied it to the whole gay allegations that he had. We didn't even tie it to him putting his hands on women. That's why I'm saying I don't even want to hear it because go back to no homo. I don't want to hear the no Diddy because like I said, we didn't see no video of him doing the gay shit.
I mean, it don't matter. I don't care.
We shouldn't even mention it. We shouldn't even mention
Man,
it at all.
I want his name to mean nothing, but like a joke now. He is a joke. I don't know. No Diddy. Keep using no Diddy. No Diddy should be the biggest slang. Like, dog, it's a dub for you. The same way people could do the BBL Drizzy and keep joking on Drake. Nah, it's time to pause on the Drake jokes and let's lean double hard on this Diddy situation. Nah, dog, it's cool. Like, his name should not mean absolutely nothing but a joke and disgust at this point. So use him just like we use no pause and whatever the case may be. No Diddy should be the biggest word this summer. Every time, every club, every DJ. Though if I'm a DJ and I'm in the club and you sit here, ladies, you sick and tired of dealing with men who sit here, boom, I would just drop that no Diddy. And everybody should just be rapping that word for word because though he's a disgusting human being and we have to, that song should be the goddamn biggest song of the summer. If y'all really feel that way about Diddy and you really tired of domestic violence and you tired of people being that trifling and that nasty, bro, that's to me, that Gucci Mane No Diddy song should be absolutely the biggest song this summer. But like I said, we can move on. The crazy thing is, I guess we can move on to real quick because we don't got to stay on this too long. But for the teacher who I think he got fired, I believe at this point, he kept finding every video and every excuse for why he shouldn't have got fired because you see other teachers doing other things. So he found some white teacher with a bald head who was getting his head paused bedazzled by his students. And he was like, so what's the difference between this and what I was doing? Let me give you a word of advice. Bro, that was gay. That white man allowing his students to bedazzle his bald head, guess what? Ain't nothing sexual about that. That was gay, dog. I'm not about to let nobody bedazzle my head. That's the difference. I didn't see this and be like, oh, this is sexual. This is something intimate. No, nigga, I looked at this white man like, oh, you're different. You're weird for allowing people to bedazzle your whole head. Nothing about that video looked like, oh, this was like, nah, dog. That's the difference. And you were weird. And you really made me feel like you was on something other, you freaky little boy, whatever. Like, nah, dog. Sorry.
Like that video, it was just girls bedazzling his hair. It was the boys too.
It was just girls. But nigga, what little boy gonna get up and bedazzle another man?
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. When you said it was gay, I'm just thinking.
Even if it's a bunch of girls, nigga, you look fruity, letting allow people to bedazzle your hair.
That's what I'm saying. But when he kind of compared, that's what I'm saying. When you comparing it to somebody else, is it you had boys there, and it's like, all right, it looked kind of questionable.
Yeah, it just looked wild. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, but that one was a dub, dog. Let's get to your man real quick. I do want to get to your man, Shaq, because you try to shoot him bail, and I told you, bro, he's just weak and he's a freaky little man.
He's just a man with money.
My baby mama before. Did he? My baby mama showed me the message, and he was flirting. He was like trying to get at her. I say, yo, hey, man, that's the mother of my kids, man. That's their mom. I say, big bro, I respect you and you my dog, but I'm gonna need you to ease up off this, big fella. You know, I don't want no issues. You big as shit. He was like, oh shit, damn, that's your girl? Oh, my bad, little bro. I ain't know.
I respect that.
I'm like, all right, bro. It's cool, peace, cool. Don't let it happen again.
If I'm a sniper, right? Snipers respect snipers. If that's your woman, right? And you love her and all that, then show her that. Then show the world that. Why you hiding her?
I gotta know.
No, but so hold on. So I'm saying is, if that's your woman, y'all all together and all happy family, like you telling Shaq, why you not on her page? Why you holding the kids? Why you not kissing on the page?
Listen,
how would I know?
This is my advice for snipers, because I once was a sniper. You know, I'm a good guy now. You know, and I live righteously. Shoot your shot. I ain't mad at you shooting your shot, but just be cautious, man, because you don't know who you really shooting your shot at. And one of these little Instagram models are cute little tenderonis, whatever you want to call them. They might be taken by somebody.
So again, like I told you last week, Shaq is just a horny man, dog.
But even that example you pay, you what you just sit here and played, he can't be mad at it if he not even claiming.
No. No, listen to what I'm talking about. We can get to that part. I played it for you because I told you Shaq ain't him. You thought Shaq, because I don't necessarily. No Diddy for you. Your infatuation with Shaq. No, you was trying to make it seem like he's Shaq. And this, and
I didn't say it was Shaq. I just said because he has money. He don't want to talk to nobody. He don't want to do. That's most of y'all niggas who has money that don't want to talk to nobody. You're going to sit here and lead with money, right?
I don't know what you're talking about. I told you Shaq ain't him, and that's why he in people DM. If he was him, he wouldn't have to be the thirsty old man in somebody DM all the time. I told you that last week, and this was the perfect. It was just like, dog, look at God. Boom, here we go. Here go another example. And then I screenshotted you a young lady who said, dog, she was just like, she watched the clip and was like, oh yeah, Shaq really is that horny. He tried to offer me 2 bands. I sent you the screenshot, exactly what she said verbatim. We was at dinner and somebody who we had a mutual friend, he tried to set up the play. He offered me 2 racks, but he was so corny and he was so aggressive with the bread. No, she did. Yes, of course. She was going to take the bread if he wasn't a cornball.
But my thing is, that's what I'm just saying. How many of them out here who just lead with their money? They're going to do whatever they got to do behind their social media platforms to, all right, I'm not going to holler at you. I live off of social media. That's how I met 90% of the women off of social media. I don't have the game to sit here and talk to somebody in front, face to face. But my thing, that's why I'm just trying to see you sitting there saying, oh, you this and that. How many niggas are in people DMs who don't belong in the DMs? That's my only thing. Like
Marcus,
I said,
so you're proving my point. He ain't him. That's all I was telling you. Okay. That don't. I didn't say
social media. You not him.
No, you're missing the point. You're absolutely. This one thing I have learned about men, because I had to even check a few dudes in my comment section. Though dudes, I've listened. I agree with women. Dudes don't listen to listen. Like you hear what I'm saying, but you're not listening to what I'm telling you. It's not a problem about being in somebody's DM, but when you have to be the aggressor in the DM, that's the problem, because you're not him. If you got to leave, no, you're missing the point. If I had to shoot the original shot where it's the point where somebody going to show a screenshot. It's a difference between if you lead me into your DM, like if you throw me the alley-oop to meet you in the DM, you're not going to screenshot it and be like, hey, look who in my DM. So when it comes to that, guess what he do? Okay, I'm on Instagram. Boom, I see this girl. She look good. Boom, boom, boom. I'm thirsty. I'm gonna go smack her DM. She didn't throw you the alley-oop to come in the DM. You came thirsty in the DM. That's what I'm talking about when I said didn't say he's not him. It's not about you sitting here, everybody being people DM. Yeah, I don't go nowhere. I talk to women on social media, but guess what I'm not doing? I'm not trying to come to a club I'm not invited to, dog. If you ain't get the flyer to come to this club, bro, don't come. That's what I'm telling you. That's the difference between being him and you just being a thirsty, old, horny man on social media. Yeah, I'm always in somebody's DM, so I'm super thirsty. Duh. That's the difference. Don't know what to tell you, dog. That's just what happened. Hate to tell you that. Sorry, your favorite basketball player is a thirsty, horny old man. Dog, I don't know what to tell you. It ain't even about the money thing. It's just about, dog, he ain't him. And most women who got dudes with their own bread, they not gonna find him attractive. And they gonna always put him on blast. And that's what happened again. Shout outs to Deshaun Jackson.
Oh, can you play the Marshawn? I mean, the clip I sent you with Shady about the Matumbo?
Where you send that at? When? You just sent it?
Yeah, I think I sent it today. When he was saying that was the first time tricking.
No, you ain't send it to me.
I'll send it. I'm gonna send it in the group.
But anyway, I mean, why you looking forward? Shout outs to Bel Air. Bel Air is coming back for season 3, and the season premiere will be August 15th. I'm definitely looking forward to that one because that's definitely how I got hip to Coco Jones. So I'm sure that sometimes you got to learn how to use your platforms, and I think that's sometimes where I like that she don't allow her ego because she didn't have super success. You talking about Grammy nominated? I think she even might have won a Grammy. Yeah, so just for her to still go back on Bel Air, like she literally now she kind of really going to be the draw. I feel like that show kind of at that time when they first was season 1, it was a perfect marriage for her. But for her to still sit here and just still come and do that show, that to me was like just a smart move, and I'm glad she didn't allow herself to get too big headed to the point where she didn't want to do the show no more. So I do shout outs to them for coming back for that season. I do. What was it, John? Did you say? Oh, I can bring that in a little bit later. Oh, matter of fact, because we did talk about a teacher, it was another teacher from the area, and she sit here and posted a picture. Basically, it was like on Twitter. It was like being thirsty where sit here and go wrong. So she posted a picture where she was, I guess she's a 10th grade teacher, and she posted a picture of basically just of her. It was like her waist down. It was like she was in some leggings, and she basically posted a side view of her butt, and she was like, "Dad, y'all think 10th graders be getting horny when I be in class teaching?" And so, and let's be clear, of course, most women was dragging it. And I think, and this is sometimes, of course, I don't know the age this woman was because she hurried up and deleted it like super fast. So you can't even really find her platform. You could just see other pages that picked it up. And matter of fact, that teacher dude brought it back to people's attention. Like, well, she still got a job and she's sitting here being thirsty. But that was just somebody just being stupid because she didn't do it in class. She took the picture like it was in her bathroom or something, but she just letting people know, hey, I'm a teacher. Do y'all think that my students be like on some pervert stuff? But don't get it twisted. Some people I think DMV Hoods and News try to put her on blast, and like they put out the number that you can call the school board and sit here. Like I was like, that was maybe dragging it a little bit. I just think she was just dumb. I don't know how old she is. She may be like in her 20s and just, I don't know how she thought that was going to work. To be honest, I don't know what response she was looking for from social media, and that response just didn't play out in her favor. But that jump was like kind of like extremely stupid. I was just like, all right, bro, I guess if that's the hill you want to die on, knock yourself out. Oh, matter of fact, I forgot to sit here. Eric Adams, because we did talk when we was talking about the Diddy thing. I forgot. Oh yeah, take the key away. I'm gonna play it.
Spoken about breaking the cycle of domestic violence in New York City, and given everything that's developed over the weekend with P. Diddy, what are you thinking about possibly rescinding the honor that you gave him last year when you presented him with the key to the city?
I think all of us were deeply disturbed by watching that chilling video of the young lady being assaulted by him and the committee and the team. We've never rescinded a key before, but we are now sitting down to see what the next steps forward are going to be.
So you are considering it?
We are taking everything under analysis, and the team will come back with me with a final determination.
All right. Very outspoken about.
That's
revolt.
Yeah, take it back. I ain't mad at it if they do take it back. Take it back.
But what is really the keys to the city?
I mean, I don't know. I ain't never had one. I don't necessarily don't know what it is.
And even when I seen it, I'm just like, why you even consider it? If you saw what you saw, revolt. Why even?
But I guess you probably realistically it's probably a board in the committee, whoever even nominates you for. So I mean, I guess to take it away, you still got to do the proper channels to be able to even take it away. I'm sure you're
gonna catch more even backlash because you saying, "Oh, all right, we about to review through." You should.
No, I think anybody. No, I mean, yeah, I get what I hear what you're saying, but I think anybody who's ever been probably on a board of or any type of committee, it's still proper channels you got to go through to sit here and be able to take something away. Like you can't just randomly like, hey, I'm gonna be this one person and I'm gonna sit here and I'm just gonna take it away. I'm sure if he could, he would. Because trust and believe, Eric Adams, because I listen to enough New York podcasts and stuff and people talk. I'm sure he know they don't like him. Like New York people can't wait to sit here until they can vote again and vote him out of there. So I'm sure if he want any type of of favor and grace with the people of New York City, I'm sure that he know realistically, hey, this would give me some brownie points. I'm sure he would do it if he knew better. But in other news, one thing, shout out to Target. And one thing I guess I can say about people, shout out to people for finally being cheap. And I do think if we can make it cool on social media, I think a lot of these companies will sit here and take their backtrack. So for people who don't know what I'm talking about, McDonald's and Target both have said they about to start reducing prices. McDonald's has seen, I guess, a hit where people stop because realistically, dog, I'm sure if y'all of a certain age, if you in your 30s, you remember when the dollar menu actually was $1. I'm when $9 or something. So McDonald's is trying to figure out how to different meals to be cheap, so people can, because the inflation prices and the prices have got too high. I'm sure they have noticed it took a huge hit in their billing and just in their income on how people are coming in there spending money to frivolously. Because think about it, it's easier for me to be on a diet if I gotta know if I almost got to spend $20 on some McDonald's. Because back in my mind, I'm like, dang, I can kind of go get a salad somewhere for cheaper than $20. I tell y'all all the time, I go through and you go get a bag of kale salad for $5, and that can kind of realistically hold you for 4 days. So if you sit here and just really go on a kale salad dollar, you can spend $8 and eat for the whole entire week. And you can eat like twice a week. Twice off the kale salad. It just depends. Most people, I'm sure you're not gonna go that extreme. But when you take those, but again, if you find a way to sit here and protest on, I'm not about to just keep running to these and going with the I'm not just going with the price gouges. I'm not just about to keep recklessly spending my money and never putting my foot down. Then they're going to just keep upping the prices and feel like, oh, it's sweet. But so obviously their business model and I'm sure that how fluent people normally coming through on the business is slowing down. And that's how they notice like, oh, we probably got to lower our prices again.
But, okay, take McDonald's out of this. But do you think Target is kind of lowering their prices because your competition prices are low? And now you even saying like, damn, for what I got and what I have, I got to at least come close to it, because I'm just comparing between, if we just taking Walmart, if a lot of people not even nowadays more shopping at Walmart than they are at Target for groceries.
No, I don't necessarily, and they're not even talking about groceries. They're just talking about stuff that they got in general.
But that's what I'm saying. But even in Walmart, you go to Walmart for, I'm gonna have that price.
Mm-hmm.
Target is more, it might look better, but I get the better price at Walmart.
For sure.
So that's what I'm just saying. Are you taking your prices down more because now you see the competition is still there and people are still going there? So now I gotta and realistically, again, like I said with the McDonald's thing, I'm sure you noticed that your business is starting to slow down. No, you just trust and believe. People, let's be clear. The same way we talk about music analytics or this song going #1 and this, that, and the third, I'm 100% positive Target and Walmart got a better graphics on their marketing, figuring out what people actually like and what they don't like, or what stuff that people normally used to buy, or this time of the month when people normally this stuff used to normally sell and now this stuff ain't selling out no more, or this time of the year our lines and stuff not going crazy out of the room. I'm sure realistically they know that, so they know what prices, what products used to fly off the shelf, and because they try to up it $2 or $3 up to 9 times out of 10 for most people. When you say, oh, it's just an extra $2, yeah, it don't matter to you the first time, but after that's something that you normally used to buy, you gonna start to kind of feel that extra $2. Especially if it was something that you was kind of buying maybe twice a month, and you're gonna start thinking about it. Oh yeah, whatever. And I'm just going off the low number, but what about the stuff that jumped $5? That extra $5 add up super fast. But I mean, just me. If exit out of McDonald's,
we ain't talking about McDonald's. We're talking about Target.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Because even when they throw McDonald's in it, and I feel like McDonald's is kind of cheaper than everybody else with their prices. Even though McDonald's raised their prices more, but I feel like McDonald's, you get a meal, you get more from McDonald's cheaper than you get anywhere else. But it's just Target, I feel like the value of Target, and that's why I say I shop at Walmart before I would shop at Target.
Oh, okay, but I'll give you a perfect example. For everybody who's seen Paid in Full, I know y'all remember when Ace first started to really start hustling, and the dude was like, man, you can sell it for this, and Ace and Paid in Full, I always remember this even when I first started hustling. Now, I'd rather sit here and have my bags or my product more for just a cheaper price, and I could just sell more. I may not see more profit, but the more I sell, I'm never going to forget how much the profit kept changing. So I'm sure even for McDonald's, where it's like, yeah, everybody else can keep upping their prices, and our prices we can up them a little bit. But if I bring my prices back dramatically, though, I'm sure for a fact, like I said, if you in your 30s, I'm sure you remember, especially when y'all was younger, when you were like, say if you was in your 30s, I'm sure when you was 18, 19, 20, 21, though, you'd wait, you've been high or drunk and waited in that McDonald's drive-through line for for a brick. You so high, you so drunk, you don't care. You waiting, but when that dollar menu was an actual dollar, I'm sure a lot of people who listening to my voice right now, you remember waiting in line for probably 30 to 40. It don't matter. You didn't care. You was just drunk and high. You just wanted to eat something, and you didn't mind waiting in that line for that dollar menu because it was actually a dollar. And guess what? Realistically, you probably still spent more than a dollar. You probably still spent $5 or $6. You may even spent $10, but you didn't care because you got 10 double cheeseburgers for $1.
But that's why I say with Target. We like I said, if we take McDonald's out of that, Target price has always been higher than everybody else. That's my only thing is like, yeah, you lowering your prices now because I can get it from Amazon, I can get it from Walmart.
Yeah, so you gotta figure out.
So now you bring yours down because everybody else is more convenient than you are.
I mean, yeah, but I still think I know for a fact that they can look at their analytics and see that what time of the year the store probably you normally used to be packed, when people used to probably get a certain amount of money back or tax return money or whatever, and you notice that the stores ain't packed like it used to be, you going to look in that mirror and be like, yeah, it's some of these prices that we kind of took up too high and we probably can bring them back down. So man, shout out to people, stop spending money recklessly. I understand on social media everybody like to act like they rich, but bro, it's cool to not spend your money and just fold on how these companies try to allow it, because when you do, then they kind of got to hit their pockets and they got to realize like, all right, maybe we got to come back down to reality because these people don't got money just to be wasted. But I'd rather hear the woman's opinion on this product. I'm sure 9 times out of 10, most women spend more money in Target than we do. So
I know this Target, they'll list the price, and then when you go to ring it up, it's a higher price.
Yeah, that'd be blown.
So I take pictures of the tags. So when I get up there, it's like, oh, we didn't know, we're gonna readjust it, but they're way too expensive.
Yeah, I hate when they do that. That blows me.
That's why I just say I feel like this Target's kind of taking that bite because of Amazon, Walmart, everybody else, where I can find those same products with you selling cheaper for them, and it's more convenient. I can get it back faster or whatever the case may be.
I mean, I agree with you saying. But I do think, I guess, and then we can move on to a different topic. I do think sometimes with the Target and Walmart thing, just because of that cleanliness to the store, how bright the store is, that kind of just always get them the upper hand because you feel like you can run in and in and out a lot faster. Unless you know the Walmart already kind of by hand and you know this Walmart not super crowded. Like, it's certain Walmarts that I can deal with because I just know it's not about to be crowded.
My question to you, and even with the t-shirts, the graphic tees or whatever the case may be, you have a better selection.
Oh, at Walmart for sure. Of course.
And that's why I'm saying, just even, yes, your brands, whatever you have in your store, your brands might be a better quality. But at the end of the day, I find better t-shirts.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, but let's be clear though. But let's be clear though. The licensing, it probably depends on who the artist is. Because some of them Jones where it's like the better tees at Walmart, like with a better graphic tee, they is probably still close to the same price at Target. But if you're talking about just like a generic Snoop Dogg doggy style junk, I'd rather get it from Walmart than get it from Target because Walmart is gonna be way cheaper. But let's say I think I seen like they had like maybe like a lavender Whitney Houston Jones. And so let's say and I think it was like it's maybe like a Levi's Jones or a Lee T. I can't remember what it is, but it was like, let's say if they the only people who have that license, it's going to be the same price as you would get a shirt from Target. Because I'm sure they probably know, like, all right, if we all sharing this license on a t-shirt, like I said, like a Snoop Dogg junk, realistically, Walmart is always going to have the cheaper one because they know for a fact that Target got this too. So more people to come here and buy the Walmart junk because it's just literally just a Snoop Dogg tee. I really don't care, like, the quality of it. I'm just trying to rock it this one time and whatever the case may be and go about my business. So yeah, I can go into Walmart and just get a random graphic t-shirt for $6 or $8. Like, it is what it is. So I do think Target has realistically probably took a huge look at their prices. But I do say, like I said,
best start cutting back.
No, everybody got to cut back. But I'm telling you, if Walmart really, even with Target dropping their prices, if Walmart want to make the fight a little bit more official, no, I'm saying not cut down, just make the store cleaner, dog. That's 9 times out of 10 for everybody's their biggest complaint about Walmart. It just seemed like everything is like all junked up on each other.
So my question to you though, because you are a Target shopper, how is it in the line? Because I feel like even with Walmart, how they had they still in the whole pandemic.
I think it just depends. It depends on the Target you go to, and then it just because like let's say the joint in in Kettering, that joint be OD, like it'd be too back, it'd be too ghetto. Like I won't never go to that joint unless it's like a dying emergency. But that's with any joints, even with Walmart. Trust me, I've been in Walmarts where it's a better quality Walmart, like where the store not as junky, the lights are a lot brighter, but then 9 times out of 10, it's a Walmart in a white area, in a nice area, so it's not as junky. So let's be clear.
So what do you feel like your best best area or Walmarts you've been to, or even Targets you've been to out?
Probably closer that
Virginia.
in between. No, not Virginia. Like even you talking about on the Maryland side, like in that in between, like where maybe like not necessarily Baltimore, but like what's that? Like going that countryside of Baltimore.
Yes.
So it's like in Columbia
so,
somewhere, or like Randallstown or something like that. Not necessarily like Baltimore City, but just the off jumps like Columbia, Randallstown, or any of those little jumps.
When it comes to Walmart or anything, when you in the country.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the country white. Yeah, like
that's what I'm saying. When it's a rural area, I feel like that's where you get the best.
Yeah, I agree with you.
That's what I feel like you get the best quality and everything. In lines moving, all that.
On one operator 8530. What is the location of your emergency?
We're over here. Hold on. Let me get I need an ambulance.
What's the location?
Fuck. Hold on, wait.
I don't see one. Atlanta 911 operator 8530. What is the location of your emergency?
We're over here. Hold on. Let me get I need an ambulance.
What's the location?
All right, so for people who don't know what that is or what I was playing, that was a 911 call from Lil Baby video shoot over the week. So basically what happened, Lil Baby, and of course, Lil Baby kind of been in the cut for a minute. So Lil Baby was shooting a video in Atlanta. And the crazy thing is how probably people even knew what Lil Baby was going to be. It was this lady. I forgot what kind of restaurant she owned. I wish I would have saved that video instead. But she was basically like, oh, such and such. Like, it was literally Lil Baby hit the like, he had like maybe 3 SUVs pulling into the parking lot. It was like a small shopping center. It wasn't like no big shopping center. It was a small shopping center, and her restaurant, whatever the restaurant was, it was literally like 3 stores down from where Lil Baby and his cars was parked at. So the lady in the joint like, oh yeah, come into my what's the name of the case? Maybe look at Lil Baby. He pulled up on us. Whole time he's not about to go to this lady restaurant. He's literally about to shoot a video like in the corner of the shopping center. So like the cars is parked up like at the top of the shopping center, like into a corner spot. So her blowing up his spot necessarily, I don't think realistically Lil Baby's his people confirmed it. Nobody in his camp got hit, or they didn't have nothing to do with the shooting. But I'm sure 9 times out of 10, it ain't that much of a coincidence, because it seemed like the joint was kind of like in the cut. So I'm sure her blowing it up, trying to promote her business, end up getting them into a shootout. So I'm sure he could cause.
What is he recording though? Because he
a music video. What you mean? He was.
No, I'm just saying because he hasn't put out no. He been on features. But if I'm just like, what?
Nigga, he could be recording his own song. What are you talking about? Marcus, people record songs before and do the video before they put it out. So yeah, he could be recording. He could be recording the song. Now I'm sure he was recording a song. But so I think 3 people got shot, and one of the dudes, the craziest thing, the person who got shot, the worst thing, this dude that got shot in the neck, he drove himself to the hospital. He drove himself to the hospital. And then the other 2 people rode by ambulance. So, and again, the only reason why I even I wanted to bring it up because the story was kind of crazy, but I did want to bring it up for all the people who kind of like, when you were looking at certain rappers and be like, oh, why they didn't jump into it? Why they didn't take up for Drake or this, that, and the third? And it was kind of like, because some of these dudes got their own actual beef that they got to worry about in their own city. Somebody like Lil Baby or somebody like Lil Durk, like they kind of be getting into it in their own cities. They got their own beefs that may not make it to the internet until you see something extremely like this happen, where it's like, oh, all right, well, cool. I got to kind of like, let me pay attention a little bit extra. So it's like, I don't necessarily know. Man, I get it. You shoot out like that, I kind of understand why Lil Baby mind his own business. Because I don't think that was just miscellaneous as the way they trying to downplay it. I feel like realistically, he got his own smoke in Atlanta. He got to kind of pay attention and worry about his own business. I don't necessarily think he could just jump out there and be taking arguments and getting into it with other people just for his own random pleasure. What else I wanted to get into? I guess we've been here for a second. So I do kind of, I gotta play this clip. I want to get into just people's pandering for y'all girl.
The WNBA. They have never had a player either good enough or interesting enough to drive marketing, revenue, and TV ratings so that the entire league can fly private. But Caitlin Clark, who's never played until a week ago in a WNBA game, is the first player that appears they're banking on her. And I say banking literally. They're literally going now to private flights for 2 years. So they finally have this moment. Don't put Caitlin Clark up in the first 4 games against New York twice and Connecticut twice, the best defensive teams. You've got to take advantage of these opportunities. I don't know what they have to do. I don't know if they have to change the trade rules, if they have to get her better players, lighten up the schedule. Sometimes you just have to get stuff done. You just have to figure it out. Get Messi paid. Get Beckham to LA. Get Caitlin Clark an easy schedule. WNBA, you got to do better. You got to help Caitlin Clark. The 8th year of the WNBA.
Bro. I can't believe. Well, you know, one of the crazy things is, and this is the greatest thing about just being able to record your opinion. That's why I say, if you're going to talk about sports, you're going to talk about anything, make sure you put your best opinions on whatever platform that you use and don't just randomly tweet them out. And I swear to God, I was so happy that we had that conversation last week because it was 2 games in and I was like, oh, we talked.
And what I tell you,
I told you she was going to get smoked.
Yeah, she has, but she still did 20, right?
So what do that?
No. I hear what you're saying, but even talking about that, what he just said, right? We're not talking about nobody else rookie debut.
Y'all not. Other people are.
Okay.
But this is what I'm telling you, and this is again why I tell you this all the time. You live in your old man bubble, so it's kind of like your pushback just be sounding just like damn near like you 60 years old. No, it's people go if you go on social media and you see if you go on Twitter or you go on Threads and put in the WNBA, people be talking about way more people than Caitlin Clark. Though Angel Reese is literally 100 times. You are black. Angel Reese is a way bigger star than Caitlin Clark. Hate to tell you that. You're not stupid. You want to play dumb, but you ain't that dumb, dog. Caitlin Clark ain't getting Latto. There ain't no famous person besides a bunch of white people that we don't care about at no Caitlin Clark game, dog. Latto came to see her. Megan GloRilla bought her out on the jump. Like, let's stop playing dumb, dog.
But that's not moving. That's not selling. That's not moving the WNBA.
So who fault is that? Is that her fault or their fault? Her games ain't on TV like the Caitlin Clark games.
Talking about. He's saying the WNBA should have been like we said last week. The WNBA should be prepared for this. I told you that last year when the New York Liberty, who was in the championship last year. The coach, the general manager got fined for flying his players chartered. They put a what's name on him, and that's why I said he should get his money back. That's what I'm trying to tell you. When it comes to marketing and business wise, right? You should be prepared for this. Now you sitting here, everybody can.
Marcus, can I ask you a question? It's only 12 teams. Who else do you want her to play?
No,
she gonna eventually have to play these teams. There's only 12 teams.
I'm not saying yes. Put her up against the competitive, right? At the end of the day, she is doing what she's supposed to do. I'm putting butts in the seats. We
ain't getting cooked. That's their problem. They are upset because she's getting cooked.
But it don't. But at the end of the day, we have eyes on this. We didn't have no eyes on it last year.
So Marcus, I think you're missing the conversation piece, and you're saying you talking about. I don't know what you even talking about. You just all listen to what I'm telling you. His defense wasn't. He was upset. Was hey, why highlight these games and she's getting cooked like dog food?
But we didn't highlight them games last year. That's what I'm saying.
You're nigga, you agreeing with me. That's again, listen to what I'm telling you. Listen to comprehend and not listen to just respond. You're agreeing. What you just said, you're agreeing with what I'm saying. You're saying, hey, the eyes is on it. Don't matter if she's getting cooked or not. He's complaining that she's getting cooked.
What I'm telling you, right? What he's saying is the WNBA should appreciate what you have. You have more eyes on your game or whatever you're doing, right? Mm-hmm. To watch those games. Mm-hmm. Give her an easier schedule.
How much of an easier schedule can I give you if I only got 12 teams?
No. What are you talking about? She ain't played nobody in her division yet.
But listen to what go ahead.
Listen. The Indiana Fever, right? Mm-hmm. The last 2 years, what was their record? How many games they won?
I don't know. I don't care.
That's what I'm saying. So we didn't see her games on televised TV for her last 3 games, right? We didn't see them beforehand.
Okay, so listen to what I'm saying. Marcus, let's slow down. All I'm asking you is, who else would you want to see her play? You want to see her play the Storm? You think it's going to be different when she get in front of Skylar Diggins?
No, what I'm telling you, right? You putting them up. New York Liberty was in the championship last year, mm-hmm. right? The Connecticut Suns was in the conference finals. They played them twice.
Okay.
This is the second time they played them.
Okay.
And who else they played before that?
That's it. Them the only 2 teams
they played.
And them just played both of them twice.
Right. So what I'm putting you up for the team that was had the number 1 draft 2 years in a row. Mm-hmm. That's like putting Detroit. That's like putting Detroit on there. How many games you seen Detroit play this year? None.
I don't because I'm not watching.
But that's what I'm saying. But they had the number 1 draft or they had the top pick 2 years in a row. We didn't ever see them because the NBA
Marcus,
don't do that.
So listen to what I'm saying. I hear what you're saying. All I'm asking you as a question is, what teams would you prefer her to see her play? Because so you want her to just play the Mystics 4 times back to back already? Just play the Mystics.
The Mystics. It's a lot of teams out there that you probably could play.
Ain't a lot. It's only 12, dog. She only played 2.
Guess what? I watched more games this year than I watched last year.
Okay, so when you watch her get cooked, and that was what he's mad about. You like I said, you don't want to agree with what I'm telling you. You're trying to agree with him, but you're disagreeing with him. So she would have played the Aces. You think it would have been better?
No, hold up. But my thing is, okay, if she didn't play this year, right, and she stayed another year, right, we'll be watching WNBA right now.
I would. I tell you, guess what?
Everybody else would.
So what, dog? And that's my point.
What he's talking about.
So what? You can't. This is what
was Angel Reese televised game?
What you mean? It was against the Wing, Dallas Wing.
The first one or the second?
Second one.
The second one. They didn't even televise her first one.
The first one was on the app. I watched it.
That's what I
watched both of her games.
No,
I haven't even watched the whole Caitlin Clark game.
But that's what. But what you say? So if Caitlin Clark would have went to Iowa this year and didn't play this year, would y'all be tuning in? Nobody wouldn't be tuning into it.
Who is nobody, dog? Okay, people still would have went to. So guess what? Caitlin Clark did not play against Angel Reese, and Latto was still at the Angel Reese game, and that's why she made it clear when she kept asking her like, "Who you here to see?" And they was trying to get her to like change her word. She's like, "No, yeah, Texas is cool, but I'm here for Angel Reese." What are you talking about? Dog, just because you wouldn't, that's cool. That's for you. But that's just like somebody music.
Did Chicago South did Chicago sell out their season?
What you mean? The games, the two games that you just played were sold out. Both games at Dallas were sold out.
No, I'm saying for the season, for the whole season.
I don't know, Marcus. I'm not checking for that.
But that's what I'm trying to tell you. For Indiana, for what they did, right? Last year, nobody went to the game.
Can I ask you a question? Hold this time out. We live here. Don't worry about Chicago. When Caitlin Clark come here and when Angel Reese come here, are they both playing in the same arena? Let me answer the question before you just taking too long. Yes, they both playing in the Capital One Arena. So what's the dog? You're trying to make it seem like it's something different. It's not, dog. I hate to tell you that. Right. There are black people who like Angel Reese. There's black people who love Angel Reese.
Go to the games.
I'm going to, and I've been watching them. You are mad because she got cooked and you was on microphone with a bad take. I asked you, do you think Sabrina and them dislike her? And you was like, I don't necessarily know. And I told you, nigga, when she get in front.
You said the rookie of the year, what I tell you? If she's sitting here averaging 20 a game, which she is averaging right now, I think she was the third person or whatever that I think it was 50 plus points in her first 3 games. Her, Candace Parker, and it was somebody else. Stat wise, like she's putting the numbers up.
And they're 0-4.
Okay, but who? Hold up. Okay, all right. But let's bring it to NBA. LeBron was on rookie of the year, right?
And she ain't averaging 20 points though. She had a 17-point game, a 9-point game, and what she only had 1 20-point game. How she averaging 20?
She had only had one.
The first game. Oh, matter of fact, in the one game against the Liberty. So she had 220 games. She played 4. 117. Tonight she had 17. The night before, the last night she had 22, and the other night she had 9, and then she had 20. Bro, she ain't averaging no 20. Your math is off. Hey, that math ain't mathing, dog. I'm sorry. Listen to what I'm telling you. All I tell you is, again, like I said, and just no way, the same way it's no way you can sit here and feel like Chet got robbed, and you sitting here trying to give her excuses. That don't make sense.
This season just started.
They on for it. They only play 30 games. How many more games you think she's gonna lose before they can even make the playoffs?
They haven't made playoffs in 2 years.
So you ain't gonna make it again. That's my point. I don't care.
San Antonio didn't make the playoffs, but who got the championship?
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure if you can go back further enough, I told you that I thought Chet was gonna be cheeks. I mean not Chet, but Victor Wembanyama. I didn't think he deserved the rookie of the year. I'm not changing my stance because it's her. I felt the same way about Victor Wembanyama. I felt like Chet got robbed. Chet was in the playoffs. Putting up the numbers on a bad team, it don't matter, dog. It's about winning. When did we start?
But you on a bad team only get those first round picks. No good team get those first round picks. So that's why I'm saying for her to what you told me, like I said, she's gonna be dog food. She's not going to get those numbers. She's still getting the numbers up. Once you get comfortable, dog, he was just in the finals, right?
Can I ask you a question? Time on. Can I ask you a question? So you believe those, since you watch more games this year, this is your first time watching WNBA games. The games you watch, you don't feel like she dog food?
No, for her first time playing professional, you got to think about it. She was playing against 18-year-olds, 22-year, like nobody was over the age of 22 that she was playing against, right? And now she's playing against adults, right? So if I sit here, you look at Detroit, they're ass, right? But if you sit here and play them, they're actually professionals. You're playing a professional league. I'm not about to sit here and say, you about to sit here and dominate if you don't have nobody else to sit in and play with. Nobody in the WNBA has came in and just turned the league around.
Candace Parker did, but go ahead.
Candace Parker did with who?
With her Clippers. I mean, whenever the Clippers with the Sparks.
Her first year?
Yeah, her very first game, she had 34 and 12. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, it's cool.
What did
What you mean?
Her first couple of games.
Her first game she had 15. Her second game she had 11 and 9. The first game 2 steals. The second game 1 steal.
What's their record?
1-1.
1-1. Okay.
And then guess what? In the first game that they played, they would be 2-0 if the other girls. Guess what? And listen, what I'm telling you. And I'm glad. Sometimes I'm glad that I be on Twitter and I be on social media watching how other people respond. I was like, oh, the girls for Chicago are acting like the San Antonio Spurs players. Y'all thinking people are here to see y'all? We're not here to see you. We're here to watch Angel Reese pass her the ball. People cook that girl. What's her name? Her name is Dana Evans. She dark skin point guard for the Chicago Sky. Dog, the Sky was up literally the whole entire game against the Dallas Wing, their very first game of the season. And the last couple of minutes, dog, the girl got in the game and just started jacking up threes, taking bad shots, and they lost. And the shout out to I forgot the young lady name who played for the Dallas Wing. Her number 24. I just seen this weekend she just got engaged to this fire Joan on Instagram. I was like, oh my God, you can shoot the level off the ball and you got a baddie. I'm talking about her girlfriend that she just proposed to the night after they lost to the Chicago Sky. I swear to God, this girl is so goddamn bad. I've been following her for like 2 years. I didn't even know she was in a relationship. And then I see her literally getting proposed to the girl from the Dallas Wing. And this girl, I swear to God, was cooking. She was shooting the oh my God, dog. I think she had 30 one night, and then the next night she had like 35. Dog, she was literally shooting from the parking lot, dog. But like I said, I mean, it's cool. It's going to be a learning curve for y'all. I just could never believe, I've never in my life heard somebody sit here and say they should get an easier schedule. That to me was just crazy. An easier schedule, though?
But it's the WNBA. We didn't watch it last year. What you want more audience to watch it so you get money in there.
So can I ask you a question? As a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, would you be mad if the Ravens would have got an easier schedule this year?
Say what? Why would they get it? How many games they lost last year?
3.
They lost 3.
Yeah, and that schedule is hard as hell this season coming up.
Who did they lose to?
What you mean?
The 3 you said they only lost 3 games last year, right? So who did they lose to?
They lost to the Steelers twice, and they lost to
and they lost to
they lost to the Steelers twice, right? Yeah, they lost to the Steelers twice, and then they lost to the Colts.
Right. So why wouldn't you have the hardest schedule if you had the best record in the league, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you lost in the conference championship to Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
Kansas City is receiving their rings last year. I mean this year, right?
Right. So you play them on a home game.
Right. You can't play. You don't want to see Kansas City play. Who they play? San Francisco.
They played the Lions last year. I mean, this season right here when they got their rings. This season
they played the Lions, right?
Yeah.
But right. So I would rather see Lamar versus Patrick Mahomes the first game. That's opening up because how many MVPs do Lamar have? 2.
Mm-hmm.
So why would you think you should have an easy schedule? You've been winning. You never had a sorry season. The Indiana Fever had a sorry season. They never had a winning season.
I hear you, dog. It's only 12 teams. That's all I'm saying. I don't know who you else you wanted her to play or how you wanted the schedules to be rearranged or what you thought was going to go. I swear, I can't wait until Thursday. The Chicago Sky play them. I swear, I can't wait for Camila Cardozo to come back.
Okay,
God.
but this is not college. Like I said, this is not college football. This is the professionals. So when you threw that whole Lamar situation with that, you want the Baltimore Ravens to have an easy schedule?
No, I don't. I'm just showing you I'm just proving my point.
For you to prove who you are, I want you to go against the best of the best, right?
Did you just hear what he just said? So you want the Ravens to go against the best of the best and prove that they are the best, but you don't want Caitlin Clark to go against the hardest people to prove that she the best.
How many MVPs do Lamar have?
2.
Just
repeat what you just said, nigga.
Mikey, what you talking about? You talking about somebody's first year in the league?
I don't care, nigga. You're a professional. I want to see you play your best, dog.
Dog, you want Lamar to have an easy schedule to say, "Oh yeah, you're good. You're good during the regular season, but you're not good during the playoffs when you play good teams."
You just proved my point. I don't care. We can change the subject now. You just literally proved my point.
That's crazy.
Is you happy with an easy schedule? Real quick, and before we get out of here and get on to another topic, shout outs to the Minnesota Timberwolves. And again, when I sit here and say that I know that men don't listen for real, they just be talking. Like they'll hear something that you said. I literally started a video off and I said, I'm sure nobody had on their bingo card that the Minnesota Timberwolves could win Game 7 with Anthony Edwards only having 16 points. Dog, you know how many people try to get in my comment section? I knew they was going to win. I said, it's no way in here. If you knew that he was only going to score 16 points and they still were going to win, you'll be a millionaire today. Anybody, because I'm sure anybody who actually bet and actually watched basketball games, nobody thought that the Minnesota Timberwolves would be able to win a game against the Denver Nuggets, the defending champion, and he only had 16 points, though. I had him at 25. I didn't even go crazy like, oh, he going to get 30. Even if you had him at a dub, you still would have lost. This man literally had 16 points. And again, and what I said, that was the definition of defense wins championship. The Minnesota Timberwolves beat the Denver Nuggets yesterday off of championships. I mean, off of defense. They literally was playing defense. They were strapping them up. Rudy Gobert and Karl Anthony Towns, they get clowned all year long. Everybody, Rudy Gobert to be the butt of people jokes, but both of them, especially Karl Anthony Towns and my bad, Nas Reed, all three of them switched up.
That's who you need to really get a shout out to, Nas Reed.
Oh no, but listen, you can't say I can't say that because the Karl Anthony Towns did a good job on the Joker last night. All three of them had their moments. I'm not saying. Let's be clear, the Joker still was cooking everybody, but they all three of them had their moments where they were cooking the Joker.
The X factor
for sure.
But that's why I'm just telling you. I just feel like when you looking at it, how you look at, and just like you won't give Nas Reed. Nas Reed was the biggest key factor, and just even when we said that before, even last year, where I told Denver how they lost Jeff Green and they lost Brown, those were key factors last year. How they won what they won because you had those bench players, you had the Brown, and you had fucking Jeff Green to step up and do what you had to do because they came in and filled in. The X factor, what's name was Cat was out with 5 fouls in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, both of them had 5 fouls. Rudy Gobert and both of them had 5
at the end. Even when it was down, so I think they got it down to 8. He fouled out.
No, he didn't. Marcus, what are you talking about? What game did you watch?
He
did not.
Yes, Rudy did.
Marcus, how did he foul out? He literally shot the fadeaway jump with like 30 seconds left on the clock. What are you talking about? How did he foul out? When did he foul out?
I thought he fouled out.
He didn't.
I thought Cat came in.
No.
When I looked at it, what's name had 5 fouls. He fouled out.
No, he didn't foul out, dog. I'm telling you, stop saying it. He didn't foul out. I'm telling you, he did not foul out. I got the video on my phone. I made a video to it. Go look at the time on my phone, on my video. Nigga, he was in the game. It was 30-something seconds left on the clock. What are you talking about, dog?
I ever been to lose money, but I'm not gonna lie because I know nobody else had this.
Fadeaway. You were tripping, dog. Like, I don't know what game you was watching, nigga. He turned around and hit that fadeaway on him at the end of the fourth quarter. Rudy Gobert did not foul out. He played the whole entire game. You're tripping. I don't know what game you was watching. He played the whole game, but him and Karl Anthony Towns, both of them had 5 fouls. So you may have seen them get 5, and Nas Reed was rotating for both of them, but he never fouled out the game, dog. He played the whole entire game. I watched the game until the very end. They got bet on the game. I know I watched the whole game. I didn't move. I'm just mad I didn't add extra. Like, dang, I should have bet when they was down 15. But I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was over for them. When they was down 15, I ain't have no faith. And I be having certain moments where I normally would double down on the bet, like, okay, you down by 15. Let me sit here and see if I could put up. Nah, I've been getting smoked in the playoffs. So I kind of was just like, it's cool. I wish I would have, but I didn't. Like I said, shout outs to them.
Personal fouls, that's 6. That's how you foul out. What game you was watching?
I was watching that game. I didn't.
He fouled out with 6 fouls.
Yeah, that must have been at the very end.
Okay, you saw the shot.
I saw the shot. I got it on my video.
But he fouled out.
Okay, cool. If he did, it literally had to be at the last second.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I say when you tell me I'm not watching the game, he fouled out. I saw that he fouled out.
I don't know when. When? It had to be literally in the. It had to be at the end of the game.
He fouled out. It says it. He fouled out. He had 6 fouls.
I see what it said, but I don't know when it was. It had to be literally at the end of the game.
Fouls.
I hear you. It had to be at the end of the game. No, he played the entire jump. I did not.
Fouled out.
All right. He still won, and he still was strapping the joke up the whole entire game.
Like that's why you gotta adjust you gotta adjust, and even with the New York Knicks, for you to sit here, and that's why I say don't blame Thibodeau, because at the end of the day, you have players on your team. If you didn't trust those players, you didn't play those players. That's on you. If you didn't value yourself to make yourself to be able to be in the game, I feel like that's why playoffs make players.
I can't say that with the Knicks. They just got they was injured. A lot of their players was injured, and they just got smoked.
You saying that all them players played 48 minutes? If you telling me your whole starting 5 played 48 minutes, nobody else played. You went to a maybe 6, maybe 7 ram rotation. You didn't go to 7 once Hart got injured or whatever. That's when you went to 7.
Mm-hmm.
So if you relying on your starters to play the whole game, which you didn't even have your full starting lineup, that's just bad. That's just bad management.
I mean, I hear you, but I mean, who else was they gonna play? I don't. If you,
because
I feel
the
like
rest
you,
of the team, right? That's what I'm saying. The rest, but how you make a name for yourself?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's game 7. I'm not risking I ain't risking sitting here.
You lost game 6 too.
Yeah, you played everybody. I don't know what. I don't know. You gotta play with what got you there.
Getting blown out.
You gotta play. All right, in fact, real quick, I'll let my last little sports take when it comes to Angel Reese. I do want to shout her out because she did play that game that they won. She played literally after their graduation. Like that to me is sometimes like the things that I think people kind of overlook, because I know for most of us, like think about how you celebrated your graduation. Like after you graduated, like what did you do? For most average person, you went to a cookout, you went to a party, you went to the club. You were just so excited to be able to celebrate your graduation, and literally to have a graduation in the morning and then literally go to the game at night and literally cook and just the way she play is just it's so energetic. Where it's like you can tell the difference between how the team play, how the other team responds to her because she always it's not a time she received the ball and she don't automatically draw a double team. And I think sometimes that's the difference where and because she's such a great passer, it's easier for her to kick out on the double team. So it's like her demanding the double team or even always demanding somebody to be close to her hip. So even if she sag out close towards the 3-point line, somebody always gonna go out there on her. There's not one person who's ever going to kind of like, I'm a sag off her and I'm still gonna hang on. But what you pay attention, like when she was in foul trouble both games. And that was one of the things I do like she even called out by herself. Like that's something I gotta work on. I was in foul trouble the 2 games, so you miss it. And that's why she called herself fourth quarter Bobby. Because the fourth quarter of both games, that was when she kind of had her spurred and she kind of really was showing out in the fourth quarter of both of those games that they played because she was in foul trouble. But you just see the difference on how much energy she brings to the court where even her teammates play with way more energy. The defense is way more energized. She get way more rebounds. Like even right now, she lead the WNBA in offensive rebounds. Like, and I'm not like, even when I heard people originally was like comparing her to Draymond, I was like, that's kind of like, wow. But then I kind of really watching, I'm like, dog, that's her go-to. That's her signature that's going to keep her around for a long time. Like almost like Draymond or Dennis Rodman. It's just that rebound and people kind of like somebody always going to box you out. Nobody's just going to allow her to just like free roam. You can constantly see people putting a body on her the entire game. So like I said, shout out to Angel Reese.
And I mean, with you speaking that when you say offensive rebounds, they're just she's leading the league in that. Drummond.
Who's Drummond? Who talking? Andre Drummond?
Drummond for Chicago. Like when it comes to offensive rebound, I think he might have had like 5 or 6. You know what I'm saying? Like he broke that, but nobody glorifies that or even pay attention to that if it don't add up to wins.
Yeah, I think it depends on. I mean, it depends on who you are. It's not even necessarily. I ain't gonna say if it don't even add up to wins. I think it's just on the person. Like sometimes with players, they don't understand just how to market itself. I think it's just. I mean, sometimes they do it because even like, let's be clear, nobody don't never disrespect Boogie when Boogie used to do it when Boogie Cousins used to do it.
But that's why I say when it comes to it, like because even with Drummond, he had a 20-20 game.
Yeah, recently when they played for Chicago.
Right. But we don't pay him no mind. And he even have it in Detroit.
I know, I get what you, but I think sometimes even when you say that, I think you sometimes don't pay attention. You on a mic, you can do it. And I think that's something that I will constantly challenge people to be, even when people get in my comment section, I'm like, bro, you got a social media page just like I do. However you feel about somebody, express it. Like you can't, I think we live in a day and age, especially if you feel like something should be highlighted, highlight it then. You can't just, I'm not literally relying on, hey, I'm only gonna get my takes from ESPN, or I'm only gonna get my takes from Fox Sports. Like you shouldn't do that if you actually like sports. And if you like something, you should always speak on it. I don't care what it is. It's music, TV shows, whatever show you like, you should speak on it. If you see a person's game, like even what you just said with Nas Reed, I'm not gonna sit here and deny you to sit here to get that man a highlight because he was a huge part of why they won the game. You can't sit here and rely on just like I'm gonna wait for ESPN to say it. If ESPN don't highlight it, I'm not gonna highlight it. That to me is corny. That's sheep shit. That's the same shit like when we talking about with Diddy. It's like if nobody don't speak out or put their foot down and be like, nah, this is not cool. I'm not jacking what he got going on. Then guess what we're gonna have to do? You're gonna always have to rely on other people's opinion and other people to lead the way.
But that's why I even say with you when you sitting there trying to say you're crucifying Caitlin Clark. But
I ain't crucifying her. I'm crucifying the people who be on her. It's nothing against her, and I think that's the sad part. And I do.
But right now, as rookie, she's leading score for the rookies, right?
Yes. I don't. She might be, but I don't think. But you got to think about it, for most of the rookies, that's not there on every team. I don't think that's none of their job because you think about even for the Clippers. I mean not for the Clippers, for the Sparks, for the Cameron Brinks girl, or for the other girl, Raquel Johnson. Like that's not their role.
But that's what I'm saying. For you to sit here and be like, oh, well, Caitlin Clark is not living up to her hype. She did score her 20. She did average. She had 220 games, right?
Marcus, that game that she had 20. The very first game though, she shot 25 shots. She shot like 11 threes and 15. What's her name? Though her percentage was horrible.
A lot of people do it,
and they crucified Russell Westbrook for it. Marcus, nobody ain't never give Russell Westbrook credit for that.
But that's what I'm so okay. But my thing is for you to sit here and play. But my thing is just all right. So if there's anybody else who did it, we'd be fine with it.
Who would we be fine with sitting here taking 25 shots to get 20 points?
Okay,
you play basketball. That's good. If you was a coach, you would allow your player to do that. You would celebrate a player who took 25 shots to get 20 points.
If she is a scorer, no matter what it is, she gonna get that. That's the leading score. You're gonna let them shoot. I'm not gonna say don't shoot them.
But can I ask you a question? Is that a good scoring night?
What do you
for
mean?
You as a basketball player? If you was a coach, little matter who did it.
Okay, and that's why I'm saying. So just me as basketball wise, I knew when I was playing, What I was my years, what I played, all right, me scoring. But then when I wanted to play with the varsity, I had to play defense. I can't be the scorer because you already had somebody in that position.
You're missing the point. If you took 25 shots to get 20 points, is that a good scoring night?
Now that's normal.
I'm asking you a question. Is it good or bad?
That is normal. Yeah.
So that's good.
That is normal.
So you cool with that? You cool with the 10 turnovers too?
That is normal now.
10 turnovers?
That is normal.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's how Marcus view basketball. That's not how I view basketball. I'm never glorified.
LeBron never had 10 turnovers.
And you think he didn't get smoked?
I'm asking, did LeBron ever
I don't know, nigga. I don't have my phone. I'm not Googling how many turnovers LeBron James had, but I'm 100% positive.
For her second game, for her, she only played 3 games. She had 10 turnovers.
She had 8 the next game.
Okay.
And what?
So nigga? If you playing with a dog, that's what I'm trying to tell you. If you never played with a team that's not even on your whoever they have on the team, if you're not sound or even have a chemistry, you're just sitting there trying to pass the ball and trying to create what you used to.
So it's cool. So listen. So guess what?
What was our last game?
Today, nigga. You just watched it.
I'm saying, what was her last game in college when they played the finals? That was in April, right?
Yeah.
And she playing in May now. For somebody,
so is everybody else, dog. So nigga, when you talking about so is Andrew Reese.
You're putting her level up high. Andrew Reese is not a point guard.
So she lead the rookies in scoring. She lead the rookies in turnovers too. Knock yourself out, dog. Cool. All right. If that's what you're gonna give yourself a pat on the back for, knock yourself out, dog. You lead the rookies in score and you lead the rookies in turnovers. Only sad story in sports, real quick. And like I said, we can get into something else. Charles Barkley. It seems like the NBA has, and we talked about this a minute ago, and when we see him, it seemed like it's pretty much over. But I did hear people saying that they're trying to figure out how they can keep the show, even if you can.
No, you can't.
How can't you? You can keep the show if you just won't be able to probably show the highlights. You can keep the show. What are you talking about, nigga? What's the difference between them and First Take?
If there's no games on it, how can you keep the show?
Mark, they can still talk about the games. What are you talking about?
Who's going to stay up when you watching the game? If the games are on ESPN or the games on other apps, you're not going to go to watch Charles Barkley and them just talk about it at 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning.
Mark, I do it every time with Shannon Sharp and Ocho. They do nightcap every night on YouTube after the game.
Okay.
What are you talking about? Like, people do it because you won't do it. That don't necessarily mean that other people do it. I'm sure they can figure out a way to keep it.
I'm not watching Shannon Sharp or nightcap to worry about a basketball recap.
That's you. Other people do.
I watch NBA TV. If they're not on NBA, I watch NBA TV.
But Marcus, you're speaking for yourself. You can't speak for everybody else, though. Other people do it.
Okay, what you're telling me, you talking about basketball fans. Nobody's going to Shannon Sharp to sit here and get a recap of a basketball game from Shannon Sharp. So you think who you think do more numbers, him or Gilbert Arenas? I'm not a recap of a basketball game. Listen, I'm turning to NBA TV. I'm watching the game.
But that's you. That's not other people. So if over 300,000 people watch this show every night, does that sound like people don't watch it? They watch
ESPN Sports Center.
I don't know, nigga. How do you know? You don't know. You only can go for what they tell you.
But that's what I'm trying to tell you. You're not going there to watch the highlights. You're going to listen to what somebody say. If I can listen to Shannon Sharp and still watch the highlights on NBA TV.
I hear you. Like I said, TNT, if they could figure a way out. I don't know what you're talking about, but there's a lot of people who talk about sports and ain't after the game, and people still watch them. I'm sure 100
30 plus years. No, that's what I'm saying. They've been on there for 30 plus years. You cannot replace that chemistry. Now you might not want to pay that bag or whatever you got to pay for them, and you might not want to be attached to Turner, because even like now we looking at the NFL schedule that came out. They have a game on Wednesday for Christmas Day on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's never even watched that, and so that's what you're drawn to, because now you want to get the money for the NBA. They want to get that money. They're like, all right, with TNT, we ride for this long. We want to sit here and get this Netflix money. We want to get this Peacock money. We want to get everybody else.
I don't know what you're talking about no more, but I'm just saying they can keep the show if they want it. If Shaq and them say, hey, I'm gonna put up my own money and we can figure out how to sponsor it ourselves, they can still do the show.
Okay.
Know where they gonna place the show at? They can place it on YouTube, or they can figure out how they can place it on Turner and people still watch it. I'm sure people, like I said, if inside the NBA still want to be inside the NBA and it just don't have the actual games before it, they can figure it out. I don't necessarily know if they want to, but if they want to, they can do it. All of them got their own separate podcasts. It would be no difference. They can do it if they want to. But then, like I said, in other news, because we've been talking about sports for a minute, Rod Wave, shout outs to Rod Wave, because his girlfriend got caught cheating. And the way she got caught cheating is a young man Basically leaked the video of her in the bed with him. She was in the bed with another dude laid up, looking at her phone, just scrolling, and the dude was recording. And of course, I'm sure we all can agree that was completely corny. It was just like, dog, why was you necessarily sitting here recording this girl while she laid up in the bed with you? Like, that was just weak. But then a lot of people sit here, and then she eventually, at first, she tried to deny it.
Girlfriend or baby mother?
Baby mother and girlfriend. They're not married. But so it's his girlfriend, baby mother. But it is his baby mother. I think they got like 2 kids together.
But it's not his girlfriend.
It's his girlfriend. What you tell me? Like, you can do? I mean, they could be the same person.
But no, that's a big difference. If your baby mother or your girlfriend, you claim your girlfriend, you don't claim your baby mother. It's a big difference.
Well, they have kids together, and that's his girl. So I don't know what you want. How are you trying to call it, or what you want to call it?
No, that's what I'm saying. No, if it's your girlfriend, that's your girlfriend. You're in a relationship with her.
Yeah, he's in a relationship with her. Yes,
that's what I'm saying. Because when they tied her, it said baby mother.
Well, they still in a relationship because you can't cheat on somebody if they're not in a relationship. So she cheated on him with another dude. So at first, originally, she tried to deny the cheating scandals or the rumors and like the video. Oh, that's my cousin. We was in an Airbnb or something. Somebody leaking the whatever. So she tried to play it off. And then I guess she eventually kind of like, I don't know if he tweeted out something that pissed her off or whatever the case may be. She kind of got in her feelings and she was just like, oh, it don't matter. Y'all ain't say nothing when he was cheating on me. So now I'm getting my lick back, whatever the case may be. And Rod Wave was sick. He was sick to his stomach and people, of course, they was trolling him. And like I said, the dude was corny, but she came out and claimed it and was just like, nigga, I'm getting my lick back. And I kind of tied it into almost the Charles and Lucille thing. It's like, you can't be, how mad can you be if you Rod Wave and you kind of opened this Pandora's box? It's your fault that this occurred because nobody would have never known if you didn't open this door.
And that's why I asked if that really was his girlfriend or it was just the kids of his mother.
No, it's his girlfriend.
Okay, you can't be mad. If you was living your life doing what you're doing, you can't be mad.
If she cheat back, you can be mad. You might not want it. You might not want to accept it, but you can be mad.
Why are you mad when you cheated first?
Thank you.
I'm not disagreeing with y'all, but I'm still gonna be mad.
Are you mad?
But what are you mad for? If you was doing what you was doing,
are you mad
because you would have kept doing it?
You mad because it came out? Like it's proof, like all over the internet.
Yeah, I'm of course you're a man. You got an ego. Of course, that's why you can be mad for real.
And you make motion music. So why are you mad? If you okay, she got that one body, you got 30.
No, I listen to what I'm saying. Yeah, if it wasn't on camera, I understand what you're saying.
Don't matter if it's on camera. You had 30 bodies. You fucked 30 bitches.
Right.
And this one nigga that she fucked. How can you be mad?
Because I'm gonna tell you why I can be, because I'm a man. I still got an ego, dog. Of course I'm gonna be mad. How can I not be mad? Because now the world. No. It's not about me being a breadwinner. I could be broken. This the same scenario can happen. And now the world knows it's the same. Like, dog, I'm going to be crushed. And matter of fact, because Memorial Day is literally, I didn't even know it was coming up this weekend, but it's this weekend. So if you're sitting here telling me if I introduce this girl to my entire family on, let's say, what was the last holiday? Easter. I introduced my whole family to this girl on Easter. Oh yeah, boom, boom. This is my new girlfriend, whatever the case may be. Now all the family sit here and follow her on social media. And then a couple of weeks before Memorial Day weekend, maybe a couple of days before Memorial Day weekend, now she get caught cheating. She on social media and everybody see her. Now, how am I supposed to take this same girl that I just introduced her to my entire family with on Easter, and now they know here comes Memorial Day. She literally just cheated on me a couple of days before Memorial Day, dog.
How did you introduce her though?
It's my girl.
You introduced her as your girl?
Yes, that's why everybody went to go follow her. Like,
but if you had a girl before that, the Halloween, what was that?
That ain't the situation. They've been together for a brick. I'm gonna be sick, dog. If the world know that my girl cheated on me, I'm going to be sick. Now you ask me will I stick around? Maybe, but I'm gonna be sick for a minute. Right now, I got a dog. Let me tell you, if I'm Rod Wave, I gotta get my lick back on a song.
Hold up, but if you've been cheating, right?
But you cheated first,
and you've been cheating for some while.
I'm still gonna be pissed, dog. Because the world know. Because guess what? The world don't know that I cheated. I assume just because he was Rod Wave. I'm listening to him saying. I assume because he's Rod Wave that he already originally cheated. Just because he Rod Wave, right? Like he famous. This nigga done been on tour like 2 or 3 times.
That's why I'm trying to feel like how you gonna sit here and take up for him. It's just like if you was doing what you was doing on the road, you lived your life, you doing whatever you're doing. How can you be mad?
The same way you felt bad for Charles when Lucille cheated on him. What are you talking about, dog? You still a man. You felt bad for Charles. He cheated first.
Who felt bad?
I don't feel bad for him.
I did. I felt bad for Charles. Watching Lucille get cracked by Maurice, I felt bad for Charles, dog. I don't know what y'all talking about.
After the fact, but you didn't feel bad when he was cheating.
Yeah, no, I didn't feel bad when he was cheating, but when he
was putting up them walls, whatever he did, he hit how many? 2?
No, just that one lady. That was it. It was just that. No, it was just that one lady.
No, it was one, but it was more than once.
Yeah, it was more than one time.
Okay,
it was more than one
I
time.
thought it was 2 different ladies. All right, but that's what I'm saying. So you can.
Dog, I'm gonna be sick. I ain't gonna hold you.
It's okay for you to be sick, but you can't be mad.
You can't be mad
because you probably still cheating.
Oh, I'm not disagreeing with you on that. And like I said,
hold up, how can you? But this is my thing, all right? You saw that post, but you got a bitch right next to you right now. How can you get mad?
I mean, I don't know.
Hold up, how can you show? No, let's paint this scenario, right? You land with a baddie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Boom, you see this. And I'm pretty sure she might have seen it. How can you even get upset? Because you already told me y'all ain't fucking with each other.
I'm gonna tell you how I can get upset. Because guess what? Her cheating on me, we can't even capitalize and make it no bread. Me going through this heartbreak, I'm gonna turn this into a fire song. The same way, no.
Based off of me though, you making that his song because I hurt your feelings.
Yeah, for sure.
So then you can't be mad at me. I'm helping you bring income in.
Listen, that sounds crazy, but I do agree with you. I'm not disagreeing with you, and I'm not sitting here saying he should leave her. But I'm still, we're gonna have to have a conversation. No, we're gonna have to have a no. I'm going to be mad, and we're gonna have to have a conversation. I gotta figure out how to record this music and put out a hit record. And while we talking about that, shout outs to A Boogie. A Boogie did. Sometimes I'm not gonna lie to you. Some of this stuff could feel kind of roll out ish. Because A Boogie is no way that you had that many fire songs in the tuck and your girl it literally just came out that she cheated on you a week before your album came out. Because that rollout was kind of too crazy. And that's again when we talk about when people don't highlight certain. Her? I'm gonna tell you to be honest, because it's just like his music be so melodic. I really wasn't paying attention to even what he was talking about. If I'm being honest,
no, I'm saying was it on social media like, oh, this A Boogie girlfriend?
Oh no. The crazy thing is because she cheated with somebody else who was popular, so the girl. The dude that she cheated with, his girl, I guess him and his girlfriend is popular like on social media. So she put him on blast. So it was kind of like I found out that A Boogie baby mother was cheating with my boyfriend or Kevin, whatever it may be. So she put on A Boogie never said nothing. He just put out like whatever, some little emojis, and then I think like one of his popular songs off his very first mixtape was it's called DTB, Never Trust Bitches. So he just tweeted that out or put it in his Insta story and left it like that, and then just put out his music. Like he ain't go on social media and like bash her or nothing crazy. So they even went to Disney World like a week ago, and then she kind of.
So my question to you, right? Even when we go back to the Raw Wave situation, if she cheated on Raw Wave with Drake, it'd be okay.
No, it's not gonna be okay when you cheated on me with nobody. Because guess you still can't. You cheating on me, you can't even turn this into music. At least I can turn this into music. You can't do nothing.
You still can turn it into music. I cheated on you. You still can turn it on. That's inspiration. But you can't be mad. I hear you. Something to sing about.
I hear y'all.
Usher's greatest album is Confessions, and what they say that was when him and Chili went through their whole situations. Yeah, that's when you make great music.
I hear y'all, but guess who didn't make great music after that? Chili didn't. What are you talking about?
Well, she wasn't on the scene at that time making music. She was a group.
I hear you. I hear everything you saying, and it sounds cool, but yeah, I'm not going for that one, dog. I'm sorry.
Raw Wave can't be mad. You better take that L. Take that L in silence.
Hey, Shannon Sharp ain't posted that on his own page. What the hell?
Which one?
The Kale jump.
I think everybody else.
Damn, how he ain't posted on his own page? He is tripping. I can't believe he.
I want to say I think I seen it on Shade Room.
I know I sent it on Shade. Did I send it to you? I can't even remember if I sent it to you. I want to say I thought I sent it to you, but I'm like, damn, he don't got it on his own page.
Right after we recorded, right?
Yeah, it happened literally like right after we recorded. I literally thought I sent it to you.
Yeah, it had to be the Shade Room.
Oh no, he just posted on his Club Shay jump.
I'm going to make your life a living hell. I don't want you. You need to stay. That was the thing. And after, even through the process of everything that we had gone through.
And she still wanted you to stay?
Yeah, she went so far as to change the kids' names. She alienated me from my children. Yeah, we have baby fathers and that don't want to be there, but I definitely wanted to be in my children's life, right? My two oldest children. When that was taken away to a thing where I'm going to court, right? And I'm fighting to see my children, meaning that let's finish this divorce. She didn't want the divorce to end. So in her mind, it's just like, oh, well, no, I'm going to make this go on as long as possible. Right. And I'm going to court and she's not showing up. I'm trying to go find out where they're at. You know what I mean? I can't go. I'm trying to go to the house and like, yo, what's going on? And she called the cops because I want to see the kids and go, he tried to break in. Her dude's going along with it. And I'm just like, okay, so I'm not going to do that no more. Let's do this the legal way.
Right.
And now you go into court and the house was already in foreclosure already. It was already upside down because I was allowing her, another thing I was doing was allowing her to deal with all the money. So I would use, do the creative side of things and I would work, here's the money. Everything started to be revealed to me after the divorce where it's like, oh, money here, there, where the money was going, why we were ended up being where there was no money anymore, my name being signed on different things, my name forged on different things. Everything was being revealed to a point where it was very shocking. And now I'm trying to rebuild my career as well while this is going on.
Right.
The house process was that now the house needed to be sold. The house was in my name, always still in my name. Her credit debt was crazy already. She had a past that I didn't know about. That was a criminal past already, and that I didn't know about. So it was just like all these things were being revealed. And I'm not doing this because I didn't know you was going to ask that question. So I'm not doing this to bash her because I feel like we need to pray for her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I still continue to pray for her. And I have 2 beautiful children that came out of
she
the
brought
process.
the kids into it.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
TikTok, I mean, they were talking about you didn't pay and they were homeless and you were dead. I mean,
all right, so just real quick, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, dog. There's no way in the world. And again, when we talking about like the Rod Wave thing, to me was the light leading into this. Dog, he is a different type of man. He get all the credit from me because, and the crazy thing is, again, this is one thing I love about social media, and and you get to see like. I'm cool when it comes like to the women and men back and forth, when it's like an actual topic of somebody's real life experiences, and it's just not the hypotheticals when we talk about the bills or just whatever miscellaneous stuff. Dog, for this man to sit here and say he stayed after the first kid, bro, there's no way. When he was telling that story, he went into detail on telling how he was riding around the city basically looking for a car, and then boom, he see her car in the hotel. He figure out what room she was in. He see the dude and he followed the dude back into the room. And he rocked, bro. There's no way. And women was trying to like discredit what he was saying. Like, I guess because I don't know who the woman is he had kids with, but I guess, she already been telling her story on social media before. But dog, there's no way in the world I'm staying for that. And I'm not getting on the biggest platform on social media, on YouTube right now, and be telling people that I stayed with a woman who got pregnant by somebody else and I stayed with her through her pregnancy. Dog, do you know how nuts that sound, dog? I would have been out of there, dog. That would have been it. Whatever we got to figure out later on, we'll figure that out on the other side of the road, but I'm not hanging in there. Sorry, dog. There's no way in the world. Didn't for his daughter to sit here and say, oh, since you went and told this story on Shannon Shot, whatever case of kids in school calling me a slut. Like, I don't care, nigga. Deal with it. That's your mother problem. She's a freaking whore. And that's her problem. That don't have nothing to do with me. What you want me to do, dog?
I can't speak on it. But from a woman's perspective, I feel like what's the difference between if you, as a man, you went out and had a baby on this?
If I pause, no Diddy. If I was a woman, I'm not sticking. I don't care who I was. I'm not sticking around for somebody to have a baby on me with somebody else, dog.
But that's why I just say how when you sit here and say what love and what you do for love or what you commit to.
Guess what? I ain't never been in that type of love, then, dog. I ain't committed to that.
You might not have, but I feel like just some people how they deal with situations, what you commit to and what you accept. Now, me personally, with him, I would not even put that story out. If you took that L quietly, I would have took it. Nobody knew about it. Now, if it was known and somebody asked you that question, then I would have spoken. But that's my point. But for you to just bring it up and nobody even knew about it, I feel like you're just looking for the whole moment.
What moment you gonna get out of there besides looking like a goofy?
Because you just feel like I'm about to tell my truth. Nobody heard my truth.
So what's wrong with that though? But that's what I'm saying.
Did you watch it?
No, I didn't. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't. Like, it'd be certain. That's the only thing about interviews. Because like, if you're not really into the person like that,
because I was just wondering, did even Shannon even ask about the whole Nickelodeon situation?
I once said, I don't know. I haven't seen no clips for it, but I want to say only reason why I'm saying he probably didn't because Kale went. I mean, that's Kale. So Keenan went on. He went on what is that, like one of them big daytime shows? I think he went on like Good Morning America or one of them whatever them super popular daytime shows. And he went on there and said they didn't have no dealings with that person. They didn't have no run-ins with it because their show was whatever the case may be.
No. You might not have had no dealings because even the fat girl who was on all that, the white fat girl. She said, because of him, you made my career better than what it was. So that's what I'm saying. You might not experience it. We might not even dealt with you, but everybody else on that cast, we might have, because the fact.
I mean, I don't know. We ain't got to go off on no what ifs or no hypotheticals. I don't know. I'm just want to talk about what's right here in front of us. That situation when you was talking about, bro, I ain't staying. I'm sorry. It's not no way in the world. He is a better man than me. For him to tell that story and for him to deal with it and stay with that woman is ridiculous and it's insane. There's absolutely no way in hell. No. You can come with as many kids as you want, and we can figure that out. But you having a kid, and listen, I'm telling you, I would even talk to a brother. She was pregnant right now, like she was that bad, and she was like, "Hey, I'm 3 months pregnant, but I hate my baby father." Let's just even tie it in. Let's say if her baby father was like this crazy domestic violence person, and she mentally going through it, and she pregnant. I didn't deal with girls while they were pregnant. That's cool, but not when me and you in a whole relationship, and then you step out and then get pregnant. I'm not rocking for that, dog. I can meet a girl right now. She can say she's 5 months pregnant, but her and her baby father don't got nothing to do with her. Her baby father just got killed 2 weeks ago or a month ago. I'm cool with that, but I'm not sitting here saying me and you been in a relationship for 7 years and then you get pregnant during in the midst of this 7 years and we about to stick it out to get number 8. It ain't no way in hell, dog. Sorry. It won't happen. Won't be me. Somebody else.
What if y'all was on a break? Like y'all took a
like how long of a break? It can't be just a fresh month break. Because if you sit here saying, let's say if we was, if you say,
no, not a month. No.
What? Not a month. What?
No, like a little longer, like a few months. Like maybe
time out. Listen to what I'm telling you. If you say, let's say we was on 5 months. Let's put a time, sir. Let's say if it was 5 months. If we was on a break for 5 months, and then you sitting here telling me you went and got pregnant by a nigga, so you let a nigga fuck you raw in 5 months? Nah, dog. I'm cool. Cause now I'm gonna judge you. It ain't no way here.
Hold up. If it was her past,
I don't care.
Y'all was on a breakdown.
But if it's a nigga that she was dealing with before you, she dealt with 3 years.
Guess what? Then go back.
Tell me you gotta put a condom on?
Yes.
How?
Nigga, we only on a break. We still if we called it a break, if we stopped and we said we on a break, you cannot sit here and go let somebody hit and raw in 5 months, dog.
Are you putting one on?
What you mean?
If somebody you had rapport with that you was dealing with before her, right? Are you putting a condom on?
And she tell me to, yes. So the ball is on her court.
What are you?
But
no,
I'm a dude.
No,
I'm a dude.
No, but okay, I hear what you're saying. But if she didn't tell you to put a condom on, right, you're gonna go raw.
Yes. So you're proving my point.
If that was the wife, right? She was dealing with you. Mm-hmm. We've been dealing with each other for 5 years, right? Why would I tell you to put a condom on?
So you're saying you've been cheating for 5 years?
No. I was dealing with you. Me and you had a relationship for 5 years.
Right. And then we stopped talking. So then we stopped
talking. But me and Kel, whatever, we might have been dealing with each other for maybe 2.5, right? Mm-hmm. But you come back around. And I tell you, if she told you to put a condom on, you gonna feel some type of way?
No, because we ain't been together. What are you talking about? Okay, you've been with this dude for 2 years. What are you talking about?
No, that's why I'm asking. That's why I'm asking where you coming. That's why I'm asking what you coming from. If a female, if we was already fucking raw, and she told you to put a condom on, would you feel some type of way?
It's a difference. I would never feel no type of way because I don't want kids.
That's what I'm saying. No, and that's why I get you on that part. But that's what I'm saying. Would you feel some type of way? Like, damn, nigga, we was fucking raw before.
No, because I'm gonna tell you why. I've dealt with women where it might be sitting here saying, okay, maybe the first 3 times or 4 times we didn't have sex raw just because you was in the heat of the moment, and then the 5th time comes, she be like, no, is she even let you know before you get there, bro? Go pick up some condoms. I'm not gonna be like, oh, why we got to do it now? Because I don't want no kids, so I'm cool. Okay, I already got away with. I felt like I got away with murder the first 4 times. I'm cool with putting a condom on the 5th time, dog. I'm not gonna feel like, oh damn, this is a blower. Like nigga, I've said this a million times on this podcast. Dog, condom sex and raw sex feel the exact same to me. I'm gonna tell y'all niggas to go always wear a condom to fit your size, dog. Stop trying to sit here and put a magnum on if that ain't your shit and it feel baggy and you can tell the huge difference between raw sex and condom sex, bro. You need to go get you some better condoms. Spend some bread on some condoms and get your actual size. I don't know what to tell you niggas, but I'm not sitting here being this nigga going on Shannon. This is literally I don't even necessarily know Shannon Sharp got an interview on Club Shay Shay under 1 million views since 2024. It's no way in hell I'm going on there telling nobody that story. I'm taking that story to the grave, dog.
You're right. You're absolutely right about that. You're absolutely right about that. But that scenario, it happens a lot.
Yeah, to niggas who ain't him. I ain't dealing with that, dog. I'm sorry. My ego is ridiculous. That's why I'm okay with being by myself and being lonely as hell than sitting here putting, if that's what I got to put up with and sitting here saying, oh, this is what people put up, I'm not putting up with that, dog. That's nuts. That is nuts. I swear to God, that is absolutely insane. We talked about Raw Wave. Who else what we got going on? I don't even want to talk about that academic shit. Oh, I do know what I said. It was a jump academics though with Meek Mills, and I kind of agree with him though.
As I said, shout out to my man Cat Williams, man. 2024 is a year. Everything will definitely be revealed. I'm gonna be honest with you. What we're seeing even with Drake and Kendrick, it's Meek Mill's fault. I think
hold on, this is crazy.
Wait,
that's a crazy take.
No, I don't get the claim. No. I'm gonna tell you why. Because defeating Meek Mill in that type of way. By the way, Drake was the underdog into that beat.
Oh, I see where you're going.
Everyone said, yo, this is the guy who used to have nappy braids on the corner, battle rapping. He grew up battle rapping. You grew up on the grass. You're not going to beat him. Drake knocks him out. right?
Yeah.
So now it's giving Drake a level of confidence to say, yo, I'm defeating the battlers of the battlers. These guys really don't want to see me. It's inflating your. Now we realize Meek Mill is as 50 says, a special type of stupid. Like literally, anybody could have defeated him. I defeated him on Twitter. He just blocked me. You know what I mean?
So do I agree with what Academic said? Do I feel like Drake probably been smelling himself after he beat Academic? I mean, after he beat Meek Mills in the battle? I'm sure he probably did. And he probably did. I'm sure when you hear everybody kind of give their criticism on and recapping what happened, I do kind of feel like that helped his ego go through the roof because he feel like, but I'm sure in Drake, and to me, in my reality, in my world, and probably even in Drake's world, he probably felt like Meek Mills is more impactful and bigger than Kendrick Lamar.
But hold up. Is it really Meek or was Nicki?
What you mean?
Because I feel like, oh, this the nigga you chose to deal with, and this nigga that's representing you.
What you mean? I'm missing.
Because that's how because that's how we threw when he threw the shots about the whole ghostwriters. It's like, all right, this the nigga you land up with. He speak. That's what I'm saying. Like, do we discredit? I mean, Meek. I feel like even competitive wise, like, do you sit here and say like he really dethroned him?
What you mean? I'm
just saying when you say is we blame it on Meek because Meek didn't put up that whole battle, but I feel like even Nicki was the more focus because what shots really did Drake even throw at Meek besides is that your girl tour or your world tour?
That's whatever shots do.
But it was Nicki. It wasn't really towards because how many people took shots at Meek like you screaming on the mic, you doing that whole. That's what I'm saying. Like really, is it really Meek who lost that battle, or was it aimed more towards Nicki?
Nigga, I don't know what you confusing the hell out of me. I don't know what you talking about. You kind of like threw me for a loop, but nigga, that was a shot at Meek Mills. I don't know what you talking about or how that don't have nothing to do with Nicki Minaj. Nigga, him asking you is basically asking you, is this your store or do you work for your girl? What you mean? Like that's basically what he asked him.
But whatever other shots did he have blow at me?
I can't remember. I haven't listened to that song in a long time. Like you trying to ask me to remember a verse or something. I can't remember right now at the top of my head. Like you just asking me to freestyle something I can't do. But I'm telling you for a fact, I'm sure that if I knock the biggest and the baddest dude out on the block, I'm going to feel like for my next couple of fights that I can knock anybody out. That's basically what he's saying. That's how Drake was walking around and that's how he was feeling. It gave him that level of confidence that he feel like I could beat anybody. And then he got exposed and he got beat. Like I said, I can't recap the verse. I don't necessarily remember the actual words back to back, like word for word, besides the Charlemagne line and besides the "Is that your girl?" Or world tour. I can't really remember.
That's why I say, really?
I can't remember all of them verbatim. But like I said, I do agree with what Academics said. And then shout outs to Academics because he had a jump, and I guess we can kind of tie these two things in because he kind of went crazy. He had a rant that he was going crazy on Meek Mills. Where was it at? Here you go.
And why he was reporting bad about people. Meek, I will say this to you, your face on your deathbed. I killed your career, what was left of it. Not because if no nigga paid me. You disrespected me 9 years ago, and I kept it, and I'm like an elephant. I will never forget. Please don't try to bring up anything else. I laugh, and Meek, I will never in my life make sure if I see you at the top of the charts, trust me, I'm having a bad day. I laugh. I have a good time. I have my feet kicked up. I jack off to the fact that your career is 6 feet under because you disrespected a nigga who was born in Spanish Town, Jamaica, nigga, who happened to now have hip hop in the palm of his hands. Fuck what these other niggas try to say about me. I'm still gonna be that nigga. Your career ain't coming back. I killed it. Drake killed it. The Game killed it. Rick Ross killed it. Even though you cool with him now, they all killed it. But I issued the last and final blow. You could tweet about me all you want to tweet, my nigga. But trust me, your counterparts call me every day and said, you a bad motherfucker. You killed that nigga's career. I did it because you disrespected me. The next time you see somebody you call a nerd, the next time you see somebody who you feel is lesser than you, all that street shit don't matter. Boy, all that shooting and all that dumb shit you did, nigga. Boy, you ain't talking about, nigga, any car you get, I could get. Any house you got, I could get. Nigga, I got the same money. What you talking about? I just did this to show a nigga like you should have respect. The reason why little baby's going through hell, I'm gonna teach you.
So I agree with everything he said, and I've said this before on here a million times. I think a lot of rappers and just a lot of people in general, when you having your moment, you got to be careful on the people you give your behind the kiss to. Like a lot of people do that. Like when you having your moment, you hot, you super popping, and you kind of look down on people, you talk about people. And I think I'm sure even with the nerd word, a lot of people have thrown that around with academics, and I respect them for even remembering that and calling it out. Like, hey, 9 years ago, you discredited me. You was kind of like you was dogging me out. And probably when academics was trying to get interviews or trying to get exclusives for him, you was just probably downplaying him like he was just gonna be a pooper. He was gonna be here today and tomorrow, and he kind of like he still was here. That was that Stephen A. Smith moment when I remember what was that before this Knicks went on this crazy run, but at the beginning of the season when Stephen A. was like, I'm more popular than everybody who played for the Knicks. And that kind of was the truth. And we do live in that day and age. If you don't know how to use social media or YouTube or none of these platforms to your advantage, the times will eventually turn on you. And you see that all the time. You see a lot of people get super popular and then they kind of give their nose they look their nose up to people and they kind of give people their butt to kiss. So I understand. I ain't mad at academics for holding that grudge. But again, that's why I always said with Meek Mills or any other rappers, like, bro, you better find you somebody with a platform or with a voice and kind of be nice to them. It's just like the DJ thing. And that's I guess that was the reason why I wanted to put it, because we live in a time where people don't even appreciate the DJ no more. Like we talking about like back in the mixtape days where like DJ Drama or who else? DJ Scream or Swamp Izzo or Bigger Rankings or DJ Clue, Who Kid, any of them, with all of these DJs, think about all these people I'm naming, a lot of them, their names ain't as popular no more because they're not on. They didn't pick up a platform or they didn't start a podcast. Some people feel like they too cool to even start a podcast. So a lot of these DJs, you kind of just forget about them. They go to the wayside. But at one point in time, you kind of had to play nice with the DJs so people can kind of keep you in rotation. And since you live in a time now where the club, like I'm not saying every city, but in a lot of cities, the club atmosphere is kind of down and dying off. So people want to know what's the new music to listen to. They're looking for the podcaster to tell you that. They looking for the YouTuber to tell you that. So they kind of, and that's why, but you know, Meek Mills does not have good graces with nobody who voices an opinion. Yeah, him and Gilly and Kid and Wallow and them are cool, but they just do interviews. They don't give their opinions for real. Like people don't go to them on a weekly basis for their opinion. There are other people who people go to them for their voice on a weekly opinion, and you kind of just let it go by the wayside. I don't necessarily like what you want me to tell you, dog. Like that is it's sad, but it's true. I can't sit here and be like, Meek kind of did it to himself, because who is he? I always ask you, who was the person that you gave? And that's why when people even talk about Drake with the culture vulture thing, at least you can see and say, well, Drake put these people on. Even for Meek, it's kind of like, damn, who you put on? And that's why people probably do look at him when academics go so crazy on him. People kind of watch him and be like, damn, act smoking Meek. Because like, who did you put on? If you put it on at least another voice to be able to combat, like think about how many people love LeBron James. So even it's just like, people probably stopped watching Skip Bayless because he don't have nobody to even stick up for LeBron on his show no more. He just doubled down with, okay, me and Paul Pierce gonna hate, so I'm not watching that no more. So people go watch Shannon Sharpe and Skip because you at least know, all right, if somebody on ESPN go crazy on LeBron, it's gonna be at least somebody. It's either gonna be Big Perk or it's gonna be Shannon. It's gonna be somebody on there to defend LeBron James because you want to hear some type of combativeness to give this person back some type of shot of grace. But it's just like for Meek, it's like, who did you really put on? Who gonna come defend you? So I'm cool with watching you kind of fall by grace. Like, it's all right, it's over for you, dog. And nobody kind of don't feel, nobody cares. Nobody ain't trying to put CPR to your career because, it's like, who did you help?
But that's my only thing. Like I said, even with Meek, it's just like, we had this argument a while ago, even before you was even a Drake fan. And I remember we had this argument. Oh, you was like, oh, Meek got the Aston Martin with the gold rims. And I'm like, dog, but Drake, you wasn't a Drake fan at that time.
No, I wasn't. We had that conversation before, for sure.
We had that conversation. We was arguing. I'm like, dog, but Drake sitting out selling.
So listen to, you absolutely, I'm glad you brought that up because I forgot about it. You're absolutely right. And that kind of goes back into the academics point when he was sitting here saying, did he kind of blamed this on Meek? Because you're absolutely right. At one point in time, I was a bigger Meek Mill fan than I was a Drake fan. So after Drake smoked Meek Mills, it was kind of like, damn, this little dude, he kind of more than just singing. You're absolutely right, because that was the lean up to tough guy Drake. Think about it, like that led him into becoming the tough version of Drake.
But that's why even when I just, even the thing where I just said, when I said the whole Nicki situation, I think it was just more, I'm more mad at Nicki than I'm mad at Meek Mill. Meek Mill's just defending for her, or he the front runner. Because we know they had a ruffle. They wasn't as the best of the best. Now, yes, they are, but even still, they're not what they were when they was YM. when they was Young Money and all that. How
yeah, no, of course not, because even I guess it was over the weekend. It was at a Lil Wayne concert, and I guess it must have been in Cali, and the DJ was playing Not Like Us, boy, and they was going crazy. And of course, people gonna run with the headline like, "Oh my God, at Lil Wayne concert, they was playing Not Like Us, and he didn't stop it." Like I'm sure if y'all been. Why would he? I mean, I'm sure because if he in Cali, one, he's not the DJ, and then of course, I mean, if you're still in Cali, you're tying it back into the LeBron thing. So, bro, politics is politics. You can't sit here and be like, man, cut the shit or whatever the case may be. Like, nah, you just gotta let it rock out. And let's be clear, I guess we can get into something else after this. But I did see Lil Yachty got a lot of smoke, and even again going back into academics, he kind of was dragging Yachty like, damn, you supposed to be Drake real friend, y'all supposed to be friends. I don't like that tape that you had. And the crazy thing is, Lil Yachty, and I'm sure academics was just the loud voice that powered on, but it was a lot of people. Like it was a girl that Yachty was going back and forth with on Twitter, and she was kind of like, I thought you and Drake was friends. Why you getting on there saying he lost and this, that, and the third? Like people was looking for him to kind of have a different opinion on the whole Drake versus Kendrick Lamar thing. He was like, dog, it was a cool battle and Kendrick won. It's all right. Like that Not Like Us is a hit record. Like what you want me to do? So he said that on his podcast, and then obviously the critiques from social media and from Twitter and all the loud uproar and people was disappointed in him. He took it back. I don't think he should have took it back, but he did. And it was kind of like that to me. It was just like, maybe Lil Yachty should have just skipped that topic. Like you took your podcast, took on a break for a minute anyway. You should have just left it on a break. If you couldn't come back and have a stirred opinion on that and you felt like you had to delete that episode, like, bro, you should have just never even said it. Because what you said was nothing wrong with it. Like you still big Drake up, and you even called out the stuff where you felt like it was all right, it was kind of corny. Like y'all took it too far. It was cool. What you deleted for? I don't know why he deleted that episode. To me, that was just like, I don't agree with that part. We talked about casting that. What? I ain't worried about that. Anyway, so in other news, shout outs to Cardi B. Cardi B got she got three songs in the top 100 for the most streamed songs the most streamed songs in the hip hop era. So number 2 was Bodak Yellow, number 20 was WAP, and number 71 was Put It On the Floor. And Spotify is probably, and I think that's one of the cool things that Spotify does do to kind of keep themselves in the conversation, because they allow the artists to know their numbers, or they give the artists these awards, or they tell the artists, hey, this is the most streamed, this, that, and the third. So it's give people something to kind of celebrate, because everybody always kind of want to feel validated, or you want to feel like you have accomplished something. So you see a lot of people a lot of times get excited when Spotify give out these type of numbers or give out these different type of awards. So again, shout out to Cardi B for having 3 songs in the top 100. And Apple Music did put out a top 100 album. Yeah, I glanced at it. I didn't look at the whole thing yet. I don't think they. Oh yeah, homegirl of mine DM'd me and was like, "Hey, did you look at the Apple Music Top 100?" I was like, "I ain't look at it yet." And then I asked her, I'm like, "Well, what's your thanks on?" She's like, "They ain't put the whole journal out yet." So she said she ain't really look at it. I'm just giving people a heads up. So if you see it, so when eventually the whole list come out, and one of them slow weeks, we can get into it and break it down and look at the list. But there was a lot of albums on there. I'm not about to act like I even knew what all of them was, because it was a lot of miscellaneous. Or I can't say miscellaneous if you're on somebody's top 100, but there was a lot of albums on there I wasn't familiar with. So I will take time to actually look at it and kind of get it familiar. In other news, Rich Homie Quan has officially been subpoenaed to testify on the Young Thug RICO case. And for people who don't know, it's not when I say testify, not testify, I apologize. They call him as a witness. So he don't necessarily, I don't know what they're going to ask him. Nobody don't know what they're going to ask him. And then I'm sure he made sure his lawyer came out and said, this don't mean the Rich Homie Quan is testifying or nothing. So don't start calling him no snitch or nothing. You got summons. Like if you sit here and witness something, like if you witness a car accident and it's a bad joint, and the people be like, hey, well, we need your incident report or whatever the case may be. And if you right there on the scene, you can get summons for like an incident report. So you don't necessarily know what the questions they're going to even ask him, or how he even going to answer these questions. He just got subpoenaed to become a witness on the in the Young Thug trial.
That was when he started it. That was like the first one, right?
What you mean? What's the first what?
Him and Rich Homie, because that was with him and Birdman, right? Rich Homie and
he was in. So Rich Homie was in Bird. I mean, he was in Rich Gang. Yeah, they was a group. It was them two. They were in Rich, and they were in Rich Gang. I mean, I ain't gonna say the first one. That was kind of realistically the only one. I mean, of course, he tried to like hold it on when they stopped, like still banging out like Rich Gang. Like even
that's what I'm saying. That's when they first really started catching.
Oh, both of them, yeah, for sure. I mean, mainstream wise,
They got one with Kendrick, right?
Who?
Them.
Young Thug and Rich Homie Quan? No,
swear, it's a joint to him and Kendrick. It was doing. I think that was like the whole Rich Game joint. No. I swear.
I mean, you may be right, because it's a lot of songs that got leaked out. I never heard it.
I never heard it. That I heard with him and Kendrick on there. It was Kendrick and them on there. And it was that's what I said. That's what I remember. That's why I think when Young Thug really started to, because what was his first breakout?
Stoner, or it was Stoner. I'm a stoner. I'm a stoner. I'm a stoner. And what was the other Joan that Nicki got on?
Danny Glover.
Yeah, Danny Glover. Yeah, so I'm a stoner, Danny Glover. Those was like his first 2 breakout songs.
Yeah, and I want to say it was a Rich Game joint, and I swear it was.
Yeah, I mean, you might be right. I don't, like I said, I'm not about to sit here and make like, I know like the standout songs from their first project they put out, of course, was Lifestyle. I don't necessarily know all the other songs because you got to think about it. I think they had like a project that got, the whole entire project got leaked.
Yeah,
so I don't know who was on
it.
it. So I'm not, I can't disagree with you and say that they didn't have a song with Kendrick Lamar. They might have. I don't necessarily remember, but I'm sure for people who just like, dang, why they Rich Homie Quan? Because of course Rich Homie Quan was in Rich Gang, and then that whole little the bus stuff getting shot up with Lil. So they probably gonna ask questions. And Rich Homie Quan realistically has ties to YF and Lucci and Young Thug. So I'm sure realistically it kind of makes sense. So even if you watch any of them YouTube videos, they have thrown Rich Homie Quan name in some of them Jones. Like if you go on YouTube and watch, I think the Trap Laws Raw John. It might be Trap Law Raw, I'm not sure, but it was like YSL versus YFN. Like Rich Homie Quan, because he was affiliated to one of the guys, like he was affiliated with that situation. So I'm sure it kind of makes sense. I know Rich Homie Quan still wants to have a music career, so I can't imagine Rich Homie Quan going on the stand saying anything that's going to completely end his music career as well. So it's kind of like, I mean, take it for face value. Because I get, and then we can kind of roll this off of Tina Knows. People don't know who Tina Knows is. That is Beyonce's mom, and she basically came out and was like, I don't like when Beyonce tries to use her music to take a stance politically or try to educate people, like when she's trying to like be preachy, almost like her Kendrick Lamar thing in the verses. Like, I don't like when Beyonce get too preachy on her music, where she's sitting here trying to like be woke Beyonce. She was like, man, find somebody else to do it. You shouldn't sacrifice your career to kind of, I guess, almost be like,
what else you got to do it though?
Me personally, I'm not a fan of when people do it in music at all, because I like, especially in 2024 though, if I really want to sit down and listen to something that's going to be educational, I'm going to listen to a podcast. I'm not about to make it like I'm the super, I want to hear people talk about it with the music thing. I'm not, because I told you sometimes when
but you might be one of the millions. That's why I'm saying I get what she's trying to say, but you can't sit here and say don't speak on it, because then you, like I said, at the end of the day, you still gonna catch backlash regardless. You might not, I don't want you for that whole woke or whatever the case may be, but then there's somebody, I do need some inspiration for you. Because she do speak to a lot of.
I know that's what I'm saying. I get this one. I agree with you. She speaks to a large audience, but I can understand, like, for her mom, it's like, it's almost like how would you try to give, I forgot who we was talking about, when we kind of brought it back to the Michael Jordan thing. It's like everybody buy shoes thing, and that's kind of like the stance her mom taking it, like, don't get too woke, and you trying to be on here like you're some damn activist, and you kind of, like you said, because she has such a large audience, don't turn some of the people off because you trying to be on here too preachy, trying to relay a message to.
But a lot of people still kick they back in, just like we kick Jay-Z back in. With Jay-Z never been a whole vocal for the community, or I want this and I want that.
Yeah, but because you can take your stance when you put your money up, because just even what you was about to say, yeah, Jay-Z never put it in his music, but Jay-Z also has, when people was getting locked up during COVID, when people was doing the protesting, he was bailing people out.
But that's what I'm saying. But even when we look at Beyonce, I feel like she is a figure where we got to hold you accountable. Like, all right, you getting the money off of us, but then what are you putting in that community too?
Yeah, so where you spend your money don't have nothing to do with what you putting in the music though. You can give money back personally from the community. You can have fundraisers and send kids to college. You can do all these other things. You don't necessarily have to.
But as a black community,
put it in your music.
But do you value that as a black community? Do you value anybody who don't put back in the black community?
You missing the point. That's what I'm saying. She can do that. She don't have to put it in her music. When I listen to music, I want to be entertained. I don't want somebody to be preaching to me. If I want to listen,
judge. Okay, but do you judge her? Okay, let's take Beyonce for example. If she just said, "Well, all right, the black community not buying my albums, but the white community, I'm gonna make more white music than I make black community." Do you sit here and judge her like, "Oh, damn, you make all this pop shit, but you're not making no R&B"?
No, I think you missing the point of what her mother saying. She said the messaging in the music. You don't need to do it. Let somebody else do it because of what you're saying. That's why I don't know. Sometimes you listen.
No, I'm saying, but okay, but it's nobody else. There's nobody else out there that's performing on her level,
mm-hmm.
right? So we can't go to nobody else. So she is the face of the black community. That's why I'm just saying is we're not looking at Rap City. We're not looking at Erykah Badu. We're not looking at Lauryn Hill. We're not looking at none of them for whatever you have for the black community. We're looking at Beyonce. So yes, you are a black person. So you saying, well, I'm not going to pay no mind. I'm going to just portray to everybody else. It's like, all right, well, damn, what the hell are you here for?
I mean, I disagree. I think the music, you got an opinion on, you got to take?
I feel like I don't know if it's necessarily a problem because she does have a big voice. A lot of people do listen to her. So for her to speak on it makes it seem like she actually kind of cares.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't see why it would mess up the music. Because
So-
I mean, I'm not a big fan of her country album, but a lot of people are. So it's like I feel like when it comes to Beyonce, she can kind of, in everybody's eyes, she can kind of do no wrong. So for her to speak on it kind of humanizes her a little bit to say, okay, I acknowledge what's going on in the community and I'm gonna speak out about it.
But you're not gonna take nobody else vocal, because like even with Alicia Keys, all that, they got plays, they got this and that. It's just like who Beyonce voice over Trump everybody.
I mean, when you say it like that, I get it, but I do think again that sometimes to me is I almost blame the people. I blame other people with voices, because just like when you brought up Rap City, how many people like even so a perfect example. Let's just use Rap City and let's just use that example of what you, and I can tie this almost back into Joe. I seen him do like a whole Patreon jump with her, but when her album it's on YouTube. So even when her album came out on Friday though, you didn't talk about it on Saturday. You took 40 minutes, and that's why I seen people getting mad at him on Saturday. You took 40 minutes to tell us why Cardi B not putting out the music, but you ain't even talk about you in New York. You ain't even talk about A Boogie Project, and you didn't talk about Rap City. So it's like the point of what I'm saying here, saying like people, like we can't just be mad. I can't put all the pressure on Beyonce because somebody like Rap City, you absolutely right, talks into a larger topic matter or subject matter. So that's why I don't agree with just, hey, let's put it all on Beyonce's shoulders, because that's not what got Beyonce popular. But for somebody like Rap City, that's what she's trying to get popular off of. Even for Kendrick Lamar, when he going back and forth with Drake, that he knows this is what I got popular off of. And that's why even when Drake said you trying to rap like you trying to free the slaves, because you know for a fact Kendrick Lamar built his career on that type of messaging. So yeah, why not highlight? So everybody don't have to put all the broad on. I'm not looking for Drake to have no goddamn messages, because he ain't never in his career, he never had. So that's not what I'm going for. Lil Wayne, I tell y'all that he's the greatest rapper of all time to rap about absolutely nothing. I'm never looking for Lil Wayne to have no political stance on no music.
So okay, now how you use the podcast world. We're not going to Joe Rogan to get no black views, right? For him.
It depends on who he got on it. He just had Terrence Howard on it. I mean, the whole time he just had to. Oh my God, Terrence Howard! I cannot believe you went on Joe Rogan and literally sound like, I have never in my life cut a Joe Rogan episode off 5 minutes into it, dog. Terrence Howard just went on Joe Rogan and did absolutely anything, dog. I cut that off in 5 minutes, dog. He got on there talking about when he was in his mother's stomach. He talked about his kid, how he was when his kid was in his wife's stomach. I'm like, bro, this nigga is tripping. I'm cutting this off. I'll catch you another day, Joe Rogan, because this Terrence Howard Jones, I literally couldn't make it in there 5 minutes.
But that's what I'm saying. But how you put Joe Rogan at the highest of the highs, right? But you're not going to Joe Rogan to get your black takes or anything.
No, because that's not what he built his platform on. That's not what I'm looking
even
for.
Even with him though, I'm not going to cater to the black community because that's not my audience.
For sure.
But I feel like with her saying that, it's just like the black audience is not your money seller. The white audience or everybody else is your big money. And that's why I feel like what she said, it was like, but damn, you being a black mother is like, all right, well, damn, she is black. So why can't she speak on the black situations? Because we don't have nobody else to talk about it.
And it don't have to be all of her music. Like she doesn't have to change
but you
everything.
Still can you can still speak on it.
Yeah, she can still bring it up, but that's not going to be the basis of all of her albums. No.
We're not sitting here going to look for her inspiration, but we do want to hear you speak about it. And that's why I only think like it's like, no, she is right. But I'm just like, well, okay, but then why are you not speaking on it? Because like even when y'all sit here and talk about Jay-Z, right now, Jay-Z's putting all these black performances in the Super Bowl. He changed everything. So if he just start putting white people on there, y'all gonna, oh damn, Jay-Z, you was the man who was trying to control this. Why we keep looking at these white people? Y'all will feel some type of way, right?
Unfortunately, these kids don't have a lot of people or different things to look up to. So they look to the YouTubes and the music and the rappers and the singers to get their information. They don't, you know what I'm saying? They don't So for them to speak on it, then it's like, oh, okay, now I know. Like if I mention something to my daughter, she'd be like, oh yeah, I heard so and so say that in the song. So they're not hearing it. A lot of stuff don't get taught in school no more. A lot of stuff they don't watch the news, of course, but like so they're unaware of everything that's going on until their favorite rapper, singer, or somebody like that might point it out to them.
I'm okay. Since y'all make it like that, I'm cool. I can't. I'm not. When we don't gotta be the dead horse. I'm with y'all. If that's y'all both are parents, and the way you just said it and broke it down, I'm cool to agree with that one. So y'all take Beyonce. I mean, y'all disagree with Beyonce mother. I'm cool with it. I can agree with it because we just talked about parenting and we talked about music. It is a young man from Virginia. What is his name? Rollo Honcho. He was literally on I don't know if he was on TikTok live or Instagram live, but he was on one of those lives on social media and literally playing with a gun with
Twitter.
a beam on
I thought it was Twitter.
It's on social media. I sent you, the video of you, if y'all want to watch the video is still literally on social media. He literally playing with a gun and literally blew his brains out on camera by accident. But that's my thing of when now his family, I guess, was raising a GoFundMe to get, so he can get a proper burial and stuff like that. But again, to me, and again, rest in peace to him. And I know his family probably going through a lot of things, but sometimes when we have to go back to talking about parenting, it's like, dog, what the hell is going on? This is a 17-year-old in somebody's house playing with a gun. Screw the rapper part. This is still a kid sitting on social media playing with a gun and literally blew his brains out, bro. That's crazy.
And the video went up. It could have got deleted.
No, the video is still on social media right now. So people got to constantly continue to watch that. But my thing of it is you allowing this in your house. Minus the rap thing is the extra sauce, but it's like, how do you not know what's going on in your home? How are you not on, even if your kid is a rapper, so you are not paying attention to what your kid is doing or what he portraying himself in his music videos?
You as how you lived your life. Did your parents know what you was doing outside?
I wasn't doing it in the house though. You was outside and in the house is two different things.
But it don't. But that's my thing. I just feel like you kind of get away from what you did, and your parents didn't know that you did do. A lot of stuff you did get away with that your parents didn't know with it. It's a lot of stuff that we do. And your parents don't know anything. Everybody can write a book and tell the wild stories that you live. Oh, damn, I did such and such and I made it home. Oh, I did this, blah, blah, blah. Everybody have a story. But sometimes I feel like what we don't hold accountable is just like even the safety of yourself or what you put yourself into. And even with him, you're playing with a gun. You took the safety off and touched on the trigger. Why you even take the safety off? I don't even know too much. I never even touched a gun. For me to sit here and say, I saw that you hit the damn safety thing off of it and you touched the gun. It's sensitive. That was just stupid on your part. For you to sit here and show a gun off, why? For what?
But again, so my thing, Marcus, is too when I say I blame some of it on the parent is because dog, you still like the difference between when you see him saying,
if you at work and he made this video while you at work.
I hear what listen to what I'm saying. I'm sure this is not his first video. I'm sure this wasn't his first song. I'm sure because it wouldn't be rap. They wouldn't put a rap about it. They just would have said a kid was on social media and he uploaded it, whatever the case may be. So that's my point. When you see him saying, "Hey, we was kids and we did this thing,"
from his parents, right? He got that gun on his own.
No, so listen to what I'm saying. If a kid, if I'm listening to him say, if I got a kid, right, and my kid want to be a rapper and he rapping about guns and he rapping about trapping and all this, I'm sure somebody's going to bring it to my attention what my kid is rapping about. Even if I'm not, somebody else is going to tell me. He got siblings close to his age, or he got cousins or friends. Somebody going to tell me something. If he popular, people know. I'm going to ask him, "Hey, why you rapping about this gun? Where your gun?" I'm going to go through his room, dog. There's no way in the world. Nah, dog. I'm sorry. I can't keep giving parents like, like, nah, it's not their fault. They wouldn't know. Like, yo, you got to know something.
But sometimes kids will find a way to do what they want.
No. Hey, perfect example. Even with us. Dog, you sit here to snitched on what's name about, you buying albums for him with Eminem, with Jeff. He didn't know, Donnie didn't know that Walmart sell the edited version. He's younger than all of us, and she was sitting there buying it because it was Eminem. She didn't know no better.
You're talking about music somebody listening to and somebody just rapping, dog. There's two different things.
So he is a rapper.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying the gun. I didn't hear him rap. I saw the gun footage. So even regardless, you saying you not being a parent, what you do at home or whatever you do when your mother leave, you can say, "Yeah, I'm going to school." You can go to school, then come back home, and you making that video. I don't know what you're doing when you tell me you leave the house. I saw you leave the house. You snuck back in the house. Whatever you're doing, you made that video. video. I do not know of that. So you can't sit here and say blame me for being a parent. I don't know.
But I'm gonna tell you why I say blame you, because though if this would happen outside, then cool. You can't, like you said, when you go outside your house, your parents don't know what you got going on. But you don't, as a parent, you can't sit here and say your kids got stuff in their room that you don't know what's in there.
Don't be a parent. That's all I can tell you. You saying that how many times you snuck in or snuck out or did whatever as a teenager or even mid adult, you snuck in and did a lot of things your parents didn't know about.
And guess what I didn't do? I didn't keep nothing in the house neither. I sold weed. Listen to what I'm saying. I sold weed, but I never kept weed in the house.
But still, it's just you do not know what you're doing. When I go to work, I know you went to school. When you came in the house, I don't know what you did when you came in that house. Yes, granted, now we do have the technology where you got ring cams or whatever. All right, I saw that you came in the house. Oh, yeah, mom, come in the house. I'm about to sit here. Cool, I'm chilling. But when I saw you made that video in the bathroom, it's no ring cam in the bathroom. I don't know what you did in that bathroom. What are you doing in there? You sitting here, you could have been masturbating. You could have did whatever you was doing in there. That's your privacy. But my thing is, you trying to sit here and blame a parent for, you didn't know your gun had.
No. I'm glad you just brought up a perfect example. And we all been kids, and both of us, Pauls, no Diddy, this was some horny niggas when we was kids. Guess what? I'm sure you never did. You never beat your meat when your parents was home, or even had no type of porn paraphernalia in the house.
Hold up. I could tell you a perfect example. And this is my thing. When I got caught, when my mother found out that I was having sex, what was your answer to what you told her when she was like, oh, are you having sex? What did you say?
No, I wasn't.
I was beating my dick, right?
No, hell, I was not. At that time, boy, you crazy as hell. How? What the hell was we watching? It was no porn. Nigga, this ain't, we wasn't no young where you can go on your computer and look at porn. We ain't had no computers in the house. What are you talking about? Where did I get the porn from?
All right. You don't remember that conversation?
No, and if I did, I was lying. I wasn't.
Right, you was lying. But that's what I'm saying. But the question was, when she asked you, are you out here saying, no, I got caught.
But listen,
I wasn't even that hot. But no,
listen to what you're saying. Slow down. Listen to what you're saying. You're trying to rewrite the history. Nigga, I wasn't having sex at that time. You lost your virginity before me.
Right, but my thing is, your parents did not know what you was doing in the house. Or
what was I doing? I wasn't doing shit.
I'm not saying you was doing anything, but what I'm saying is you could have told that story. Listen to what I'm trying to tell you. I lost my virginity before I was in high school. Mm-hmm. So you telling me you lost your virginity when you was whatever your age you were, right? Mm-hmm. But you seen more than I did. So me losing my virginity and when they ask you the question, oh no, mom, I'm a virgin. I just beat my dick when I get horny. They're going to go by that. But if he just sitting there saying, oh, no, I don't do that, whatever the case may be. But then when he go in the bathroom, I got this toke.
I think you just got to be more of an aggressive parent then, dog.
But outside of you taking your kid with you everywhere you go, to work with you, homeschool them, at the end of the day, kids are going to do what they want.
And like I said, that's why I said you can't sit here and blame a parent.
You can blame a parent if they're neglectful and they just out party and they don't care about their kids, but they are parents. I'm a single parent, so I can't be with my children at all times. So I have to take it for what it is. If you say you're doing this, then I'm going to have to. Until I prove you wrong or I see you didn't do it, then I'm gonna have to go with it.
So I guess
how many people get on there when they child shoots somebody? Oh, my child wasn't like that. He was a good honor roll student.
Now,
you don't know. You don't know.
But you do have to be the parent to pay attention.
Yes.
And notice things. But then like some things can kind of go under the radar. Your kids are not going to be the same with you as they are with their friends.
Because regardless of the gun, right? What if he had a belt to his neck? He was getting bullied. You didn't know that. You didn't know he was getting teased in school. So that's what I'm saying. You can't sit here and say, "Oh, it's the parent fault." I didn't know that was going on.
I mean, the only reason why I'm going, I'm a kind of let y'all rock with this take because I'm looking. I just searched his name on YouTube and that literally only video to even come up with him is that video. So you might be right. Like when you put in I put in his whole name and only Honcho come up as Honcho from Atlanta. So I mean, you might be right. This may be just literally they may just attach the rapper claim to him maybe because he just tried to rap on. So he may not really be even a big enough rapper to his parents even paying attention to the music he paying out to, even for no reason to kind of even I guess wave a red flag for them to pay attention a little bit more. So I mean, y'all may be right. I can't, like I said, I'm not a parent, so sometimes I have to kind of like bend and waver when y'all are parents. So when you give your opinion and your take on that, sometimes I gotta kind of, all right, cool, you got it. You win this one. I can't I can't disagree with you on that, especially if he ain't got no footage of like. I'm thinking maybe because people put that name on him, and even for the for the story to become popular, I thought he actually had songs that people already was listening to or something, but that's not the case. So I mean, rest in peace to him, and thoughts and prayers to his parents and the rest of his family members. Real quick, because we did talk, we kind of glanced over and we didn't get to say anything about it when we was talking about the WNBA, the Las Vegas Aces. It was, I don't even know who the company. I don't even know if it was a company. I think it was just the city of Las Vegas. They basically offered the Las Vegas Aces, like say, yeah, hey, y'all don't have to do nothing. We just giving y'all $100,000 for each player, just for y'all to keep winning. I mean, they can't. Yeah, of course you can't do it, but you can. I mean, realistically, I'm sure if they really want to give them that $100,000, they still will give it to them. They just maybe you just got to make it.
That's why they under investigation.
Yeah, so they are under investigation for that. And then, of course, again, when I told y'all, because I'm heavy on the WNBA Twitter, you see a lot of people like, oh, damn, I thought y'all wanted to push the league ahead. I thought y'all wanted to find different ways for the league, for the players to get more money. So why is it even under investigation? Y'all need to figure it out like everybody else do. And look, like I said, for NIL purposes, when it comes to colleges, college do it all the time. It don't even matter where they get the bread from.
No, well, you can tie this into Marvin Harrison Jr.
Oh
he getting sued by Cenat.
Is he getting sued or is it what's the?
Because he didn't say right now.
You put it in the group, John, right? Or that's not in the family, John. I mean, that's in the family, John. It's not.
Yeah. But he's getting sued. Even with him, now I feel like with him, that whole situation, you kind of neglected your obligations or whatever the case may be, and you thought you was above it. And because they were saying he's the first person that they had this issue with, and that's why they suing him.
So do you?
Because he couldn't even sign. Because you cannot buy his jersey. You can't do nothing with him because Fanatics is licensed by the NFL. And he didn't sign his the NFL
contract.
The contract, which you cannot sell his jersey. He won't have his name or none of that on there because he's entitled into a deal in which he probably didn't obligate his deal what he had when he was in college. Because they saying it's other players who had that same exact deal, but I'm pretty sure they're trying to make him an example because you signed a deal and you felt like you was bigger than what you are. And I can't, because they going after him, and this the first person I heard them suing.
I'm just why you talking? I'm trying to find.
I think it was something that he didn't do or he wasn't, because the deal was I think 4 years or whatever the case. But they say there's a lot of players that have that same exact deal. And he's the first person they had to sue or even go after to get their money back. So obviously he didn't do whatever. But I'm just like, because your daddy is was in the NFL as a Hall of Fame, how you didn't just
I'm sure realistically at that time, I mean, it seemed like a lot of these stories wasn't even going around. I think even of course, just while we're talking about it, just different rules and different deals that people may not know about and how they kind of just going all over the place. Malik Neighbors and Jalen Daniels placed a friendly bet, and I guess they was on a podcast or doing an interview or something, and one of them talked about the bet where it was like who was going to get Rookie of the Year, and it was a $10,000, just a friendly bet between each other. And I guess realistically, because you can't do it, or they can do it, but you just shouldn't have came out and said it. You shouldn't have said it publicly. If y'all got that bet between each other, you just shouldn't.
You can say it publicly. You can't be money.
Yeah, but then what else you gonna sit here and say it was? Yeah, I don't know where you sent it, John. I can't.
What's name did it when Ocho and Reese with the pink slip? That's why what's name changed his name. You can bet, but because it was involving money with the whole gambling situation, that's why they was trying to crack down on the whole betting on yourself. Because even like with porters, you can't sit here and say, "Hey, bet on yourself" type of situation. Because Reese and Ocho Cinco, I think they made that bet, and that's why Ocho Cinco had to change his name.
I mean, you might be right. Like I said, I can't. I don't know where you sent it to. I can't find the jump. But I mean, he is going through that situation. So, like I said, I just wanted to bring up the WNBA jump. But then, other in news, Lil Baby's baby mom, Jada Chavez, or Jada Waiter. Most people probably know her as Jada Waiter. I don't know which one. I don't know. You can hear it.
No, you good.
Oh, all right. So people, basically people don't know who Jada Waiter is. Of course, like I said, that's Lil Baby moms. And she did a swimsuit ad or advertisement for a smaller swimsuit brand. I believe they said it was like in 2020. And I think right now, I don't necessarily know if the girl was still selling the swimsuits. And I think that was the kind of excuse that Jada was trying to use for herself, where she was basically sitting here saying, oh, the girl don't even sell swimsuits no more. So I didn't think it was going to be a big deal. So the same exact swimsuit that the girl had her model off for her, whatever the case may be. And Jada had it on her page, tagged the girl and everything, was promoting the brand. Like she did that part of the business. But of course, maybe like, of course, it's 2024. So you're talking about 4 years have passed. And the girl, Jada Waiter, basically posted over the week, like the pictures of her in a swimsuit, like, hey, boom, 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 this is my new collection, whatever the case may be. So the girl who even owned the swimsuit line didn't say nothing about it. Her homegirl just called it out and was like, damn, that's crazy. My homegirl paid you to sit here and advertise her swimsuits, and then you sit here and go behind her back and then copy the swimsuits, and then literally now you selling them on your website. That's crazy. And at first, Jada was kind of like, she was downplaying and trying to like, nah, whatever the case may be. And then she copped to it and was like, you're absolutely right. I'm gonna stop the production on it. I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna take blame for it. I was dead wrong. I was out of pocket. I shouldn't have did it. So again, like, but it was the crazy thing is that the girl never would have called her out. She literally would have stole this girl design. Like even when we talked about it last week, when we was talking about Gunna with the dude with the P logo. So it's kind of like you gotta be so like, man, that's why you kind of like, if you put something out into the atmosphere, you got to go super hard with it and push it to the best ability, because you kind of do leave room for people to steal your ideas.
But my only question is, and we've been through it, even like I said, back when we was doing it with the whole Vegas situation, when the whole Chinese, with that whole Fresh Prince, how they was using that design.
Yeah, that design for sure.
But at the end of the day, I feel like, is it a shade to me because I'm not getting the credit, or all right, yeah, I'm a pro. I feel like you didn't put the leg into it. She might have used your idea and it got bigger than what you did. So I know I get it as an artist. Yes, you probably feel some type of way, but then also, can you capitalize on it too, though? Because all right, if she stopped doing it, then what are you doing after that? Because if she don't even sell no more, or whatever the case may be, you saying that that's your swimwear. If you don't sell no more after that situation, did you really capitalize on her?
No, you didn't. And I agree with you. To me personally, I don't look at it as shade. I do look at it as you have to be prepared. If you put it off, especially if you pay somebody, you bring it to the attention, you have to capitalize on the moment. So I'm not mad at Jada Waiter, but I do agree with you. And I'm glad that you even asked that question or brought that scenario up. You have to just work harder. You can't sit here and just be comfortable with like, okay, well, 10 people bought this bathing suit and then that's it. Nah, if you're really going to do something, especially if you're going to complain about it, then you have to be willing to execute and promote it to the best of your ability. You got to be able to sit here and say, I'm willing to promote this to the fact where it can get hundreds of thousands of people to buy it. So then if one person said, my homegirl ain't got to be the one to come to defend me or just cry about it on social media where you kind of just don't look like a crybaby. You got to kind of realistically know how to keep pushing it. Or what's the purpose of even getting somebody to pay? What's the purpose of paying somebody to even market it for you if you really wasn't ready to take it to the next level? You kind of just got to she took my idea. Cool, it is what it is. Yeah. I wouldn't even have told the girl she had to cancel it. Like maybe I probably would have looked for like, damn, can I get some free bathing suits my way? Like I don't know how you go about it, because after somebody take your idea, it's kind of like it is what it is. Okay, now like you said, especially now that she canceled it, now what are you doing? Not even I don't know if you can trademark a bathing suit, especially if it's like you don't have like no signature logo on it. It's just a plain jump, because like,
but you can't patent you can patent in your design.
Yeah, for sure.
You can patent your design the way you make it, and it's just like even when we go back to the Nike and what's my man?
Homie in the Hellcat or Cool Cat or the Cool Cat.
If you patent it, you do the right work, you do the paperwork, then you let the legal. But
for sure,
you can't let somebody from your team vouch for you if you didn't do the legal work. Because if you did the legal work, you wouldn't even worry about it.
And of course, but guess what? But let's be honest. 9 times out of 10,
nobody does legal work.
Exactly. That's it.
You can't be mad. Somebody take your idea or whatever the case may be. 9 times out of 10, how many people read? Though, how many of y'all went when we had the what's the little yellow book joint when we the Cliff Notes? How many of y'all use those for tests and all that when you had to pass? You use the Cliff Notes, you use references to get past on a homework or whatever the assignment or whatever you had to do. She used a Cliff Note. She took that idea, made it, and looked better. She looked better in it. That's for sure. What's going to sell it.
No, I mean, of course. And I mean, I'm glad. I'm mad that we missed the topic real quick, because when we just talked about the Marvin Harrison situation, and EA Sports is getting ready to put out their 2025 college football game, because this is the first time that the college football will be back for EA Sports in a long time. And of course, they putting out snippets, getting people hyped for it. And Kodak Black's Skrilla Baby will be one of the songs that will be played on this game. And I do want to read off a list of the things that you can look forward to on this EA Sports game, and it's a crazy thing that's what they called it. Number 1 is the Pooh Shiesty mask. Number 2 is the roll-up jerseys. Number 3 is the pads above the pants above the knees. Number 4 is the untucked shirts beneath the jerseys, the visors, the branded socks, the turf tape, long sleeves, and the Nike and the Wilson football. I'm just over on the Pooh Shiesty mask. That's the fact that EA Sports put out that they will have the Pooh Shiesty mask on the EA 25. Dog, free Pooh Shiesty. Like, that's crazy.
And
they ain't even put Nike ski masks. They put Pooh Shiesty masks.
That is the sad part, because they've been wearing those face covers for the longest. And like I said, yes, it's a name attached to it now. But a lot of people y'all don't know, even it's more even in debt when you do the whole the glory little career path. They putting in there with they adding the school thing into it too.
What you mean the school? I mean, I don't know, because I don't play that game, so I ain't here.
So they trying to do the whole glory road or whatever the case may be. When you making the career, the character is just like you got to be popular, or they got a transporter system in there. You school credits, all that. Like, so they pretty much. So when you play the game, it's kind of they adding everything in if you was in college.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just you playing the game. And even like with even Madden, how they kind of add the storylines into it. So now when you play this whole college game, they even adding the school into it. They adding all the, are you popular on the team? Are you going to get the minutes? Because just say you got drafted by Colorado, but you might not have been the let's say you might not have been a 5-star recruit, but you playing behind the sun, but you're not getting no minutes. So now you got to build up your
So how do you build up your popularity if you're not even getting no playing time? How do that work?
That's in the game.
Oh, damn, that's tight.
That's in the game. And that's why I say a lot of people don't play the career modes. And that's what in the game, like how you choose how you want to answer to certain situations that's in there. And I think they, like I said, this year they added the school situation. Nobody had that.
Oh yeah, that's tight. I didn't know that.
Questions and now I don't know if they sitting there like you got to pass this SAT type of situation, but that's different.
Yeah, that's different. That's tight. I do want to play this clip from this was I guess in the Senate room with Congress, and it's two ways I felt about this. A homegirl of mine sent this, and of course me and her had our little debate in the DMs about it. So I'm gonna play this clip and then I'll get y'all opinion and I'll give y'all mine after this.
You just voted to. That's 2 requests to strike. That's 2 requests to strike.
Oh, they cannot take the
There's
words.
another motion to strike her words again. Please
All right, okay, here's
control.
the correct apology. Miss Green, do you agree to unanimous consent to strike your words?
I repeat again for the second time. Yes, I'll strike
right.
my words, but I'm not apologizing.
Without objection.
Mr. Chair, point of order.
Who's?
It's me.
Ms. Crockett.
I'm just curious, just to better understand your ruling. If someone on this committee then starts talking about somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body, that would not be engaging in personalities, correct?
A what now?
Chairman, I make a motion to strike those words.
I don't think that's
Hold on.
I'm trying to find clarification on what quality.
Chairman, motion to strike those
idea
words.
what you just said.
We're not gonna do this. Look, you guys earlier literally just said
You just voted to do
Y'all did it first, so you
voted to do it.
Order.
I'm trying to get clarification.
Look at calm down.
No, because this is what
like
y'all
to get
do.
through proceedings.
So I'm trying to get
Miss
clarification.
Crockett, you're not recognized. Miss
I can't hear
Crockett.
you with your
And
yelling.
You don't want
Calm
me to
down.
Be,
Can you please calm
don't
down?
tell me to calm down.
Calm down.
Because y'all
Please
talk
calm
noise,
down.
and then
You're out of control.
Because if I
Look,
come
Chairman, can we
and
send her
talk
outside to
shit
take a
about
break
her,
for 5
y'all
minutes?
gonna have a problem.
Mr. Chairman.
All right, chair.
I don't know why
Okay.
you're
Order.
acting
Chair
like
now
that.
recognize.
That's
All right, so I mean, ladies first, because you are the only woman in the room, so I want to get your take and your opinion on that first, and then I can give mine.
She read her for filth. I feel like she deserved it. She called her out. She probably didn't expect her to respond. And when she did, it was a problem. And then she wanted to say, oh no, calm down. Like, no, you said what you said, you meant what you said. So here's my response.
Yeah, so I get two things. I agree with what you said, because I guess that part wasn't in the video. So what initiated this whole argument and this back and forth was the white lady basically called her out and was like, you can't read whatever's in front of you because your fake eyelashes. So that's what sent her left. And then whatever the case may be. So I guess they try to rule and say that could stay in. So she was like, oh, okay, that's cool. If that's cool, so if this is cool when I say boom, 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 and that's when she's talking about the butch bomb body or whatever the case may be, basically read the lady for film. And I agree with every woman who felt like that, because I'm sure, majority of, especially when you look at it on the comment section on the Shade Room or any of the blogs that posted up, everybody kind of agree with that sentiment and they was cool with it. My only thing is, it's a time and a place, though. Because realistically, let's be real, we all know that that's one of the biggest stereotypes that black women got to deal with. Oh, angry, loud black women, or this, that, and the case. That's the biggest stereotype that you kind of almost can't avoid. It is what it is. So for her to lash out, and if you kind of looking at it like, not even on the outside looking in, just me, even as a black person who's super I'm put the capital N in the N word. So when I'm watching it, still, it's kind of like, damn, dog. Like, it's like you at work. This still your job, dog.
So what was she? How should she have handled it?
Hold up. My only thing is it just because it's the messenger, who it is? Because now, if this was a black woman saying that,
it was a black woman. What you talking about?
No. Who said who? It
was a
that?
white lady.
It was a white lady.
Oh, you talking about the eyelashes?
That said something to the black lady. Yeah, right. So I'm just if it was a black, that my only thing is just like, you got to conduct yourself in the workforce, regardless of what everybody say. You got mics on, everybody pick it up. It's a time and a place for it. If you felt like you can say whatever after you go off the mics. Now, how she went on about it, that's why I'm just like, all right, if you were in a senator meeting or whatever the case may be, I don't feel like you should be going back and forth or even saying that. You should just let it go.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I'm kind of like, you kind of should have just played it, but then it's just like,
but you don't know the history. Like, they could
and that's why I say, and but that's why I'm saying it's just because of who the messenger was, because this is a white lady and she pointed it out. You feel like, oh no, I need to address her
because it was a racial thing that she wouldn't have said that to another white woman, or your lashes. She wouldn't have said that.
And that's why I said,
so
because
that's why she got the response that she did, and for them to, I guess, strike her words of the bad bitch and all that, or butch or whatever, but not hers. Like, I can see why she went. You know what I'm saying? She went off. We don't know their dynamics off
the mic, yeah,
and we don't know
what the back history or backstory of the history.
That's why I said,
and we don't know what led up to that, but that was definitely a racial thing that she said.
Yeah, I mean, I'm listening to him. I agree with you. It was definitely a racial thing, the lashes thing. But then I'm not even going to lie to you. Sometimes I guess my only drawback, even for, and I guess I'm gonna sound like a hypocrite because I'm cool. I think that's the cool thing, I guess, when we talk about.
Say it.
No.
You need some goddamn lashes in the courtroom.
No, for sure, and that's how I felt. And when me and a homegirl of mine, we had that debate, and but listen, but I'm saying, but again though, it's kind of for me, it'll be hypocritical because that to me is the cool thing, that what makes Angel Reese cool. That's the cool thing, to make that young lady who played for what's my girl name, Deja. I cannot pronounce her last name on top of my head, but the young lady who played for the Connecticut Sun with the blonde hair who was strapping Caitlin Clark up. That to me is kind of like, if you stay in that box of that stereotype, what a normal WNBA player used to look like, we wouldn't. For me personally, I'm told you, I'm not here for Caitlin Clark. I'm here to look at the girls who look like, damn, she look like an IG model, and that's the thing. So they at work, but they still kind of, what grabs my attention is she still look just like the same girls I follow on Instagram.
But
I follow the girl. You know what's so crazy?
Had no lashes, you still wouldn't stop looking at them. You still would look at them if they had.
But no. I hear what you're saying, but let's be clear. The lashes enhances the beauty. If they be like, I don't like how my normal lashes look, that still gives them an enhance. Because that girl that played for the Connecticut Sun, I've been following her for years. I'm like, oh, this is the same girl I follow on Instagram. And I'm gonna tell you how I remember that I follow her, because I seen the Skims show. We talked about it last week. I'm like, oh, I've already been following her. Then when I didn't, like, let's say I could follow her. Some of the girls have never posted, like, they might post their like their media day pictures, but they don't post their highlights. So I've been following her this whole time. I ain't know that she was Gary Payton with a goddamn vagina. I ain't know she was strapping people up like that. That's what she was doing. So I didn't know, because I'm here because she looked like an Instagram model. So that's why I kind of feel bad for the lady in the Congress, John. It's like, I want to say it is a time and a place for.
We had the court.
But yeah, what's wrong with her having lashes on? That's a part of some women's
aesthetic for sure.
Yeah,
that is, but you don't need that. You didn't get that job with them lashes.
You don't know that she could have.
She didn't. My thing is, when you went for that interview, you didn't have them lashes on.
You don't know that.
But that's a now thing. Beforehand, let's just say.
I don't know how long.
I don't know how long she's been working at
right. We don't know how long. That's a thing now that we are accepting. That's a thing now that y'all doing. But beforehand,
because how you gonna tell her don't put lashes on? I don't know how old she is. She could have been doing it for a long time. So why can I not wear my lashes? Because I'm in a courtroom.
Like,
that's why I listen to what I'm saying.
But hold up.
Because I know how black women really feel about it. That's why I wouldn't say it.
Hear me out. You go to court, right? You got to for a ticket, right? She coming in with her lashes beating all that, right? You gonna look at that judge like, damn, this is the judge? You're not gonna take that judge no serious.
I mean, I hear you, but I kind of
it's a part of a routine. What they do.
That's a part of routine. But I'm asking you, how would you look at her? How would you look at her as a judge, right? Your judge coming in with her eyes beat, lashes. You just get you skip work. You missed out on work. You didn't even come in with the makeup. You just came in here to try to how most people try to look presentable. Oh, all right, I got a good job. I can't lose my license. I need my license. But if your judge coming in with her eyes beating all this, you're gonna take that as a joke.
Well, you said with her eyes.
You want to take it as a joke?
Eyes beat like makeup
but
down all the way.
Lashes. All right, even if she got the lashes, you're gonna take it as a joke. Like,
I don't care about her lashes. What does her lashes have to do with anything?
I'm gonna take that as a joke.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna go that far. I'm kind of.
Now she got the real long like. Okay, then that's a little much. But looking at that video, hers was not like.
Yeah, they wasn't crazy. They wasn't too crazy.
I didn't see. But I'm just saying, for you to see it because of a lash remarks about her
because it was a racial. It was racially inclined for her to say that, and then you play the victim as they always do. You poke the bear, drop the stick, and run, and try to play victim when you get a response. So you called me outside. I came outside. So now what you gonna do? It was a racial response.
Okay. So then my question, if she was voluptuous, she had shape and all that. And I say, oh yeah, well, y'all only listen to her because she got an ass.
Who only listens to who?
The people in whatever their little senator race. Oh, y'all only talk to her.
That still has no bearing on whatever that the meeting was about. And on my lashes, my ass, my boobs, it doesn't matter what I look like. We are focusing on the task at hand. And my lashes have nothing to do with what's being discussed in this room.
I'm agree with the black woman in the room.
That's why I agree. But if you didn't have them on, we wouldn't even have this conversation, right?
Yeah, but that's not fair. That's not fair though. That's not fair. I'm not with that.
It's not fair. But at the end of the day, you can't get mad about it.
So that's victim blaming. She was the victim. The woman said that to her. That had nothing to do with
because she probably already had hate to it. She just added the salt to it.
Okay, well then that's your fault. You can't tell me how to come to work. I'm being professional. I'm doing everything I'm asked to do. My lashes have nothing to do with me being able to do the job. It was a racial remark.
Yeah, I agree with you. So we can move on off of that one. Because of course we did talk about it in glance for a second, and I was kind of hard on Gunna last project, and I don't know how he picked up an extra 30,000 because last week when we was talking about Gunna project, it was projected to do. It seemed like at the time it was 60,000, but the new numbers have came out and Gunna did do 91,000, and he did get the #2 debut on the Billboard Top 100 chart. So shout outs to Gunna for getting him a #2 and moving 91,000. And to me, still I don't necessarily know even if he got a hit off of it yet. And I do feel I've seen a lot of people, I even seen, of course, when we talk about Angel Reese and we talk about Impact, I've seen her as one of the main people I've seen kind of doubling down on using the 101 song on a lot of her new reels that she's been posting this week. But I have seen a lot of women start to post that as well. So shout outs to Gunna. But I'm not gonna lie, I got a hot take that maybe shouldn't be a hot take if you actually listen to both projects. I do think A Boogie put out a better full body of project. And when we even talk about teetering on sounds, my favorite song off that A Boogie project was the jump with the dudes. What's his name? Cash. What is his name? The dude who sang the Fisher song, but I just want to say his name correct. What is his name? He on his Cash Cobain. So the song is called Body. It's on the new A Boogie project, and it's the young man who got the popular song in New York right now called Fisher. If you on Instagram or TikTok, I'm sure you done heard the Fisher song already by now.
The remix.
Yeah, with Ice Spice on the remix. So his name is Cash Cobain, and he is on that song. And that to me, like when I heard that song, the song is fire. But then when I'm listening to it and going back into the conversation that we was having last week about do Drake have a sound, I'm listening to that song like, dog, damn, this sound like a Drake song.
Yeah, but that's my thing. Even when I shot you last week, it's just like, dog, like you kind of discredit just even people just putting in their work. It's just like,
did you listen to that song?
Huh? Yeah, no, and
that song didn't sound like a Drake song.
But that's what you saying. Oh, I feel more comfortable if Drake was singing it. But
no, I'm not saying comfortable. I just said it sound like a Drake song. When you heard that song, did it sound like a Drake song?
No,
yes or no question.
No. But that's what I'm just saying. When it even comes to these projects, and that's why I say when you look at it, and even when you speak on it, and you say a lot of things. Well, I can listen to it in the gym, but I'm like, everybody's not in the gym. Everybody got their form of how they listen to the music. And even with raps it, I'm just like, dog, her project, that was a solid project to listen to. It's just like, all right, I feel it, I vibe with it. I'm like, all right, that's a good listen. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, nah, I'm not in the gym, I'm not pumping this. Oh, it ain't, it's not that. Like it's kind of like when everybody don't listen to their music in the gym. Everybody got
everybody have time and place music. It don't have nothing to do with the gym. So like let's say if you don't go to the gym and you're still young enough to go to the club, my version of the club is the gym. So I'm not discrediting people who go. If you still go to the club,
but if they don't go to the club,
so if you don't go to the club or listen to the gym, where do you really intake music? Just in the car?
To that music on their way to the car. If I'm working out, or even if
you just
I'm
said
walking,
you don't work out, so if you don't work out,
but if I'm walking, that's
still working out.
But that's not me in the gym. I might just be on a run.
I mean, that's cool. You're still exercising though.
But you said, but what I'm saying is, you telling me only place I can listen to this music, if it's not gym proof or the club proof, it's not good music.
No, I never said that, nigga. Because I don't listen to Giveon I don't listen to Giveon in the gym. I listen to Giveon in the car. It's time and place for every music. The same way I don't listen to, I can't, if I'm trying to go to sleep, it's certain preachers that I can't listen to. I can't listen to Jamal Brown when I'm about to go to sleep because he yelled the whole entire joke. Jesus Christ. Like I can't listen to that about to go to sleep. That's too much. I gotta listen to somebody with a lower tone.
But that's what I'm saying. But even when you saying with this whole Gunna project, it's just like, all right, I'm not comparing it to that. Well, maybe that Gunna project.
Did you listen to Gunna project?
Yeah.
So it didn't sound like the same entire song the entire way from beginning to end?
Is that not Gunna music?
No, answer the question. Don't try to ask me with another question. When you listen to it from beginning to end, did it sound like the same exact song?
But what I'm telling you, I'm not a.
You don't have to be a fan. I'm asking you a question. It's a yes or no question. When you listen to that project, okay then. That's all I said. I didn't say it was bad. I said it just sounded like the same exact song the entire way through. What are you talking about? That's all I said.
Last week you said it was bad
compared to the last one.
Right, but you said his music is bad compared to. But is this a good project?
It's
you
cool. I'm comparing it to him.
But that's what I'm saying. What I'm telling you, right?
Did you listen to A Boogie? Did you listen to A Boogie Project?
No, I didn't listen to it yet.
Did you listen to Rap City Project?
Yes, I did.
So do you think Rap City Project or Gunna Project was better?
I gave more of a listen to. I think I might have gave more listen to the Rap City Project than I listened to the Gunna.
All right, so
but that was just because at that time of frame when the Gunna dropped, I didn't really pay it no mind.
Okay, so cool. So just so we just not having a pointless argument. Next week, when you get some time this week, because I don't think it's no big drops. Listen to Gunna Project, listen to A Boogie Project, compare the two, and tell me which one you feel like sounds better. Why do you think which one sounds better? Which one stood out with different songs? That's what I'm telling you. The Gunna Project from beginning to end to me sound like the same entire song from beginning to end.
But can I ask you about with A Boogie? How do his projects do mostly sound the same, right?
Not from beginning to end. He take. If you listen to this project, you can tell he take chances on different songs. Like he got songs that sound a little bit more Afro beat centric, or he got certain jokes where he may literally just be rapping on it.
So my question to you: what is your A Boogie standout project? Because that's
his very first joint. The joint with him was like the little blue background and he playing the piano. That's the best joint. Nobody won't argue that. That's his classic project.
Not the Spider-Man joint.
Hell no. His very first project, the very first A Boogie joint, it's a blue background, and it's him playing he on the piano playing the piano. That's his best project.
That's why I say I'm not trying. Like I said, nobody's gonna have back-to-back good projects.
I mean, it depends on who you talking about, dog. Jeezy first two projects was a classic, both of them, 1 and 2. Lil Wayne got 2 classics, 2, 3. Carter 1, Carter 2, and Carter 3.
You put out a larger project. You compared it to what you 1 and 2, and compared to your 5 and 6.
I don't know what you're trying to compare. Just listen to him. I hear what you're saying. You just got to listen to him. Chief Keef, I told y'all that project was trash, but I didn't know that Chief Keef was independent, and he did produce most of Almighty Sosa 2. Almighty Sosa 2 did 23,000 the first week. I told you I didn't like the project at all, but shout out to Chief Keef because I didn't know he was independent, and I didn't know he produced majority of that project. So that's fire for him. For Chief Keef, that's fire. If you independent and you produced all of it, I ain't mad at you. You pulled a J. Cole, but you getting all the money, so I'm not mad at you for that. Over the weekend, Tyson Fury almost got put to bed. He was literally he was standing up, walking around sleep. And of course, if people want to call me a casual for that one, because I didn't watch that fight. I'm literally just only watch the highlights because I'm not a Tyson. One, it came on too early in the day, and 2, I'm not a Tyson Fury fight fan. And I do, but on my crazy thing, it was so many people, and they kind of did the same thing with Jokic. So many people were so ready to see and say, "Oh, he the greatest fighter of all times," and he literally did a standing damn near knockout. The referee kind of like saved him because the referee would have started counting earlier. That was a walking TKO. He was literally on his feet, still on his feet, knocked out. And that just would be called a standing TKO. He would have got knocked out. So like I said, the same thing. And I meant to, when we was talking about the Nuggets, everybody was like, oh yeah, Denver, they on their run. And I was arguing with our older cousin. Of course, I'm like, bro, what's a run? They only won 1 championship. Think about it. The Joker has got 3 MVPs, and this man literally ain't made it out the second round but 2 times. Once to the Western Conference Final in the bubble, he lost to the Lakers, and then the year they won the championship. No other year he ain't never even made it out of the second rounds. He really Joel Embiid just as well, but of course it's just
Joel Embiid never been to the finals.
Yeah, never been to the finals. But still, but it's the same.
No, it's not.
He
James Harden never been to the finals. He won MVP too.
Yeah, cool. Guess what? You ain't even. When the last time you talked about Giannis? Don't worry about it. I promise you, niggas. Like that Nuggets running. That conversation about him is over, dog.
But that's just an era now. Nobody. The last person who went back to back was the Golden State, right?
Yeah.
Since that era, nobody else. Everybody just won one championship, lost in the second round. It's not that's just how it is right now. And how we complain about the whole, you be tired of seeing LeBron and Golden State Warriors in the finals. And since then, it ain't been the same.
I mean, I don't know what you trying to say. I'm just trying to tell you that nigga, they jumped out the window with Jokic too fast. That's all. That's it. It ain't nothing to talk about. They did.
But who else? Who else did it? The last MVPs, nobody else been in the finals.
No, you're missing what I'm saying. I'm telling you is they did. What you talking about? Giannis won the MVP before he did. That's what I'm telling you. They just jumped.
How long ago that was?
That was 4 years ago.
What was 4 years ago?
When Giannis won the MVP.
Okay, he won the championship since then. He won the championship 2 years ago. What you talking about? So that's my point. You're proving my point.
2 years ago.
Yeah, that was 2 years ago. So that's my only thing. How was 3? He's only 2 champions since him.
It's only been
the Golden State Warriors and the Nuggets. What are you talking about?
When he won that championship, that was the bubble year, right?
No, he won it after the bubble year. What are you talking about? How he won it in the bubble and the Lakers won it, nigga? What are you talking about?
Who won the MVP in the bubble? I mean, who won the MVP?
I don't remember.
I think that was the year.
I'm talking about the time he won the championship. All I'm just saying is that Jokic stuff, they overplayed it, they overhyped him up, and he just got his boots cooked. And I guarantee you, next season, people not gonna go in with that same conversation with him because you watch the team. He lost, dog. They were saying he was on a run. Oh, he's on a historic run. He's a elite Hall of Fame. You kind of like now you make Shaq look a little bit different. Like people gonna have to have that conversation again. Like if I'm Shaq, I'm looking at Shannon Sharp like you need to apologize to me, even though you already apologized. I want you to apologize again.
But my question is, when the last MVP that won a championship?
Oh, that don't mean nothing. We already talked about the MVP award. Don't mean nothing because they just giving it away.
So what do we even have to talk about it then? Because like I said, it's an MVP. It's a season award. It's not what you do during the during the playoffs. It's a season award. So you can't say because you won the MVP, you're not as who you are when it comes to the playoffs. None of them have did what they did in the playoffs.
I mean, I guess I don't know. You losing me, but again, like I said,
you just wanted that you on that hill was just like, but when you go down the list of who won the MVPs the last couple of years, none of them have made it to the finals.
So are you saying that that's right or wrong? I'm not. You acting like I'm saying that's a good thing. I think it's bogus. I think they give out the MVP with not being serious. Like they already kind of knew who they was gonna get an MVP to before the season even started.
For the season, not for the playoffs. Steve Nash got 2 MVPs. Never been. When the last time? When did Steve Nash been to the finals?
He didn't.
Okay,
so that don't make it.
MVPs.
So does that make it better? We had this conversation already. We don't got to repeat it. Shout out to 50 Cent. 50 Cent final lap tour It did $100 million. 50 Cent I want to say he might be the oldest rapper to have a tour to do them type of numbers. $100 million for him to basically record, like literally perform music that's damn near. I want to say like 20 years old. What was it? Get Rich or Die Trying. I believe that is 20 years. I want to say, what was it? Like maybe it might 25 years or something like that. I know it's at least 20 years old. So again, shout out to 50 Cent. 100 million. I think Drake was on. Did I send? I know I sent you that list.
You sent me the list.
I texted to you. I can't remember if
you did.
I texted to you, right? Oh yeah. All right. So real quick. So I do want to read off this list for the top 10 tours. Just period. All of hip hop times. Drake is number 1 with all of Blur was $215 million. He ended up doing 80. He ended up doing 80 shows. Kendrick Lamar is number 2 with the Big Steppers, and that was 110 million, and he did 73 shows. 50 Cent final lap tour was number 3, and it was 105 million, and he did 97 shows. Aubrey and the Three Amigos was 103 million, and they did 54 shows. Travis Scott, Circus Maximum did 82 million, and he did 61. Drake and Future did 81 million, and they did for summer 16, and they did 54 million. I mean, they did 54 shows and they made 81 million. Kanye West and Jay-Z Watch the Throne, they did 58 shows and it did 78 million. Kendrick Lamar, Damn, he did 61 shows and that did 77 million. Nicki Minaj, Pink Friday 2 tour did 67 million, and she did 34 of her 49. That's so she still got a couple more dates that she got to do, but that's just what it is so far. And the last one is Would You Like Tour, and that was Drake also, and that's 60 million. Travis Scott was on it. Yeah, oh no, I missed Travis. Oh, Travis Scott was before Drake. My bad. So yeah, Travis Scott with Astroworld. He did 58. He did 58 shows, and that's 63 million. And like I said, Drake was his last one. So Drake got 5 out of how many Jones said his name? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So out of 12, Drake got.
He got 3 solos and 1 joint.
No, two. What you mean? Out of 5?
He got 3 solos.
Yeah, 3 solos and
1 with Future. That's it.
No, and Amigos. The one that's higher than the Future Joint is Aubrey and the 3 Amigos.
Oh, but it just say Drake.
Oh yeah, with the hashtag it just say Drake. Yeah, because
the other one says Future.
Yeah. And even all the Blur Joint, he went on there by himself, so I don't know how that is. Maybe because he switched the people out, but I don't necessarily know why it's still on there. But shout out to Drake. Like that's why it's kind of like it's a little bit hard when people want to go too crazy on him. What else was on this list? Oh yeah, since we did just talk about tours, and again we did talk earlier about Megan Glow bringing out Angel Reese in the Chicago Sky. I do want to give Meg some credit because we talked about it a few weeks ago when the Breakfast Club was kind of trying to say she wasn't a touring act. So far out of these days that she's already had, these tours have been sold out. She went to Detroit. She went to Chicago twice. So she had one when of course, when Chicago was on the road in that I think that was the first night of the tour, and that one was sold out. And then of course the one that she just bought Angel Reese out the other night, that one was also sold out. And her show in Detroit and I believe Minneapolis, also all of those were sold out. So people was kind of like they was even looking for us, seeing a lot of people tagging the Breakfast Club up under those posts, like keep that same energy. Even though they did recant their statement and did kind of apologize for misspeaking on the jump, but people kind of, of course, people when you have a bad take, people gonna always troll you on your bad take. So that was one of the things, like I said, again, shout out to Megan Thee Stallion because we were just talking about tours and people were kind of sleeping on if she was actually an arena act and she proving people wrong. What else is in? We talked about Tyson Fury and the Redskins right now are looking to be able to change their name back as the Redskins or even at least use their logo again. So I guess they are saying because they did a petition and I think a lot of people.
I think it was the
somebody, I guess, what is this? The senator approved for, I guess, for the Native Americans. I don't know how necessarily how that works because I'm not a Native American, but they basically saying nobody was never offended.
So why do we made them change it?
Yeah. So they kind of like
that was you.
Yeah. What was the point? So I mean, we're gonna see. And Red Lobster is filing bankruptcy.
Latto closing.
Yeah, that's a rough one, especially for people who, if you grew up in that.
I think Atlanta's still open. They closed. I know they did close like 3 of them in this area.
Oh yeah, real quick, something that we didn't talk about. Tom Brady. Tom Brady went back and said he wished he would have never did that Netflix special. He said because it made his kids feel some type of way. And a lot of people, it was like I know we talked about it, but we didn't really go into depths on how crazy the jokes was. But he was just like his kids. Like they had to go to school and not even just probably people not picking on them, but dog, this is their mom. People literally for 3 hours was frying their mom up.
But it's this day and age though.
It's this day and age of what? I still don't have to accept it. I don't care what this day and age is. Nigga, you still my dad. You let people cook my mother for 3 hours. This is on Netflix. What do you mean this day and age?
How many people got Netflix? How many people know what's going on? How much stuff we was going when we was in school, parents did or we didn't know about because we didn't have social media. Because this day and age, we do have social media.
Yeah, but it don't even matter if it was on social media. It was still on Netflix. You even asked when we talked about it last week. Damn, I wonder how many millions of people watched that. Millions of people watched that.
Right, but that's just because Netflix access. You're going to take that Netflix money. You're not going to say, "Oh, I'm not going to do it." You're going to take that Netflix deal.
I mean, he did it, but I mean, he's saying that he regret doing. He would never do it again. We can't say like you. We can't keep talking as like, dog, we're regular broke people who got to go to work. This is Tom Brady, dog. He don't need the money.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched it. How you think I talked about it?
You watched the whole thing?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
I didn't watch it. But if I'm saying I didn't watch it.
It's you. I told you, if I'm up for 19 hours of the day, I'm taking in some type of content. I'm watching and listening to everything. I can't come in here on the blind and talk about stuff.
When you sit here and say what he's taking credit because of this day and age, how much stuff was worse, what they said and what people talk about people's mother was worse back then than it is now.
Yeah, so I mean, it still happened though. I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what you're trying to say. Like
because you see it. That's what I'm saying. And dog, it was a lot worse then than it is now.
But what do that mean? I'm lost on what you're saying. What do that mean?
What I'm trying to tell you, right? What you're saying, oh yeah, his kids. You saying he should have did it because of his kids, but that's because
I'm not saying that. I don't think he should have did it. He said out of his mouth. He did the pivot podcast, and he came out of his mouth and said, "I would never in my life do a roast again. I regret doing it because my kids was pissed that everybody was up there talking about their mother for 3 hours."
But if it was on the Comedy Central, what they usually been on, right? The most of the
I'm sure.
Comedy Central.
Comedy Central cannot afford Tom Brady. That's why.
Right, but because it's on Netflix, so now everybody can see it. Everybody had access to it. Yes, that's because that's the state of mind. How many of people did the roast beforehand and didn't say that?
I don't know what everybody else roast talked about. He don't care what everybody else roast talked about. I'm sure he don't care. He's talking about his experience, what happened to him. I don't think he care about what everybody else had to go through. So
as I'm saying, if it was on Comedy Central, he wouldn't care, right?
I don't know, Marcus. I have never watched the Comedy Central roast. I don't know. I only can tell you what he said.
They was originally on. They was on Comedy Central.
But I think his issue was the kids were upset because the people were talking about their mom.
But they was talking about her mother before that.
Who? What the fuck was they talking about his mother when?
I'm pretty sure they had conversations before that, even when they separated. They've been separated for a while now. It ain't just like they just got the separation.
Marcus, people get separated every day, B. What are you talking about? It's a difference between when niggas is clowning your mother and your mother just getting a separation. Bro, people get divorces. What the hell are you talking about? It's a huge difference between Kevin Hart talking about your mother getting piped down from your mother getting a regular divorce. What are you talking about, dog? Are you being serious?
Who is Kevin Hart kid's mother? She's a comedian, right? But they don't say, oh, well, nobody listens to my mother's jokes, but they listen to my father's jokes.
I don't get what you're trying to. What are you talking about?
Okay.
Do you get what he's saying? Because I don't.
No, my thing is this, because it is. If he would have did it on Comedy Central, it wouldn't have been no issue. Because it
still would have been an issue because
niggas still would have watched because it's Tom Brady,
right?
Yes.
But the issue was not
so
where
then
you
should
did it.
So what you saying? You should have did the roast at all.
He's saying he shouldn't have done it at all because of the way they were talking about the kid's mother.
But this even now, even with him doing his whole deal, and that's why they even like a lot of the owners are mad, don't want him to have ownership with these teams because it is Tom Brady. Tom Brady holds a name. Yes, you do have a name. You knew that, right? So you accepted that and you did that roast. So my only thing is you saying, well, I should have did it. But at the end of the day, because it's social media, you're going to have that feedback, regardless of what you do. Even with you having ownership or even with you being a part of this, it's always going to be, oh, Tom Brady this, Tom Brady that. Tom Brady's about to be the highest paid analyst next year.
But
you're still going to be attacked.
Marcus.
Nobody's making derogatory comments
about you getting paid or you being an analyst. What are you talking about?
Okay, but you saying because of his mother? That's.
I didn't watch the special, but I guess maybe they were saying some.
But they didn't talk about the kids. Talk about his mother.
Yes,
right, it's like somebody talking about your mother.
But that's what I'm. But my thing
and
is,
we live in a day and age where kids don't do that. They don't really. So it's a sensitive climate.
But people do that. People talk about people.
Marcus, because the age group that we grew in, my mother bought me a book called Your Mother. It was an MTV Jonan book about, but not now, dog. This is 2024.
No, not now. Everything that we did when we was younger, they frown upon now. Like it's crazy.
But what school Tom Brady kids are in, right? They're in the school where their kids are popular too, right?
Marcus, listen to what you're saying.
Still kids.
Listen to what you're saying. Whatever school he in. Whatever school they in, all the kids' parents is rich, so they're not. If you ain't cool, you just ain't cool. So it's not no level of poverty because Tom Brady is my dad, nigga. I go to school with Jeff Bezos kids. It don't make no difference. Like, yeah, your dad is Tom Brady, my dad is Jeff Bezos. That don't matter. But you sitting here saying the jokes are already written. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Regular kids used to joan all the time, but Kevin Hart ain't never said nothing about your mother. So I can go to school now and repeat a Kevin Hart joke about your mom getting piped out by her goddamn trainer. It's a huge difference.
Okay,
dog.
so then my question is, all right, let's put it like this. You're Tom Brady kids, and if you're Diddy kids, who would you feel bad for? The jokes that I'm sitting here talking about your dad, whatever he's doing, and your mom or whatever, or you taking offense with Tom Brady mom. I mean, with whatever Tom Brady sleeping with the trainer. You're gonna take more offense of what Diddy's kids are going through, right?
I'm not, because the father, he brought that on the kids.
Who? Diddy?
Diddy did.
But that's what I'm saying. But even the story, if you're sitting there, oh damn, your mom was such and such. Oh, she got this, she got beat.
Because they probably pointing out stuff that their children, they don't know nothing about why they got divorced, who she was sleeping with. So now it's like, oh, mom was sleeping with who? Oh, your mom's a slut. All types of stuff. You don't know what they're going. That's what they're probably being said.
Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know how you don't, as a parent, I don't know how you don't comprehend this or what the hell your brain is registered, but you're tripping, dog. And I shout out to Tom Brady for having common sense. He had to learn the hard way. I'm sure his bank account is way more healthier, so he probably just got to buy his kids some crazy gifts. But yeah, I'm with you, though. I wouldn't do it again, either. I don't, and I seen people when it originally came out and they were saying, we talked about it, Stephen A. Smith, and it was like, bro, I would never do that. Shannon Sharp said, I would never do that, dog. Endless people seen that and was like, ain't no way in hell there's not enough money in the world you could have paid me. Tom Brady just went for the bag and got finesse. So anyway, in other news, Sydney Starr and what's my man named Darius McCray? He used to play on Family Matters. What was he? Eddie Winslow on Family Matters. They are doing OnlyFans content together. And of course, for people who don't know who Sydney Starr is, we talked about Chingy. Maybe what was that, like 2 weeks or 2 or 3 weeks ago now. Sydney Starr is the young lady or the transgender woman who basically ended Chingy's career. So now she's making, I'm not gonna lie to you, nobody kind of really don't care because I don't give a damn about Eddie Winslow. Family Matters, I really don't even care. I'm not gonna say like it's a bad show, but it's Eddie Winslow. I don't care though. I really don't care. Like, we live in that day and age, and I said that before when we even talked about the JP dude, or you talked about something. No, I feel like we live in an age now to this point where it's like, this not even shocking. Like, this was like this, like just a story on like, it's like at the end of
already said before you had a path.
Not even that. It's just it don't shock nobody no more, dog. It's 2024. This ain't even like, oh my God type of story, bro. This is like literally the end of a podcast conversation. This ain't like, no, I'm not saying it because he deal with it. I just don't think this. Somebody sitting here saying, hey, I'm doing a OnlyFans junk with it. Like, maybe if it was somebody you actually cared about, but to me, I'm looking at Eddie Winslow like a regular dude. This just like, oh my God, like this ain't nuts. Like, all right, who cares?
But if it was when Family Matters was popping, you would have.
Yeah, because this would have been in the 90s and you never even heard of nothing like that. I never even would have known what a transgender woman was in the 90s. But if this was even somebody on, shit, look at the dude that play on The Chi. He was on the Breakfast Club and they was asking him like, oh, is that a hard role for you to play? He's like, no, I ain't a gangster. Me playing a gangster is harder than me playing whatever role y'all think is too hard for me. He's like, and the way he broke it down, I'm not gonna lie, the way he broke it down on the Breakfast Club, he smoked it. I ain't saying that I agree with it, but he smoked that conversation on the Breakfast Club. He was like, dog, he was like, it's not hard for me to love somebody. Who I'm loving, maybe, yeah, but that for the fact that I'm playing a character who's in love with a transgender woman, it's not hard because I've been in love before. But me playing a gangster or trying to kill somebody, I ain't never killed nobody before. That to me is harder than.
I think it's a big difference when you playing a role on a TV show compared to being on OnlyFans, because we know what OnlyFans is for.
What's the difference, nigga? You still kissing a nigga on like I don't. It ain't no. It don't matter how else you take it after that.
But you still putting it in her, or whatever the case you doing. Whatever you're doing, you still got to sell it. If it was a TV show, then that's fine. You selling a TV show, just like even with P Valley and all that. What's name? He's selling that. No, of course I'm not. What's my murder?
So what do you think would be the difference between that sex scene that Lil Murder had hitting a nigga from the back and from a nigga doing OnlyFans? What's the difference?
That's a big difference.
Nigga, what's the difference?
It's a TV. OnlyFans is real, right?
Did you remember that scene on P Valley? Nigga, that was real to me.
No.
It ain't gonna get no realer than that, dog. Nigga, you ain't. Nigga, another man is both you and another man butt naked and you behind him. Nigga, tell me what's the difference?
That's not the same.
Yeah, all right.
That is not the same. OnlyFans, you see it going in. On TV, you don't see nothing going in.
Niggas, people, it's women on OnlyFans that finesse people and then you don't see, you just see somebody plant like, though.
You think he, but
I don't know because I'm not subscribing to it, so I don't know.
But that's a tricky situation. Yes, if it's on a TV screen, yes, we know that.
So
but on OnlyFans,
guess what? So do you think? So listen to what I'm saying. You think more people gonna see this Sydney Starr thing with him with Eddie Winslow or seeing the episode of P Valley?
I think they probably. Because she is popular, right?
No, popular into what? Like, no, nigga, I don't know.
OnlyFans. I mean, she's popular on OnlyFans. Right?
I don't know, dog. I don't know. I don't even know how you look at the stats for that. I don't know, but I'm telling you for a fact. I know for a fact that she ain't more popular than P Valley.
I feel like she has a name. That's why we talking about her. And we ain't talking about because it's Ellie Winslow. I think we talk about because it's her.
No, of course. But what I'm still saying, it still ain't more popular than P Valley. That Lil Murder scene in P Valley, people gonna never forget that. When people see Lil Murder, they never gonna forget that he played Lil Murder. It don't matter whatever show he ever going. He about to play Chris Paul in whatever that little the Clippers docuseries they about to do. He's still a Lil Murder, dog. I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about. But real quick, I guess before we get up out of here, we can't talk about the Chi real quick. Episode 2, it's cool. Like I feel like it's still. it's still just, it's like, it's just a shy. Like, it's not, the only crazy takeaway I kind of like, I thought it was going to be super crazy when they were in the club and not Tiffany, but what's my girl name? Keisha. When Keisha was in the club and she was talking to that lady, and the lady was like, "Oh yeah, we just dating. That's not my boyfriend." Boom, boom, boom. I don't want to be tied down to no man. And then when she showed her the DM, of all the dudes shooting her shot, and then the next scene, like they leave the club and they just laid on the couch and Emmett eating a pizza. I'm not gonna lie, I thought this was about to be like, I thought the next couple scenes or something was gonna be crazy for Emmett, because it was kind of like, I didn't think she was gonna give him no cheeks. I thought she was getting turned off, because it seemed like after she was so like, she seen that girl DM, how little her DM was, and then it was kind of like, I'm going home to this nigga. He just eating pizza and just laid up on the bed, just being trifling. It was like, I was surprised she gave him some cheeks. I literally thought she was kind of like questioning her whole relationship when that lady showed her that situation. So I was kind of surprised.
No, I think it was more so she's okay with that lifestyle they live in now. I don't think she minds it.
You think she cool with just?
I think she's cool with it for now, because she don't want to be in the streets like that. They got a family, like, you know what I'm saying? They trying to do different things. I think she was cool with it. I don't think that's going to cause no rift between them, because I feel like they both at the place where he's done his, you know, whatever, she's done whatever. So we together, we can kind of settle down. We on the same page.
I mean, she was cool. I mean, obviously she was cool with it. She even let him hit it wrong. He was surprised, like, you sure? And so I mean, obviously she got to be cool with it. But I'm not going. When I originally seen it and I seen the way she responded to the DMs, and then I seen the way she kind of looked at her face a little bit when he was eating the pizza, because I kind of just putting two and two together. Was like, I don't know if this is a good look, Emmett. Like, damn. Like, I just looked at it like, you just seem like that was one of those things, like when people talk about you get too comfortable in a relationship, watching him eat the pizza, it was just like me as a man watching, like, oh, this is a nigga who too comfortable. Like, he way too comfortable.
Why? Because he was eating the pizza? Because they was chilling. They was both ready to go. I feel like they had a good time, but they was both definitely out of their element.
For sure, of course.
They weren't used to hanging out and doing.
At that time, yeah, for sure, of course. I agree with that one, but it was still just, maybe that could have been me overthinking. Me just, when I just seen the way she was geeking when she seen the DM, and then it was just kind of like, we about to go home to this. It was like,
because you remember last season, she was always upset, always mad, always angry. So now it's like, okay, they kind of reconnected a little bit.
So you think they reconnected with like none of that? I think that I don't believe that you can get the way how angry she was with him last season. I can't really imagine that being out of your brain cells that fast already.
But he expressed how he felt, like, damn, like nothing I do is good enough for you. Like, you understand? So I think him expressing how her anger and how she was treating him made her look at it a different way. And that did probably take some of the anger away. Instead of expressing why she was mad, she was just always mad, had an attitude. They weren't communicating. So to hear him hold her accountable, then it's like, okay, well, damn, you're right. Maybe I was doing a bit too much.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, so let me, calm down a little bit.
Oh, okay. So then I guess I got another question for you. Do you think Tiffany is going to be okay with cutting Nook into the business? Because is she going to start questioning, is Rob kind of like a pushover? Like the way she probably felt about Emmett, I wonder if she's still going to be as attracted to Rob when it's kind of seeming like he that easy to kind of lean on, that ain't a strong arm their way into the business.
But it was either give me your business or your life.
I felt like she got mad at Emmett for kind of the same type of behavior though.
But she knew that she know Rob ain't no street dude. This is like when they went to go shoot Duda, she was like, why would you even involve him? He's not even like that. So she know, I mean, he more street probably than
Emmett. So that's why I'm thinking. So and I felt like that little bit of extra street that he was, I felt like that's what was kind of turning her on. And now it's kind of like, I don't know if that's still gonna be like his turn on part.
Do even certified that he was street though?
He had more edge to him because I guess when they first met, it was kind of like over some weed stuff. He had more edge to him than Emmett did.
But he never did anything that just like, oh, dog, he about that life. I feel like his mother been the whole.
Nah, I can't say that because his image and the way his character was betrayed, you didn't know he wasn't about that life until his mom kind of like was pulling his.
But who do you think more is about that life, him or the brother?
What brother?
The whatchamacallit, that just dealing with the transgender. Like who about
he actually killed somebody before? What you mean? What type of question you ask?
Rod? Rob never killed nobody.
No, Rob haven't, but the brother did.
But that's what I'm saying. But when you compare their street, like when you compare that whole street thing, it's just like, well, Rob never portrayed like, oh, I'm just,
I think you got to go back and look at some of the older seasons when his character originally was coming in. His character was coming in as a street character. His swag and his demeanor,
just a laid back. You know what I'm saying? Like he never, like, oh, I'm the toughest on the block type of.
Yeah, I think it's a difference between actually. I think maybe you confusing with like. It's a difference between people who are actually really street and really on that type of time, but it's still some people who kind of, and you don't know that they not like that until they get exposed that they not like that. And I feel like Rob, of course, the longer Rob character kept coming on the show and you kind of get more details into him, when you're talking to his mom or when you getting to see him try to pull the move and he never shot nobody for. Now you get to see that he ain't street, but when he originally came on the show, his character was coming off as like he was a street dude.
Yeah,
but he's still about his money though.
He about money, but it's not like.
But that don't discredit you being a street. You might not be a killer, but I'm smart with my money. I'm smart how I move about situations. Yes, I might not.
You can't even say that because he really don't got no bread because he asking his mother for money.
His mother funded probably
a lot of that. Yeah, a lot of that.
Okay, so that's what you're saying is I'm starting to see that you was never the street runner. It was your mother who you was really just running it for.
No, you wasn't even running it for your mom. You was just kind of you probably just a dude who smoked weed and you may have sold a little bit of weed off and on. But if I have a cushion, if my mom is my cushion, my safety net of where I can get bread from or where I'm living at, she paying for these places, I can portray like I'm getting money in the streets where it's just like, even like the kids do it nowadays, not saying kids, but dudes in their 20s where they may really be busting bank moves, but they still hang outside on the block like they got this money from trapping. And ain't nobody, if you ever been outside trapping before, then nowhere in hell you're going to have all big face bills and you're going to have all clean money wrapped in rubber bands and all that stuff. So people who actually been outside before, like, all right, this bank money, this not street money. Because if you outside trapping, you're going to have ones, loose 20s, loose 10s, loose 5s. So for him, it's like, you get to see now more that his character not really like that. But at first, when his character first came on the scene, he came off like he was one of the dudes. Like even just like the dude that they was in the club with the other night. Like you ain't seen his character put in no work. Like you seen Bakari or you seen Nook or you even seen Victor. Like you seen their characters actually put in work. But the dude who sell weed, like you know him from, okay, this was the first dude that Tiff was cheating with. This was the first dude that she was buying weed with, but you really ain't seen him put in no work. So you don't necessarily know that. And even when he was talking to Emmett about Duda, you kind of still don't necessarily know realistically if his character is like, I don't necessarily know how tough his character is, like, but you've seen certain characters already kind of play themselves out, where some of these dudes is like you kind of getting half of their story. You haven't seen the real dynamic on their character yet. So I feel like at one point in time, I would have never known that Rob character was this soft until you see it now as it is.
The mother is the one that's more. She got.
No, yeah, she really with the street shit for real.
It's the mother, not him.
Yeah, he definitely ain't his mom's son at all. What's another big takeaway from that episode? The crazy thing is like, damn, of course it's TV. So even them to even be able to find that car or that body is like, how they even find that? I'm sure somebody probably snitched, but I'm just like, dog, how the car burnt up and you still find fingerprints? Yeah, that one don't work. But that's to me is like a TV don't. But that's when I would be mad is like everybody love to crush BMF when this like, dog, what the hell are y'all talking about? Like, how does somebody fingerprint still be on a car that's literally burnt up?
I think that already show more because it's burnt up. You're gonna see the ashes or you're gonna see whatever residue on it.
Fingerprints,
Marcus?
It didn't burn the ashes. It wasn't ashes. You still gonna have.
Yeah, that car was damn near burnt to ashes. It was just still still the frame, but it like
right. So it's easier for me to trace the fingerprints on there. If you just touched it away, it's easy for me to trace the fingerprints on. You didn't clean it. You just burnt. You just burnt it. Your fingerprints gonna be still on there.
I guess I don't know. I'm not no forensic scientist. I don't know how that worked. But to me, just watching it, it seemed like this was kind of like a reach. Like I felt like this was something for TV.
And where they get the car from?
Exactly. How did you know exactly? Let me go to this car. It was in the compound. Like unless I'm sure it's gonna probably play out. Somebody probably realistically snitched on him. I'm sure. Like even when Duda got that call when he was out at the restaurant, I'm sure somebody probably called him like, "Hey, that move that we pulled on Victor, it went through." And that's gonna be a tough one. It's gonna be like, yeah, I don't even know how he gonna. I do want to see how that's gonna play out. Like I'm sold on that storyline. Let's figure out how Victor gonna kind of get that one. And shout outs to my man off the Smart Guy. I forgot what his name is on the show.
Jason Weaver.
What's his name on the show though? Rashad. Yeah, shout outs to him. He got what's that lady name who on that? Is I ain't gonna say it's not Angela Bassett, but
no, Lynn Whitfield. Something.
yeah, shout outs to him for getting her. I don't, and I'm trying to. The crazy thing is, I feel like
angle.
Yeah, of course, I know. That's exactly what I was thinking. I'm like, all right, she gonna give him some cheeks and gonna get him. She probably figure out this nigga homeless. He probably ain't got nothing really going on. I'm gonna get him pussy whip and I'm gonna have him crash out for me.
Yeah.
Because that's what she's like. Oh, you was in jail. Like, a light bulb went off in her head. Oh, this is a jail nigga. He probably trying to get like I can probably get him to do whatever because he done already been in jail before. So I do feel like she gonna give him some pussy and she gonna kind of realistically figure out a way to kind of play mind games with him. I do like the fact that he tried to get his girl back, but she just wasn't rocking. Yeah, that was a tough one.
He want her back?
Yeah, because he didn't. He want her back.
Yeah, he want her back because he didn't mean. Yeah, he didn't mean to send that text message.
He did, but not to her.
To her for sure. Yeah, the way he got caught, he ain't mean to. And the crazy thing is, though, he still he'll keep keying and kicking it with this man, with this dude, and he literally was cheating with his girl. Of course, it wasn't her girl yet. Like he didn't have her yet, but that's crazy that you never. This your man. Y'all having like brother meetings or these mental health conventions, whatever y'all doing. And you ain't never come out and just tell this man like, hey, I slept with your girl before. That to me is crazy. Because when that story come out, I'm sure that bald-headed man, we seen him get whooped by Duda, but I don't necessarily think he gonna sit here and take that easy. When he ever find out did Rashad slept with his girl, I can't see him just rocking and allowing that to go. Like it's nowhere in here.
Can I ask you, how can that conversation really come out? If you never knew, I didn't know that y'all was dealing, or y'all even got a thing now. How can that conversation, oh yeah, I used to deal with her back in the day. Like, how can
it ain't no back in the day. You had a one night stand with my girl, dog.
He know,
but it wasn't your girl at the time when I had that one night stand.
So what? But you still here smiling at me every day, and you asking me. You ain't even keeping it a buck with the nigga when he asked you, "Oh, if you don't mind, what happened? Why y'all break up?" You didn't even want to tell me because you know for a fact he was with my girl.
But I'm asking you as a man, can you just be open? Oh well, yeah, I did hit Shorty back.
If that's your real friend, yes.
But I'm saying, but do they really have a friendship? I
Nigga, they in these meetings every goddamn week together. What you talking about?
No. I feel like he has a more friendship with everybody else. I don't have a friendship with you though. I don't even know you for real. You in this because of whatever, blah blah blah. But I can't sit here and share that information. I'm not gonna share that information with you. I just met you. Maybe 2 sessions.
But that's why even what you just said. But even with him and Victor was like, "Damn, dog, why you ain't tell me?"
He didn't tell him either.
Like, why you didn't tell me?
But that's like, because that wasn't a real thing. They wasn't really together.
But that's his still. So he's like, okay, if it wasn't real, then why you didn't tell me? Why was you trying to hide it for?
But that's why I'm asking you, just as a man, it's just like, all right, I dealt with you, right? But then I see you with him. Are you that open with somebody who is not your friend? Like really your friend who you talk to on a regular basis, like, oh, well, I used to deal with her.
Y'all in these meetings. I get what y'all saying. Yeah, if we not real friends, but y'all in this meeting every week. Yeah, y'all supposed to be trying to build some type of bond.
But how would you tell them? We in this meeting every week, right? But I hear you talking about her, how you feel about her. Why would I sit here and tell you about, we had a one night stand?
So then my question is, okay, if you feel like that way, then why did you send her? You try to send her that text. You knew that was my girl when you sent her that text. You knew that y'all slept together before we was in a relationship, but when you sent that text, you knew we was in a relationship.
But even with him, no, but off of him, I know with him, he's chasing love and he's chasing the feeling, and he just want to feel like I want to be loved type of situation. That's just him being vulnerable because he been locked up and now he just whatever makes him feel the type of way, he gonna go for it. But I'm just saying, as the man, would you just sit here and open up? We in a meeting, and I'm just like, oh yeah, I seen your shorty. I used to fuck.
I get what you're saying. Me personally, I wouldn't. But to me, the way that meeting is supposed to be structured and the way they supposed to be intimate and honest with each other and letting each other know what they're going through, I just feel like that's super shady that you literally having a meeting with this man all the time. And the reason why you're not in a relationship with your girl no more because you was trying to send a text to his girl. To me, that just seemed foul, dog.
Who was the other one? It was somebody else in there. It's somebody else in there that's holding back, right?
No, that's it. It's just them.
It's just them?
Yeah.
Because the father.
It's the father, it's Victor, it's Vince Mensa, and it's the dude who worked with Victor, and that's it.
I felt like it was somebody else that was over time too.
No, and Bakari in there, that's it.
Okay. Yeah. I feel like it was somebody else in there that was
that's it.
The secret too.
That's it. Just that. That to me, that's the only. And
I mean, like I said, as a man, I kind of understand why you might not share that information because it's like I hear how you spinning. It's like, damn, could I even drop that on you, or can I even come to you like, well, I did hit that because I'm gonna crush you because you really love this chick and that's who you hit over here with. Can I say, oh, well, damn, I popped that joint one time. you don't know how he gonna take it. And that's
yeah,
what
I don't know how he gonna take it, but that's not. I mean, still,
because I feel like he got more invested into her, and she's just like, all right, it was just a one-time thing. You might got more feelings involved, and that's how you feel it.
I mean, I guess I don't necessarily know, but I think that's kind of weird.
I mean, it is a group where they're supposed to be open.
It is supposed to be open, but it's just like, damn, can I be that open to you?
I mean, I guess I don't know. I hear you, but that's a rough one. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's gonna be a rough one. I do want to see how that storyline, because it's gonna eventually come out. It's too many people to kind of know about that story for it, because even at that time when they was at dinner, I felt like the lady wanted to say something. Because she knew, she knew
the one that's with
the one that he was dating with, the one he was in a relationship with. When they was at that, I can't remember when they was at that dinner, and it was all of them as a couple. When it was the bald headed dude, Joma father, Joma, her father, and his girl, and then it was Emmett parents, and then it was him. It was him and that lady that he cheated on. She felt like she wanted to say something. I'm 100% positive. Before this season over, somebody gonna tell that man that he slept with his girl. And then that's when I want to kind of see how it's going to play out. But like I said, it's the Shy. It's episode 2. It's getting a little bit better. I do, real quick, before we do roll, do y'all think that, what's my man name with the dreads? What's the
brother?
Jake, yeah. Do you think Jake going to crack Papa's old girl? Papa can't keep a girl to herself for nothing, dog. Damn. These niggas be tearing Papa girls up. Oh, my God.
I do. I think he is.
Oh, he gonna definitely hit her when he find out. Like right now, he just assuming that Joma and Bakari's sister got something going. He don't got no hard evidence, so he don't know. But when she come out, when Joma, that's her name, Joma. When she come out and tell Jake that him and that girl kissed before, I promise you, he definitely gonna crack that jump.
I don't think it's gonna last though. I don't think because they can't.
You talking about the one that
same
had kids, right?
Yeah, the one that got pregnant, the couple that got pregnant and she lost the baby.
No. I'm saying when you say Papa.
No. It's the girl that he was talking to before her, something like that. It's
no. The girl who was doing the modeling for him. Remember when Papa dad, right before his dad passed?
Yeah,
that's the one he didn't want him.
He didn't want him dealing with.
Right, her, the one who had a kid.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Okay. That's what I'm saying. Like the one who already had a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And now that's what Jake.
No, she was in there modeling. So she was in there modeling for him. And then when he was looking at the pictures, after the pictures was over, and I could tell he feels some type, he kind of like her because he took a picture on his phone too. He ain't just used whatever picture that the photographer was taking. He ended up taking his own picture too on his phone. I don't know if y'all peeped that one, but when he was looking at the pictures, she felt some type of way. Damn, why you didn't ask me to model for you? I could have did it, whatever case may be. And then he kind of threw the shade like, oh, you managing old girl, I think her name Brittany. Like, you worrying about Brittany? I didn't think you had time for me. And she's like, oh, that's what we doing. And then they fake went to sleep, both mad at each other. So I do think he gonna eventually crack her. But again, we here each and every Tuesday. I guess right now we are on YouTube, and Mark is gonna have to take the blame for that one because we logged out of the podcast app. We'll try to figure it out. But if we don't figure it out, we will be here each and every Tuesday. And of course, I will be breaking up the clips throughout the week. But if you just want to listen to the full episode straight as it is, I guess it'll be uploaded. I mean, basically each and every. I would still call it Monday night, but it will be out when most people wake up on Tuesday. You can find it on YouTube, the YouTube Live Bulture podcast. You can still search it and share it. I'm sure people will probably be DMing me. So we just got to share the link to get people hip. So just come to the YouTube channel. We can't never get back on the podcast app. It's cool. It'll still be the same program, same style and everything. Like I said, we here each and every Tuesday, Bulture podcast.